I'm really happy that I'm going to be joining you this year on Christmas Day. I've got 2 Sizzix shows and we're going to be bringing you a really nice mix of things. We've got the scoreboard and trimmer, which I know lots of you might have on your wish list for a little Christmas prezi. We've got some sort of everyday essentials, I'll call them. We've got some nesting dies, things like that. We've got some really nice embossing folders, and we've even snuck in a few Christmas dies in case you want to get ahead for next year. So I hope you can join me on Christmas Day for my Sizzix shows.
Good afternoon and welcome to HobbyMaker Live on this Christmas Day. We wish you all the merriest of Christmases. It's Christmas Day, everybody! Woo! Yes, indeed. How exciting is that? My name is Nigel May. This fabulous lady is Sandra Rushton.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Merry Christmas.
And where is he? Where is he?
He's in the wreath.
There he is. Dobby is with us, of course,
still in his
as ever.
pyjamas.
There he is, hung in our little Christmas tree with the nattiest Christmas pyjamas on. Somebody had some lovely gifts this morning, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but I've not let him have some of them yet.
Oh, I see. Saving some for later.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I say, Sandra, I'm going to toast your good health because, of course,
Absolutely.
we have bought a bottle. We hope you are having the best Christmas Day, whatever you are doing, whether you are with your family,
Thank you very
friends,
much.
loved ones, or whether you are on your own. We are with you for the next 4 hours live. This is no secco, by the way.
Yes,
I've got
it
to
is.
say that.
I am
There you go.
driving home.
And we are here to give you some entertainment, some education, some aspiration, some inspiration, and, of course, some darn good crafting as well. The lovely Sandra is going to be here. Well, she is here already. Cheers, my
Cheers.
darling. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Oh, that's nice. That's fizzy and fruity.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
loving that.
yeah, I'm
Happy
loving
with
that,
that,
yeah.
Sandra. Also, Sharon Curtis is here today as well. She's going to be here at 1 and 3. I forget we
What
started
time
now
is it?
early, haven't we?
We started an hour early and we finished a bit earlier as
We
well.
do. We're live 12 to 4. So it's Sandra. At 1 o'clock, it's Sharon. At 2 o'clock, it's Sandra. And at 3 o'clock, it is Sharon. We've got lots of fabulous brand new things for you. We've also got some returning favourites at special Christmas prices. But where are Santa's little helpers today? Let's go into the gallery and see who else is here on this fabulous Christmas day. Look, in the dark room, there they are. Look at that. Well, what's going on in there? The lovely cat is with us producing today. The fabulous Dan. Look at that. What a handsome Christmas. Dan, turn around. Let's see your lovely face. There it is. And who is that just wandering out? That was Adam as well. There you go. He was sorting some stuff out in there. On the floor today, can we talk about this? Look at this. The lovely cat is here. And also, I don't know whether you can see, but Michaela has got fabulous elfin ears.
I know. Them
For
are her
Christmas.
normal ears. She normally hides them. But
Oh, is that what
Christmas,
it
it's
is?
Okay.
Oh, I see. She's let herself go for Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
Going au naturel for the day,
Absolutely,
which is
yeah.
lovely. But the most important people of all, because this lot are glorious, but you are the most important people of all. We want you to get involved for the next 4 hours. Send your emails in. studio@hobbymaker.co.uk is the address. If you want to send pictures of what you were up to today, we would love that. And to any of our lovely guests out there, everybody from the lovely Pauline Wheeler, Jodie Johnson, Dawn Wheeler, Anne-Marie from Hunky Dory, Nat, everybody, and Pete Hughes, because it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you,
happy
young man.
birthday.
If anybody out there wants to send a picture in of what they are up to this afternoon on their Christmas day, we would love to share that with all of our HobbyMaker viewers out there as well. So get your emails in. Cheers to all of that, everybody. Right, let the festivities come in,
I'm
Sandra.
going to sit and drink.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No,
Cheers
so
to you, my darling.
Oh, what shall we
let's
do?
talk
Let's
about
do-
a brand new item, because you are not sort of like resting on your laurels for Christmas Day, are you? You are bringing us something brand new.
Exactly,
What
yeah.
have we got, Sandra?
So you imagine you come to class and you do a few new projects,
Mm-hmm.
A4 size, and you get this wonderful pieces of artwork. What I'm going to do today is we're bringing you a set of projects that you could imagine doing in class, really, but they're not in class. They're going to be the stencil. You've got your instructions there, and you're going to be able to recreate 3 drawings. Well, say not 3 drawings. 3 drawings I give you instructions for, but then all of a sudden you're going to think, well, actually, I could do it this way. I could do that. I could mix it with this, and you've got lots of different variations and things to do as well. So Nice and delicate, these ones.
This is what I always think is amazing with Sandra, and we will give you the details and reveal the rather special price on this in just a second. But you can see those shapes that you see there, you look at those, Sandra, and you think, okay, they're quite basic shapes.
I know.
But when you realise what you can do, all of the samples that we see there, you can create with our delicate design stencil, can't you? You
can, yes. So the two at the bottom, I mean, look at that oval with those roses. It's just divine. There's a bit of a lotus theme as well. And I've got one here I'm going to demonstrate to you in a moment. That's a little bit, I've done it blue, so it looks a bit wintry, a little bit icy. But if you change it up different colours, it's amazing what you can actually do.
Now, do you know what? People said to me, like, do people shop on Christmas Day at HobbyMaker? Yes, they do, because already the board is full. Stephanie in Hertfordshire, Karen in Nottinghamshire, Pat in Suffolk, Glynis in Fife and Crafter in Devon. You're the first people to check out. Catherine in Devon, you're there as well. Now we've got Pat in Suffolk. We have Nigel was there as well. Hello, Nigel. Sheila in Greater London. Welcome to you all, and happy Christmas to each and every one of you as well. I love the fact that this is your crafting class from Sandra. You are getting it here right now on Christmas Day, which I just think is brilliant. And if you are ordering this item, and obviously watch everything that the lovely Sandra does, and then when you get it back home in just a few short days, you will know exactly what to do. But Santangle is there for everybody, Sandra.
It is, absolutely. And every single time I bring something out a little bit different, I always say you start from scratch. Everybody's at the same level, because yes, you could look at this and think, okay, I kind of get some of the patterns, but I start from ground zero with drawing the first line. So even if you've never done it and you think, you know what, I'm going to give this a go, follow the instructions, look at the pictures. Even if you read the instructions and look first, then come back, do it with a pencil, a bit of scrap paper, just to practice it if you want to. But honestly, you don't need to. Just literally pick a pen up, have a go, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.
10% of our stock, brand new stock. And is this exclusive to us here on HobbyMakers today,
It certainly
Sandra?
is, yes. You can't get it anywhere
You
else.
are so nice to us, even at Christmas. God
Even
bless
at
your beautiful
Christmas.
heart. So yeah, 10% of the stock has already gone on this. If you would like to go for it, GA1217 is your item code on this one today. There are 3 days to order, 3 ways to order this, quite frankly, on Christmas Day. You can, of course, order via the phone lines. It's a free phone telephone number. Yes, even though it's Christmas Day, can I say that our call centre people, God bless their beautiful hearts, they are upstairs. They are taking your calls right now. I know we had a few little gremlins to start the show, but I'll be honest, Gremlins is one of my favourite Christmas movies, so we will forgive them, quite frankly. But they're sorted now, Kat, aren't they? Kat, are the gremlins gone? Yeah, the gremlins are gone. It's like literally, if you want to order via the phone lines, it's free phone telephone number, you can do. You can order via the app, or you can order via the website. Michaela and Kat, like the most glorious Christmas choir, what is the website address? All the W's what?
HobbyMakers.com!
Bless their beautiful hearts.
Absolutely.
Lots of Christmas messages coming through already. We will try and show as many as we possibly can. Happy Christmas both, says Sarah in South Yorkshire. Thank you to you. Sending all of the love this Christmas Day. Fran in Greater London, seasonal wishes to all, including the mischief maker of your choice. That's the mischief maker of my choice, right back there, Dobby, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Chris in Greater Manchester as well says, Merry Christmas to Sandra, Nigel and all of the crew working today. We've got a little bit of a Christmas spread going on in the studio as well, so do you know what? A big thank you to management who are looking after us today, but also all of the crew have bought stuff in, which I just think is lovely, and you and Sharon and everybody else. So do you know what? It's a real community in here, but you know what? The door's open for you to come on in as well. Joe in West Yorkshire, lovely Christmas gift for me watching Sanntangle on TV. Had to pop a message just to say best wishes to all on Christmas Day.
Thank you.
Thank you to you, lovely Joe. Shall we go through this then, Sharon? Do you want to take us through... Sharon?
Oh,
Sandra, even.
right.
Do you want to take us
I've
through
been
what we've got
called
there?
worse.
Why did I call you Sharon?
People do sometimes.
It's as if there's a Sharon on the horizon.
Yeah, my mum was going to name me Sharon, actually.
Really?
She was, yeah. It was either going to be Sandra, Sharon, or Debbie.
Do you know what you're going to be called if you're a boy?
I have no idea. I
I
think
know that
they
I was
always
going to be
sort of knew.
Anita if I was a girl.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. But
My
no,
mother
my
told
dad
me
was
that.
like, no,
There
it's
you go.
Sandra. So
Another message. Hi,
stuck
all.
with
A
it.
very Merry Christmas to all a hobby maker from Jeanette in Shropshire. Right, let's dive on in,
Okay,
Sandra Rushton.
I've got the full cover here so you can see what it's all about. You've got your stencil, of course, and I've actually numbered certain parts of it. So when you get your stencil, that's what you need to do. You see, I've numbered mine according to this. That's important because, of course, the instructions inside refer to numbers rather than, oh, just pick that one bottom left kind of thing. And these are the 3 designs that are in here. So, as I've said, once you've sort of drawn those, you're going to be able to mix and match and change them up, do your own thing with it. But they're very, very kind of, I've gone with the colour quite delicate, and this time I've used like my pencil and tortillon to give me that sort of monochrome feel to it. So it's sort of stripped back a little bit, but you can go full colour if you want to.
Glynis, who was the first person to check out, said, Sandra, these designs are gorgeous. She cannot wait to try them. And she's also wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so I'm gonna crack on straight away. I just want to show you this one because this is the one that's the original for
and
the
you're
piece.
happy for people to make things for charity and
Yes,
craft fairs and all of that as well, aren't you?
Once you've actually put pen to paper and you've created your own, it's your artwork. So this is the one we're going to have a go at drawing.
How fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, again, you look at that, I wouldn't know where to begin, but you break it all down.
You break it down.
Yvonne in Midlothian says, Merry Christmas to my two faves. I assume you mean Sandra and Dobby. I'll take that. Have a fabulous day. There you go, you too, darling lady. Sherry in Leicestershire as well. Thank you for all of the love. We are loving that today, so bless your beautiful heart. Bless you one and all.
Oh, OK. I'm starting with a cross, sort of in the middle of my paper, OK? And we've then got a couple of shapes here. Now, you'll notice this isn't a perfect circle. That's because I didn't want it to be, because, you know, when you sort of give this to John and say, right, I want this, he's like, just give me the dimensions for that. I'm like, no, it's not a perfect circle. So it just gives you a little bit of something different in the middle there. You see, you can see that shape there, can't you? So we've got that one and that one. OK.
Lovely.
I'm then going to take, let's have a look, number 14. Now, I'm doing it from kind of memory, but of course you've got the instructions there. If I just bring those in for a moment, you see that it's exactly what I've just done. And then here, look, I've got the shape 14. It tells me there, look, use shape 14. Draw the first petal. There it is. You see I've got little dotted lines in there. That kind of helps you to see where it's positioned.
Sandra, you know I said 10% of the stock is gone.
Yes.
Normally I would now do 20, 30 or 40, but I'm going straight in for 50. 50% of the stock
gosh.
has now gone. Ali in South Yorkshire, Merry Christmas all. Thank you for spending some of your Christmas day with us. I may have to use the £25 at one yesterday. Oh, yeah, well done,
well done.
Well done, well done, well done. Yeah, we had all sorts going on yesterday. Also, if you did get a gift voucher, a HobbyMaker gift voucher for Christmas, you can start using it right here, right now, if you want to. Let's look. Claire in Lincolnshire, watching from my hospital bed. Bless your gorgeous heart, darling. And doing some retail therapy. That's the perfect tonic, I feel. Ordered the new stencil. It looks amazing. Merry Christmas to you all. Do you know what, Claire? You typify why we are here each and every Christmas day. Because do you know what? We want to be company for all, no matter where you happen to be on this special day.
Yeah, we've had this conversation as well, though, haven't we?
Yes,
about
we have.
Not just being here. Yes, of course, we
It's not
we,
just
we
for
have
the
to
fun
earn
and
a
games
living,
of coming into work, yeah.
It's about you out there, because we know there's so many of you that are on your own.
Yeah.
Or you don't necessarily do
we have the privilege of being invited into your front room or wherever you watch us, hospital bed, wherever it may be. So do you know what? It's a pleasure for us to be here on Christmas Day for you. It really is. We're live until 4, so whatever you've got planned between now and 4, cancel it, stay with us. Catherine in West Yorkshire, Merry Christmas, Sandra and Nigel. Just love everything, Santangle. Love from Kath Gyers. Hello to you,
hey, Kath.
We've also got to say a big hello to Becky and Tom and Lynette and Dean. I don't know where they are, but hello to you all. You have messaged in apparently or want a big hello. So there you go. Hello from us all. It's who? It's Kat, our producer's friend Becky. Well, give her a wave. There you go,
There you
Kat.
go, yes. Have to have some perks, don't you?
She works on another TV channel. There you go. Is she working Christmas Day too? Oh. Lightweight. There you go. It's like work Christmas Day, say I. Right, Sandra, back to you.
OK, so you can see here I've got my 4 shapes. And what I've done is I've lined up this particular part of the stencil with my centrepiece there. You see the point at the top? I've lined it up with that line I've drawn. So everything's kind of in the same position. Same when I come to use number 6. You see, I'm going to line it up. Again, I'm at the point there. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, put another line in. But I'm going to just freestyle it. Let's have a look. Because I can sort of gauge where that's going to be in the middle, and all I need to do is draw that piece there. So I'm going to go all the way around. This is pretty straightforward, isn't it?
But that's the thing. But I mean, I always think it is with Sanntangle.
Yes.
It's like you think when you look at the end project, you think like, oh, I can never do that.
Exactly.
But the thing is, it's like, no, you demystify everything, and that's what I love about it, Sandra.
Breaking it all down. So there's my first shape. Look, I've got my flower. Let's just bring this one in a minute. You see, so I've got this bit, and I've got this bit in. Now,
oh, look, Leslie Elf has messaged in. Merry
hey,
Christmas,
Leslie.
Sandra and Nigel. You are keeping me company today as Mr. Elf is working. Love from Leslie Elf from Santangle.
yeah, she's on her own today. So, you know, hi, Leslie. Because otherwise she would have been at our house.
No, she's not on her own.
Yeah, exactly.
We're with her.
Can I confess something, actually? Because it's... So I did say sorry to Leslie because I was making her a present for Christmas.
And
I didn't quite finish it. So she's finishing it today. So it's a collaboration
I
between
love
the
that.
two of us.
I've made you something.
Love
didn't
you,
finish
Leslie.
It. You finish it off. That's the true spirit of Christmas,
Absolutely,
right there.
yeah, I love you.
Carolyn Kent says, "Happy Christmas, Sandra and Nigel, everyone at HobbyMaker. What a Christmas present having Sandra on TV. Dinner on hold while I watch you. What? Yeah, but make sure your veg doesn't go soggy and your potatoes.
Yeah.
We don't want that. You don't want your turkey to dry out. Nobody wants a dry old bird at Christmas, do they?
I've even given you the curves to sort of get you started. So sometimes I know you can be a little bit nervous about that because you think, oh, draw a curve. It's easy for me, but I know sometimes you find it a bit tricky. So I'm going to come round, look, and put myself like a little bobble on, and then I'm going to follow the shape of that curve. Now, I can sort of sketch it in, or if you can, try and do it in one straight move. It just gives for a better finish. But sometimes I know that's a bit tricky. So see, stop and start. Stop and start. Follow it down. You see, I'm not really moving my hand, I'm moving my whole arm to give that.
But this is why it's always lovely to have you here, Sandra, because you give out little extra tips and techniques.
Exactly.
You sort of think about when you're doing it at home, you think, oh, Sandra moved this that way. So it does help everybody.
It certainly does, doesn't it?
You are so keen to share your passion of this. You know, I said 50%.
Yes.
Well, you know, next would be 60.
Yes.
Or maybe 70.
Oh.
I'm going to go for 75.
Okay.
3/4 of the stock has gone. We are 16 minutes into our first live show of Christmas Day 2024, and already we are looking at a sellout on the horizon.
Gosh.
It's going to sell out quicker than I managed to drain my first glass of Prosecco, and that's saying something.
I know, absolutely.
'Cause I was necking that quite happily.
To be fair, if I'm drawing, it does kind of stay on the side a little
If
bit.
you need sips in between, feel free.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely,
Christmas.
absolutely. So I'm using my pen here, and I'm going to draw some a little heart shape like this. You see, just next to the line there. And then I'm going to do another one. You see, I'm coming in every time from that shape. Every time. And as I get sort of further round, I'm going to start making them a bit smaller. You see, and a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller as I go all the way around. Now, of course, you can actually take your time with this. You can do all this in pencil first. It's just, of course, sometimes it's nice to see, isn't it?
You've got a message from America, Sandra. Merry Christmas to Sandra and everyone from Michigan.
Hello, you two.
I know they just said in my ear, don't interrupt Sandra, she's demoing, but I just thought Sandra would want to know there's a message from America as well.
Now, when I say you two, they know exactly who I'm talking about. It's Patty and Charlie. Hi, girls. Oh, look at this. See, little hearts. Again, I've not done anything that's really tricky here. The hearts are kind of following in, aren't they? So they're not perfect every time. They're not exactly the same. And it saves me drawing that curve again because I've kind of already drawn it in. Getting smaller, and smaller. And I do that on both sides, okay? Bringing in the next little bit then. We want kind of a leaf shape, and so I'm going to sort of come in here. Again, if you feel that you've got to do this in pencil, see, I'm going to imagine it's there, look, big curve. And then from the top end, I can do a bit of a wobble like this. See?
Amanda in Lincolnshire got a Sanntangle fountain pen for Christmas.
Did you? Oh, now I wonder what colour ink.
We will find out.
Oh.
She's hoping. She didn't say she hadn't got one as yet. Oh, she's hoping.
Oh.
If you've been on the nice list and not the naughty list, and I suspect you have, I suspect maybe you have got one for later. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Lots of people as well are using their Sanntangle elf pin badge, of course, that we had recently with Sandra, that we launched here on HobbyMaker, and you are loving that. Of course, to celebrate a certain Sanntangle elf that may be not a million miles away from us where we are today. He's always in the studio.
He is. He's got a couple of badges. He's been trying to sell them, so I've sorted him out with that. Yeah,
he's a cheeky.
He is, isn't he? See, I've drawn some little loops, so now I'm going to draw around them.
The board is full of names at the moment. Don't forget, it's business as normal as far as the Cat P&P is concerned as well. $4.95 all day long. So if you want to spend your Christmas day ordering fabulous things, maybe with some Christmas money or vouchers or whatever you've got, then of course it will all be covered under one P&P of £4.95. I will just fill up my glass whilst I fill up the inspiration from Sandra.
Well, I've drawn everything now that's within the piece as such. Everything's there. So I'm going to bring one in that I've done a little bit more work with. And I've used my fountain pen to do this.
Oh, now.
So you've actually got a little bit of sparkle.
Do we have
in
the
there.
fountain pen back with us today, Sandra?
I don't think we do, but
don't, do we?
I'll look at it for New Year's Eve.
Thanking you.
All right,
Sandra's
we'll
back
sort
New
that.
Year's Eve as well.
So you can see I've done exactly the same sort of things. I've added a little bit of extra detail in here. And I think what I wanted to do is just to sort of give a little bit of colouring to show you how to do that centrepiece.
So little friends of yours are watching, Sandra. Caitlin, Maddie and family are watching.
Oh,
Thank you
hi,
for being
girls.
amazing. We love you.
Oh, I love you too, girls.
If you do want to send a message, you can either send it via the items on the website. There's a little box where you can type your message. Or you can send some emails as well if you want to. studio@hobbymaker.co.uk is the address of your messages. If you want to send an email and attach a photo, please do. We'd like to see that too.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much.
It's lovely when people watch, isn't it?
It
Well, it's lovely
is.
when people message in to say that they watch.
For watching you, because we never know, do we? You know, we could be just here on our own. Doing
But we
our
know
own
we're
little
not, Sandra,
thing.
because that board tells a different tale.
It certainly does.
It is full of names, and rightly so.
So I'm bringing some of that colour. I've got a bit of a mixture, look, because if you got my pencils from the birthday show, they work together. So I've got my elf pink out of my black edition, and I've got my light rose, and I've got Sanntangle red. Mixing all those together.
I didn't ask you, Sandra, so I'm going to ask. It's like this particular item, because we already said like 75% of the stuff is gone. When it's gone, is it gone for the moment?
Well, for the moment, because of course we don't have anybody in the office over.
It being Christmas Day.
I've had to give them time off.
Fair play, Sandra. You're a nice boss.
I know.
So does that mean, literally, when this sells out today, there will not be any more until the next time that you can get it?
Well, the nice thing is we do have John in the green room, don't we?
Sat through there. So you could have words with John if
So
need
I
be.
could speak to John if need be, yes. We don't want anybody to miss out on
No,
Christmas,
we don't.
do we?
And the way it's going at the minute, I mean, there's a lot of people with it in their basket. Kat, are we still at 75% of the stock being gone? 80. Oh, 8, hello, you're in the studio.
Oh.
Oh, she's on the buffet trolley.
Oh, I see.
Look, you can see Kat, you're on. You're on. There you go. She's on the buffet trolley. We've got all sorts today. We've got quiches, we've got Pringles galore, we've got little croissants, we've got Scotch eggs. Sharon Curtis brought Scotch eggs in, which I am loving.
Well, we also need to say thank you to Liam, because as we all know, I'm gluten-free, and he cared enough.
Yes. And I will
to,
say, Kat as well, our producer, was very instrumental in making sure
Yes.
that people brought in enough stuff for everybody,
She
different
did.
things, and also to
She
try and
did.
cater for all
Yeah.
tastes.
You see there, look, that's a start. I've added some colour. So using a few coloured pencils, you can see it starts to come to life. And then, of course, as I start to build up, a little bit of pencil. So let's just do one. Let's bring a little bit in here and into there. You notice I'm using the background papers because it's nice to draw on white. You can see what you do, but actually having a little bit of something in the background makes a difference, and you feel a little bit like it's not a blank piece of paper anymore.
And of course I have to say it because it's Christmas Day and I can't not say it.
Yes.
Sandra is using a tortillon.
Absolutely. Being that I've got my white pencil, I can add a bit of white in the middle as well, look.
All of those extra bits and pieces that Sandra's using,
Yep.
and if we have them in stock, do check out the Sanntangle brand shop on our website. I would ask Michaela to give us the website address, but she's got a mouthful of quiche, so I'll let her off. HobbyMaker.com is the address you will find that at.
All right, I'll just do this one because, of course, there's other things we want to show. But you can see how kind of quickly it works. And using those simple shapes. And, of course, I've put some little patterns inside the bits and pieces. But the instructions show you all of those patterns and how I've done them as you sort of work you around. So if I bring in the original, here it is. There's the original. So if we look at this one, you can see how that's starting to form in the middle there. You've got these lovely sort of heart shapes coming up here. The only thing I've not got in here yet is my little bubbles in there. Now do I have my fountain pen? Oh, I do. Let me see if it's the right one. Got a couple in. So what we can do is I can come in like then and start to add some little bubbles in there. Something a bit different about drawing with a fountain pen. And it's really...
It's a touch of class, I feel,
It's
isn't
a
it?
different feel to it completely.
Sandra, obviously we went on to FreeSat recently here on HobbyMakers.
did.
So we may have new viewers that are relatively new to Sanntangle. It's one of those things I always say with you, it's like, you know, it's a party that everybody's invited to, but it genuinely is, isn't it?
It is.
People look at this and they think, I can't do it. But
Yeah.
this is something that even a beginner who has never even thought of Sanntangle
Absolutely.
before could do.
Yes. If I just bring a piece of paper in, for example, and we'll do it with a stencil. Yeah, let's have a look at this. So say, for example, here you go, I've got number 19, let's draw this. And Santangle's easier to show than it is to explain.
Yes.
So if I find a middle, there's a middle, yeah? And if I split up my section, because although that feels small, we can split it up even more. So I get halves, quarters, eighths. So at the moment, I've not done anything different to what anybody would think can't do that. So if I bring a pen in, and in each one of those little sections, pizza slices.
And they're like little quiche slices.
Yeah.
It's like when I was slicing earlier.
I'm going to come in, look, and I'm going to follow the shape, put a little bump on the top. You see? And then I'm going to come back up, follow the shape, bump on the top. Along, bump, along, bump. You see, in each section, so I know when I get to the end, I'm not going to run out. I'm not going to have to squish one of those little petals in there. You see? And then let's put a little line in. Yeah. Then I'm going to do a curve. Do a curve this way. And on the top of that curve, if I do a little shape like this, a little shape like this, like this, like this, we're drawing. Pencil. If I add some of that in the middle, and look, I'm not colouring in, I'm not trying to be neat. I would usually rub all my pencil lines out. I don't need them anymore, they're just construction. But put a little bit of pencil in there, like so. There you go. And then my tortillon.
Tortillon.
If I then soften all that off, now look how I'm holding it. I'm not holding it down here like a pencil anymore. It's coming up here, and in it goes, all the way around. You see how it's sort of moving that
It actually
pencil
takes
across
the
paper.
lead, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. Takes all that in there. See, swirls across the top. Now this is a very quick sort of example.
But it shows the possibilities in
Yes.
just a few quick seconds.
Yes. And a lot of this we did, okay, without a stencil, but you imagine when you suddenly get stencils and instructions, you're then creating more elaborate things. Hence, we actually bring this back in. You can see that there, look. With all these extra shapes. You've just drawn a curve, very, very similar. You've drawn a bubble, got little U shapes around it, and that's Sanntangle.
So it is there for everybody. Do you know what? We are getting busier and busier. Of the original stock that we have, well over 75%, 80% of the stock has now gone. You need to check out your baskets. Susan, Shirley, Moira, Julie, Sheila, Jennifer, Debbie, Danielle and Samantha, you are among a few of the many, many people that have not checked their basket. Oh, hello, this is no secco, I promise. That have not checked out their baskets as yet. Look at you all, there's loads of you there. But all of those lovely people on the left-hand side of the screen, well, they've already checked out of this auction, so they're already happy. They can celebrate back at home on Christmas Day, because we are live, in case you're thinking, oh, this must be a repeat. It's not.
No,
we are
we're here.
literally 26 minutes past 12 on Christmas Day.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Now, we've got another brand new item for you as well. Let's talk about these. These are our Delicate Delights background stencils that we have for you here. Let me just move that out a little bit. There you go. And I moved my no secco out the way as well. There you go. It's going to be a present to right through till 4 o'clock, I tell you now. There you go. Look, you can see, oh, hang on, it's the bottle that's in the way. There you go. Didn't realise that the bottle was still there, but now I do. If you want to go for this one, Sandra, why did you put these two together, my lovely?
Do you know, when we're actually doing designs, it's lovely to have that drawing. And actually, John said this to me yesterday. He was watching me inking. He wouldn't do it, but he was watching me inking.
He was
He's
watching.
Like, he said, I can't believe, he says, how you go from a white piece of paper with a drawing that looks amazing. He said, but then all of a sudden, you put this ink around. It looked great. He says, but then you put something around the edge. He says, what is that you put around? And I went, John, it's that background stencil we created. We're like, that's what you do with them. But he was saying how much different it looked with it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I mean, I've got, if you've seen it on here, you've got little hints of it within the sort of the background there. So it just looks really, really pretty.
So you can see something like this.
Just here, look, and here at this top edge.
It's just lovely.
And the leaves and, you know, how you sort of bring them in. But I want you to sort of have a look at
now,
the leaves.
a quarter of the stock has already gone on this particular item, brand new today, GU1213. You get both stencils that you are seeing there, both the foliage with the leaves and, of course, the flowers as well. But it could be so many things. It's entirely up to you. You can incorporate these shapes into other designs as well, Sandra, can't you?
You can, absolutely, yeah. And the leaves in particular, you can actually use them to create a design all of its own. So I want to kind of show you how we would do that. So I've got one of my background papers here. I've got a little bit of
if you do want the background papers, by the way, we have them on today's show as well, so we'll get the details up for you. All of these go together. I mean, Sandra's always very, very specific in making sure that all of our items will work with each other, because there's no point in having any kind of like jarring between items, is there?
No, absolutely.
You want to buy something, you think, well, that doesn't go with anything else that I've got from Sanntangle.
Well, this is it. And if you watched my tile yesterday, we did tile number 505.
Oh, wow,
Yesterday.
505.
I know. I actually did use a bit of this stencil in the background.
As a little tease.
Just as a little tease.
Nice.
They don't miss anything.
Is this
no.
exclusive again then, this
It
one?
is, yeah, it is. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm kind of building up slowly because, of course, so sometimes, you know, with it being on tally, you might get doing it a little bit rushed, but take your time with it, you know, build it up slowly. You don't want any
believe it's halfway through the first show already.
coming round.
Sanntangle time does go very quickly.
Here we go.
It really does. But, I mean, we have said this before, and I will say it again because it's always so true. It is one of the most mindful crafts I think you can have.
It is, yeah.
If you are looking for your little bubble of tranquility to go into, then Sanntangle is a gorgeous place to do that.
Yeah. Now, I apologise for this because some of it has come through because you can see it's. I've got a very juicy ink pad there, but putting a little bit of this in, and then right, okay, let's bring in my regular pen. Okay, so you can see I've got a little bit of it going on here. So if I come in there and I'm going to draw around that shape, you could use a stencil for this. I'm going to do that one. So see the bottom and the bottom, bottom and the bottom. Same with this one, look, and the bottom. And then do the same with this one. So wherever the bottom line is, that's where I'm putting my pen line. Okay. So let's do same with this one. And there.
Details for your background stencils back on the screen. GU1213.
And this one in.
And there they are.
So all these lines. So I'm going to do a little bit because this on its own you could have a little bit of fun with. It could take quite a while to sort of play with. Let's do one there, look. Okay, and then if I bring my white chalk pencil in, on the opposite sides I'm going to bring a bit of white in.
So is this kind of to create sort of like light and shade, Sandra, as it were?
It is, absolutely, yeah. We want a little bit of dimension. Stencils are great, but sometimes you want something a bit more. You want that kind of construction or that little bit of a blanket, don't you? But you want to do something else with it. So if I bring a bit of white in. There we go.
We've got a message from Rose in Worcestershire. She says, I've been very lucky to have received HobbyMaker and Sanntangle vouchers for Christmas.
Oh, excellent.
That's a winning combo. So I'm spending already on my new stencils today. That's great, isn't it? Because look, Santa bought you exactly what you needed. Now you're getting, well, a Sanntangle Christmas, which is brilliant.
Absolutely. Oh, Merry Christmas, Rose. See, where I've put my lines, I've added some pencil. And this is the beauty of it, isn't it? It's not about having lots of equipment. It's about having the basics and then just enjoying what you've got. It's just
having
nice.
the foundations to create what you like, really.
Yeah, I mean, you can bring all sorts of other things into it. You see, I've just brought inks. I mean, this is literally one ink pad and a piece of paper. Okay, here we are. See how that kind of just sort of softens it. But within the paper pads, there's lots of other ones. I want to bring one in that I've done a little bit more. You see how it started to come alive with the shadows? But look at this one. So you've got those little leaves in there. So what I've done, this one's got quite a few words in the background. So I've actually gone over, with my fountain pen, I've gone over some of the words that I want to bring out. I've really inked in my pieces there. You see that with all of those bits, and I've added some extra little bits and pieces in as well. So that could be a page in a scrapbook, you could have a photograph there of something, but having just that stencil and adding your own little bits and pieces to it really made a difference, doesn't it?
It is, it's adding those extra touches, isn't it?
That's
it goes without saying,
it was done.
We are getting so busy, Sandra. I'm
Beautiful.
not surprised. Mary Lynette in Derbyshire, Rosemary in Oxfordshire, Shelley in Michigan, lots of you have it in your baskets. Please check out so you don't miss out, because that stock is dwindling rapidly. These will complement the brand new stencil,
Yes,
the other
they
stencil
will.
that we've got for you today, of course, the delicate details, but I think they will complement anything from the Sanntangle
Well, they
range.
certainly will. I mean, looking at the next one, you can sort of have, you see the pattern here, and if I bring this in,
There's coronation, isn't there?
Absolutely. So if I just do a little bit of inking in that area as well, just so you can kind of see it. So you could, again, like I've just done with the leaves, you could bring some of this in and you could add some extra details into it, or you could just shade around it. You've got lots of different sizes in there as well, so it works really nicely. There you go, look.
Gorgeous.
So we could bring in, again, like a little bit of pencil, just into some of the areas. Again, like I'm picking the bottom bits on each one. So if I soften that out. So again, you're going from having something that you could use just as a background that sort of sits in there, or you can actually bring it to the foreground as a little bit of a feature. Look at that.
But again, it's using that stencil in its basic form, if you like, but
absolutely.
giving it that extra
Just giving it a little bit of an extra
touch.
to it. So absolutely use it as a background, but also remember that you can use it as a foreground and have it as something that you can build onto.
Flying, Sandra, goes without saying, quite frankly. If you are just joining us, good afternoon. We are live here on HobbyMaker. It's Christmas Day, ho, 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 HobbyMaker, and we are live right the way through until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let's show you some returning favourites from Sandra.
Oh, yes.
At, I'm going to say right now, lowest prices. It's like Sandra said, if we're going to do it on Christmas Day, well, let's get them at the lowest prices we can possibly do it. This is what we're talking about. This is your follow your dreams to begin with. The classic dream catcher, Sandra.
Do you know, this is absolutely divine. When you look at the stencil, you're like, how on earth does that happen?
Yes, I did wonder.
It does. It just does. Again, a lovely sort of an A4 piece. But if you want to, you can take the dream catcher out of it and you can draw just the flowers. You can draw a single rose. You could use the feathers on their own. Oh, feathers. When you look at them, you think, how easy are these to draw? I'll demo in a minute.
Let's show some samples as well, because as Sandra mentioned earlier with Santangle, as long as you are making something, whether it be for charity or to fund your own crafty habit, for craft fairs, whatever it may be, you are perfectly entitled to make something. $21.99 should be the price, but shoulda, woulda, coulda for our Sandra at Christmas. When she said lowest price ever, she meant it. Look at this, $12.99 is your price on that one if you'd like to go for it. Sandra, I don't even know how you do these things, but I'm not going to ask when it comes to prices. I'm just going to celebrate the fact that that is virtually half price. Well, John's in the green room, so
He'll not be listening.
Well, I think we did. Oh, apparently he's got his headphones in, so he's not bothered.
He's sick of hearing me anyway. He doesn't listen to
What will he be listening to? Is it going to be Christmas tunes he's listening
no.
to? Podcast?
I have no idea.
No idea.
It's best that we don't ask.
Yeah, probably. Leave him be.
Leave him on his own.
He's going to have a lot of packing to do with these orders coming in, let me tell you. $12.99 is your price on that one. Lowest price ever. Malcolm, Marilyn, Mandy, Christine, Jill. You're all coming through for that. If you want to go for this one, $12.99 is your price. YA1262 is your item code there. Is that a starting project or any level of expertise?
Oh, yes. Let me explain. Looking at the first page, you've got the picture and you've got some variations of what you can create with just this stencil. Here, I've given you a pattern guide. So this is all the patterns that I've used within that. And again, the feather ones, these are the patterns. So you've got little zigzags, you've got swirly swirlies, you've got little square shapes. So everything you need pattern-wise is there. And then it comes to drawing the dream catcher, and it shows you literally step by step how to do it. So there are a lot of elements on this. So as you can see, as we work our way along, I'm building it up, building it up. See, here's the feathers, look, how it's put together, putting the beads in, how we add the extras, bringing it along, how to even bring in the patterns. You see for the rose there, giving you a little bit of an insight there, how to put your little extra bits on your ribbons, all the way into how to then it looks together. And again, there's some more little samples there of what you can do. So what shall I do? Shall I do a feather or shall I do the rose? What do you think?
It's ladies' choice, because it's you're here on Christmas Day, whatever you fancy.
When we look at feathers, they look tricky, don't they?
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can get through both. So here's my feather, and you think, right, okay. So if I draw around this, now of course I'm going to just sort of do a single feather, but you see how it works, and you could do them all. And then in the bits in the middle, I'm going to draw those in as well. The lines around the outside, I'm going to simply put in a single line like this. There you go. Okay, that gives me that kind of a shape, which looks like a feather in its own to start with. So let's bring in, I'm going to bring in, I'm going to use an 05 so I can make it clear what we're going to be drawing. So if we look at this bit here, so what I'm going to do, so I'm going to join that to that and bring it out a little bit. There you go. join that to that. So see a little bit of a kink at the top there, and there's my feather. I could have even put a little bubble around that to create a bead, but we're just doing the feather. So let's have a look at this then. So here I'm going to draw this bit around here, and then see where I've got this line. I'm going to bring that line in, and I'm going to join it so I've got the first section. Then I'm going to come in with the next one. So what I'm actually doing is I'm following those lines, following the sides. See, I can put another one in there. Follow into this one here, into this one here. And each time that you create this, you're going to get a slightly different feather shape. But you can see that as I'm creating these lines, I'm actually creating the sections on that feather. So I'm in charge. I'm the one that's deciding where things are going to go, what's going to happen. So if I, I probably haven't got a rubber with me. No. But if I was to rub that out, you can see how that kind of works.
This is from Bobby. She says, messaging in, especially to say Merry Christmas. Oh, is it our Bobby that's on cameras? No, the lovely Bobby. Fabulous. Messaging in, especially to say Merry Christmas to the lovely Nigel and Sandra and the wonderful crew. Kat, Dan and Michaela. Love to you all from Bobby. Happy Christmas, Bobby. Love from the team. There you go. Happy Christmas.
See, even when they're not here, they're here, aren't they?
Say again?
Even when they're not here, they're here.
You know, this is the thing, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so true, though. I mean, HobbyMaker is very much a family, but you know what? It's an extended family with you lovely people out there as well, and that's the great thing. Everybody's been messaging in, like Ellie messaged in earlier, saying have a great show. Well, I think she was still in the pub from Christmas Eve, to be honest. I don't think she's gone home yet, to be honest, but she will be here tomorrow.
Will she?
She's in on Boxing Day, so we shall see. She's got the early tomorrow, so we shall see what happens.
Yeah. Yes. Right, rose. At the moment, it looks like a rose. It's a stencil, that's fine. But sometimes you don't want it to look like a stencil. You want it to look like a rose. So let's have a go. You see where I've got this gap here? I'm going to join it. Let's draw that in. And then this one into there. And then this one into there. So what I'm actually doing is I'm following around the shape, but I'm sort of kind of extending the lines so they all join. Now, whether you start in the middle, whether you start on the outside, doesn't really matter. See, I could start in the middle. And then each line that I'm following round, I join. And as I'm joining them round, rather than it becoming, a stencil, so people go, oh no, I see how you've done that, you've stenciled through it, it suddenly becomes a full-blown rose. There we go. Yeah, of course you take your time a little bit, but you could see from there. Now, once I rubbed out those lines, you've got your own rose.
It's just
doesn't
gorgeous
look
the way
like
that
a
things
stencil
build
anymore.
up. Sandra, I'm aware that time is marching
Yes,
on.
we've got lots to do.
If people want to go for that one,
$12.99.
It's the lowest price ever on that one.
Yes, I think it is. Yes.
Should we continue that theme?
Let's do it.
Time for a brew. We may be on the no secco today, but there's always time for a cup of tea, let it be said, or a coffee, or whatever you fancy, quite frankly. This is the Sanntangle Time for Tea collection. Sandra, I love this. There is nothing more British than a cup of tea.
This is the thing, isn't it?
And let's be very happy that we have a teapot in there as well.
We do have a teapot, and of course, if you're into your Locket Lane, there's a little hint to Locket Lane as well, because there's a teapot that is part of it there on the back. And of course, don't just think you've got to draw what's in the instructions. You could come up with your own designs, which my lovely team have done, and you could create all sorts of things.
Now again, $12.99, is that the lowest price ever?
It is,
It is, Sandra, thank you very much. Imagine if you
is.
said no, then I'd be like, actually,
No,
it
it
is.
isn't. Is it?
1258 is your item code on that one if you would like to go for it. Sandra, take us through.
Okay, there's quite a few different bits and pieces in here to get you started. And of course, teapots, cups, that kind of thing are very sort of much in the craft industry anyway. So here's our teapot with our flowers, our teacups, but we've got a travel mug here. So this is something a little bit unusual. And then, of course, you've got your Locket Lane house. And if I actually look at the instructions, it tells us the number.
You say it's unusual, but I think it's relevant to everybody.
Of course it is.
That's what I love
Absolutely.
about it, but it's done in a different way.
It certainly is. So it shows you how you could put things together. There's your stencil. And as we go along, look, tea, liquid wisdom.
Oh, it's so true.
So we've got all the instructions again, showing you the patterns, how we create them, and how we put different things together. Look, 34A, Locket Lane. Yeah, it's all, and they've all got sort of information of who they are and what they are.
Again, everything marries together, doesn't it?
Everything goes together, yes. So let's have a look at our stencil. It's, yeah, here's our teapots. You can sort of see what they are, but again, in typical Sanntangle style, I've not given you a full kind of outline. You've got to sort of turn it into your own little version. So let's have a look at this. If I draw this one, of course you can have it either way round. You could have it without the lid on the top. Gives you the information you need to get the proportions.
Lots of people going for this. We'll get some names up on the board for this one. $12.99 is your price for this. Who's spilling the tea with us this afternoon? Nicholas, Sarah, Elizabeth, Susan, Lynn, Catherine, Diane, Marilyn, Carol, Bethan. Welcome to you all, and thanks for joining us here on Christmas Day. Thanks. I know we're sharing our Christmas Day with you, but you're sharing it with us as well. So it's a two-way street. So thank you so much indeed.
Yes. So I've extended some of the lines. So I'm creating my own little variation of teapot now. Bring that in there, see if I wanted to. And I'm going to put a little bit of a curve in there for the spout. This is in the instructions, so please don't think, oh, she's just sketching away. It's in there. It shows you how to do it. So let's bring in some of these little shapes. And again, let's bring in this one. And in the middle, I'm going to use this. I'm going to bring a pen in so you can see what I'm doing here. All right. Because
you have been using your mechanical pencil, which
I
we will be highlighting before the end of the show because it is back with us today.
I have. Do you know, I know a lot of you have brought these. Thank you so much for the reviews and for all the nice things you've been saying about them. But
what, the mechanical pencil?
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's one of the best pencils I've ever had in my hand. It's fabulous.
It's the feel of it. And I know we've had the conversation about this with a few tanglers as well. The weight of it, you've got that balance. And it just feels right.
Do you know what?
Here.
Let's bring those details in.
Let's do it. I'm going to draw some petals in here so you could,
if you want to go for the mechanical pencil, $29.99 is your prize. Well, it should be. It comes with its own fabulous little case and it's got some extra lead in there as well. So you can see, look, how cool is that? It looks touchy posh, doesn't it?
It is, yes.
It's a TOP touch posh. That's what that is. $24.99 is your price on that one if you'd like to go for it, down from $29.99. If you didn't get what you want for Christmas, or you've got a HobbyMaker gift card or a Sanntangle gift card, and you are thinking, yeah, I'd like that, that is such a good gift to yourself, because as we go into 2025, that is going to come in so handy time and time again. And with all of those extra refills for you there, the extra leads, you are going to be using that and use it well. It should get you through 2025, I think, shouldn't it? Easily.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course, we always need extras, don't we? You can actually get standard lead sizes. I say lead, you mean graphite, you know what I mean?
Graphite, sorry, yes.
You can get the standard sizes. It tells you at the top of the pen what size it is, so you don't have to remember. It's at 0.5. So if you went onto any website that had got replacement leads, you could go for the 0.5, you know they'd fit. So that's fine. Look at this. Now, something I've actually got in my...
You were very happy then, weren't you,
Sandra? I know, love that, look at that.
The glee in your voice.
Look, I've actually cut a piece of rubber off because
well done.
I do like to carry it, you know, so my pencil sits in there, my lead sits in there.
And you've got a bit of a razor in there. That's very handy,
so
very practical.
I do get scolded now and again. They're like, why are you using such a tatty little rubber? But honestly, using a small section...
Because it's your tatty little bit of rubber.
You can get into all those little bits and pieces. Look at that, we've got a flower.
And also, if you had a wacky great big rubber, you wouldn't be able to get it in your pencil tube.
No, absolutely. So it's always nice to have a little bit, isn't it? Yeah. So you can see how we've kind of done that flower. And I just want to show you, looking at the little patterns here. So I've got like a little flower here, some little leaves going on. So rather than follow my instructions, you could say, right, I've done that one. I'm happy with one. But I want to put some leaves in, so let's pick a few of these. Here we go, a couple of lines, come into a point, and then here it's a little bit of a wobble, and a little bit of a wobble. Let's do another one, another one, and another one. So that's one pattern in there. Let's put a few of those. They're almost like little, I don't know, little rose hips maybe. Let's have it going on.
Yeah, I just think watching this, Sandra, for me, this is like classic Sanntangle in action. If you are new to Sanntangle, or if you've been with Sandra since the beginning of this glorious journey, which was when? When did that start?
Oh, well, we just had our 5th birthday.
Okay, so 5 years we have been Sanntangling, and do you know what? This for me is like, you know, right back at the beginning we were doing this, and here in 2024, 5 years on, it is still as good as it ever was, and it continues to be.
Oh, absolutely. And there's so many different things that you can start to kind of create with it. And you know, everybody out there, they come up with their own variations as well, and it's just lovely to see all these different things. When we're working with very basic lines, I mean, look at this, how this is growing. And all I'm doing here, look, is I'm following these 4 little pieces. I'm not doing anything else crazy. I mean, look at that little shape there. You've got these lovely leaves going on. And then, of course, once you've done, you can bring your teapot back in. So you can see how that sort of kind of works its way around. Maybe you want to bring a little bit of a flourish into your teapot as well. Before you know it, there's your little piece. And you know, I find as well with cards, things like that, once you've actually drawn something, somebody's far more likely to keep your card or keep the front and frame it, you know. So you must always sign your work. And there you go. So there's my teapot. Wants a little bit of sort of table there. There it is.
It's glorious, it really is. That's time for tea, $12.99 your price there. Can we move on to musical strings?
Oh, gosh,
This is another one. Guess where we're going to go with this? Yep, the lowest price ever. This is musical strings that you've got here. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, it really is. Because, you know, cellos and violins and violas and harps, all of that kind of musical section of the musical world is covered in here. This was launched in 2023. It sold out in a quarter of an hour. 15 minutes, this sold out, literally. So good to have this back. The normal price should be $19.99. It is down to $12.99. Music and Santangle are a passion of Sandra, so this really is a combination of the two, isn't it?
It is, yes. I do own my own guitar. My son's got quite a few.
Oh, you should have brought it in, Sandra. We could have had like a little Christmas sing-along.
I don't play the harp or the cello, but I do play piano and I do play saxophone.
Do you know, I've said this before, we need a HobbyMaker band. You, Pete from Sizzix,
Yes.
Sheila Halliwell, you
Yeah.
all play instruments.
Yeah.
Let's get you all together
Sure,
and
that'd be
do
great,
a
wouldn't it?
HobbyMaker tune.
Yeah, it'd be quite noisy.
That way, who cares?
Who cares?
It would be a glorious noise, quite frankly. Sandra, this one, I mean, you've got a lot of scope here
Yeah,
from
that's,
these stencils to do all of this.
That's what you can do with that stencil. And when you think it's a small stencil,
Yes.
it's only a little stencil.
It's
There it
amazing,
is.
isn't it? I mean,
That's it. All that.
Let me,
That does.
That does all of that, Susan,
That
isn't it?
does all of that. Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
incredible.
So, of course, you've got your bass guitar, you've got your acoustic, you've got your cello, or if you want to make it viola, even bigger if you want to go double bass, if you've got your harp, and then you've got your treble clef. So you've got a little bit of everything mixed in that you can do what you want to do with it.
Busy for this one. Hazel, Veronica, Linda, Mandy, Marilyn, Samantha, Elaine, Sheila, Bethel and Sandra. Well done to you all. Congratulations. If you have forgotten anybody's Christmas gifts, or if you suddenly thought, you know what, I'd like a little bit of extra HobbyMaker money myself, you can still buy our HobbyMaker gift cards if you want to. You load money onto them, you can choose how much money you put on there and stuff. You can do it all online. It will be emailed to you pretty instantaneously, because don't forget our call centre and everything is still working here on Christmas Day. Or if you want to sort of plan it, maybe somebody's got those birthdays that are coming up. It's my friend my friend James's birthday yesterday. Obviously, it's Pete Hughes' birthday today. Paola, that was in recently, a lovely crafter, it's her birthday today. My friend Nush, it's her birthday tomorrow. Lots of people have birthdays around this period that I think sometimes get a little bit overlooked. So maybe if you want to send a little crafty gift to somebody for their birthday coming up, you can select the days. If they've got a birthday on, you know, whatever, 5th of January or whatever, and you can also pick the time that it's delivered to them. So literally, if you want it to arrive on midnight on their birthday, or you know, during their coffee break at work on their birthday, then you can do. Head to the website. Michaela, have you swallowed your quiche? All the W's what?
HobbyMaker.com.
Yes, she has. Hurrah, hobbymaker.com. Also, I've got to say thank you to Julie, lovely guest Julie, who works upstairs, for giving me this. She said, wear it on Christmas Day. I said, not half. I love it. It's fabulous.
True, yeah.
I've never had a rainbow Santa hat before. I'm loving it.
I've got a winter birthday.
You have? When's your birthday?
Monday.
Oh, hello. Why did we not know this?
It's Monday.
Why did we not know
You don't
this?
need to know all these things.
Why did Dobby not tell us, quite frankly? He's there at the back in the wreath.
Yeah,
There he is.
Because Dobby's older than me, that's what it is.
Dobby's older than everybody.
Oh, what would you like me to draw out of this? What do you fancy?
Harp.
Harp, okay. Here
Is
we go,
that
look,
right?
it just so happens. Drawing the harp. Now, the first little bit, look, it shows the crown, the column, and the base.
Okay.
So it's even giving you a little bit of information, just how you sort of start that. And it sort of says, draw a vertical line to the left of your piece. So here we go, vertical line. So that's my first step, more or less. It says that's where the main harp's going to sit. Draw the column first, shape 10, then the base shape 9, and then the top of the shape 8. Okay, so here we go. following the instructions. First, shape 10. So let's have a look. Shape 10. There it is. Let's put that in.
See, again, everything is so step by step. It's so intuitive. It's so easy.
Yeah. The base, shape 9. So we've got, let's have a look. Shape 9, the base. Let's put that there. Now, looking at my picture, it shows kind of further down because I've got to curve it slightly. So let's put the base in, and then it says the base shape 9, and then the top shape 8. So here we go. So I'm going to put kind of a rectangle on the top of that.
Does John play any instruments?
He does, yes.
What's he play?
He plays keyboard.
Oh, nice.
Go on, ask me who taught John to play keyboard.
Who taught John to play keyboard?
I taught John. I was his teacher.
Is that how you met?
Yeah.
Is that how love happened?
That's how we met. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He used to come for lessons.
Do you know how lovely is that? Literally tickled the keys of romance.
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
So yeah, and he plays saxophone, and we have played in a band together. So
Honestly, the things you don't know about Sandra Rushton that we live and learn as we go along.
I know.
That's
How crazy
so
is this?
lovely.
Yeah.
What a lovely thing though. How did you meet? Well, I was teaching him to play piano.
Yeah.
Well, I bet he was very pleased he booked up for those lessons.
Absolutely, yeah. To be honest, I mean...
How many lessons in did you fall in love?
I don't know. It's 25 years ago. But to be honest, he actually... He was one of the... so long ago.
Who said romance is dead? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He used to work at the Port Merion along the road from us, and he came in for a lesson, and the guy that actually...
What's the Port Merion? Is that like a pub?
It's pottery industry. Port Merion Pottery?
Oh, I see. Yeah. So I know Port Merion the place, but I didn't realise...
Yeah, no, Port Merion the pottery in Stoke-on-Trent.
I love that. I assumed it was a pub, sorry.
No, so yeah, he came in for lessons, and the guy that actually owns the place where I was teaching there, he said, I've got somebody coming in for lessons today. I was like, yeah, whatever. He used to have all the business people, you know, and he actually took John for a trial lesson, you know, as he used to get like a free lesson. And he came out afterwards, and he sort of sat down. This is the boss, and it's like, "What's the matter? Everything will go all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back." I said, "Oh, that's really good." He went, "You can have him."
Oh, right, fair play.
So I was like, "Oh, thanks." So yeah, that's.
Do you remember that moment of seeing John for the first time there?
Yeah, he looked. He kind of got a suit on. He's never wore a tie in his life, I don't think. But he got a suit on, and he looked very smart, very business-like. But you know, as soon as you sort of you get into the let's do some teaching, he's very dry sense of humour, and we used to just laugh all the time. It was just really good. I always said that.
I think laughter is the way to a person's heart. I've always said that. Merry Christmas both, and all of our hobby makers from Andy, Lowen and Dallas, gorgeous people. Andy, Lowen and Dallas, all the love coming to you guys as well. Obviously, Mr. Andy Love, we are talking about the gorgeous Lowen and their fabulous pooch Dallas as well. Happy Christmas, one and all. Need to see you, Lowen, very, very soon. It's got to be done.
Yeah, better be on our best behaviour. I mean, look, I've put the shape in. I've got the...
Oh, you don't need to be on best behaviour for Andy. It's nearly 1 o'clock. He'll be sozzled by now.
Will he?
He'll have had a sherry or two by now, surely. Or a whiskey, I suspect. He's a whiskey boy,
isn't
he?
Yes.
Obviously, hashtag drink responsibly, but yes, Andy Love is a whiskey boy.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Yeah, a little bit of a curve there, look. So that sits on there. See, at the moment, look, I've not put these extra bits in here, and I've got sort of double lines, so let's do that. Now, because this is supposed to be round, we want to curve it, like so. So even sort of kind of following the picture. See, I'm not reading it. Little line along here. So again, you see sort of a little bit of it. Do it all in pencil, and then you can change it as you need to.
How has this hour gone so quickly?
It just does, doesn't it?
It really
just
has.
Does. And before you know it, you've got this kind of... I mean, you've already got the basic shape there, look. So if we turn the page, it talks about then putting your strings in, your soundboard, you've got your extra curls. So we know there's going to be strings there. So let's extend these little curls as it shows. See, we have a little one there, look. They're like little commas. And this is what gives it that little bit of a hint of, you know, extra design.
Well, I think it needs extra. It needs flamboyance, a harp, I feel, doesn't it?
It does.
It's a very kind of like grandiose instrument, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. So you see how that kind of works its way down there. And of course you would have your strings in. I'll put a few in. So in terms of putting these in, they're going to be a bit closer together, these are. So, you know, but I'm going to come into this section here, look, just part way. So it looks like they're joined. Keep them vertical.
Now, Sandra, we are about to disappear, but you are back at 2 o'clock, which is wonderful. I'm going to ask Kat, producer Kat, is the stuff... No, it's not on the website. Of course it's not. I thought I'd ask.
Oh, wait till you see it.
It's glorious. We've got brand new items coming your way at 2 o'clock with the lovely Sandra. So go and have a look. You can't even pre-order them, so you can't. But you need to be here at 2 o'clock. But you're going to stay here anyway, because Sharon Curtis is up after the break. And she has got some fantastic items for you at Christmas prices. It wasn't just little baby Jesus that was born on Christmas Day. It was Sizzix here at HobbyMaker. Last year we announced that Sizzix were coming to HobbyMaker on Christmas Day. So to celebrate that birthday and to celebrate the fact that Sharon Curtis is ace, she's coming up with some brilliant deals after the break. Epic, they are called. They really are. So we will see you then. Keep it here on HobbyMaker. We are live just for you. Happy Christmas, one and all.
I'm really happy that I'm going to be joining you this year on Christmas Day. I've got 2 Sizzix shows and we're going to be bringing you a really nice mix of things. We've got the scoreboard and trimmer, which I know lots of you might have on your wish list for a little Christmas prezi. We've got some sort of everyday essentials, I'll call them. We've got some nesting dies, things like that. We've got some really nice embossing folders, and we've even snuck in a few Christmas dies in case you want to get ahead for next year. So I hope you can join me on Christmas Day for my Sizzix shows.
Hi there everyone, Nigel here, wishing you the happiest of Christmases. I hope you have a great festive season, whatever you are up to, whether you're spending it with friends, family, or maybe on your own. Whatever you do, have a fabulous one, and make sure you get a little bit of craft in here and there, of course. And I will see you here on Ho 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 HobbyMaker.
Want to know what's going on in the next show? Then head over to our website. Click on the TV guide. This will tell you who's presenting, which guest we have joining us, along with what's going on in each hour. If you ever miss a show, you can catch up by clicking on the day you missed and then click Watch This Show. You can also view what product was on and if it's still available to buy. Catch up on HobbyMaker.
At HobbyMaker, we are proud to collaborate with the best brands and suppliers in the industry, bringing you top quality products and innovative designs. Whether you're a crafting enthusiast or starting out, we provide everything you need to fuel your creativity. HobbyMaker, let's get crafting.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time with your friends and family and a great new year as well. I know Crafters Companion have got lots planned for the new year, so I hope you'll join us and have a wonderful Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas everyone from me, Sharon, and all of the team at Sizzix. 2024 has been a lovely year for us. It was our first year on HobbyMaker and we have had such a fantastic time. I can't wait for 2025. We've got some really cool things coming up next year for you. Lots of inspiration, some new designers, all sorts of amazing stuff. So I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, I wish you a really happy Christmas and I hope you have a lovely relaxing break, and I'll see you in the new year.
Good afternoon. We are back in stock and we are live on this Christmas Day. My name is Nigel May. It's a pleasure to be with you on Christmas Day. Happy Christmas, one and all. And Sharon Curtis, raise your glass, lovely lady. Happy
Merry
Christmas to you and thanks
Happy
for
Christmas,
coming
everyone.
in.
No problem.
How are you?
Can't keep me out this place, can you?
Well, it's it. No, we can't. Right before we change the lock, she's going nowhere. But also, can I just say, it just seems perfect that you are here today because a year ago today, here on HobbyMaker, on Christmas Day, what was announced?
Yes, it was the announcement with Pete, Jess and I stood in front of a Christmas tree announcing that we were coming to HobbyMaker.
Yeah, Sizzix were coming to HobbyMaker, and you have been here a year now.
So it's a year,
and there have been many fabulous items that Sizzix have bought us over the last year. And we've got some returning favourites on this show. The deals that you have given us, I would say, are some of the best that we've ever had here on HobbyMaker,
Very
which is brilliant.
much so.
And there is one item, namely this, that I think you will be very interested in this hour. It is the Sizzix scoring board and trimmer. Now, before we reveal the details of this, let's do a little story. Once upon a time, three little men from HobbyMaker, I would say three wise men at Christmas, but I'm not sure that counts. Three little men from HobbyMaker went over to a craft fair in Frankfurt.
Yes, the trade
That's
show.
obviously Liam, Scott and Andy, of course. They're not little men, but you know what I mean. And then they went off to Frankfurt and they came back and they said, oh, we've got this fabulous item from Sizzix that we want to put on the show, which was this. Now, this item was an award winner.
It was. It
An
won.
award-winning item. What did it win, Sharon?
It won Tool of the Year at Frankfurt.
Tool of the Year.
Which is a big achievement because if you think, you know, across the craft industry worldwide, how many amazing products are brought out in a year. So to be the winner is pretty cool.
Look, you are the winner there, and you can see
There
also,
it
can I
is.
give a big shout out to third
Yes.
place? We are Makers, American Crafts, the jewellery press, which we sell
which-
here as well.
and was just on the other day actually.
That's so cool, isn't it? I love it. Sharon's grabbed her no secco. She's very happy. Look, it was a winner because this scoring and cutting board is full of exciting functions, packaged in an elegant design, and makes it easy to make individual creations. In addition to the detailed instruction booklet, Sizzix also offers the online generator for box and envelope sizes for this making tool, which the jury found very helpful. The jury voted for it, and do you know what? You will as well. So, we launched this back at the start of the year, then after Frankfurt. What happened, Sharon?
Sold out.
Sold out. Then we had it back in August, later in the year. What happened, Sharon?
Sold out.
Sold out. Then we had it back in a blink and you will miss it moment for a manager special in November. Since then, we have not been able to have it on.
No.
We have never ever done the deal that we have done before because also on top of the trimmer and the board today, see the little green box down at the front there? Not that one, the one alongside it. The one alongside it, that's it. We are giving that in this mix today as well. That's what you can build, that previous box.
Yes, you've got
these
two
are
replacements.
your blades. So this bundle we have never done before, Sharon.
No, you get a blade with the tool and then you've got two extras. They will last you quite a long while. Obviously, it depends how much you use your trimmer, but they do last a good while.
In a couple of sentences, Sharon, tell me why this particular trimmer and scoring board is the one that you choose to use.
I choose to use it because it's got everything in one board. And what I love, you know, we all know what a genius Pete Hughes is. He was heavily involved.
Happy birthday, Pete.
Yes, happy birthday, Pete.
It's his
It's his
birthday. If you're
birthday
watching, Pete, we would love to know what you're up to on your birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. The genius Pete was heavily involved in the sort of concept of this and what to put on it actually, because if you think about it, lots of companies have already got scoreboards.
Yes.
They've already got trimmers. So Sizzix wanted to come up with something different and they wanted to make sure it had everything you need on it, but not tons of stuff, because there's nothing more overwhelming than having a tool that's got so many different bits and bobs on it, you never use half of it. So this is going to enable you to make boxes, envelopes, bunting, all with one tool. It's been very cleverly designed to work both with centimetres and inches, which I love because as crafters, we very much go between the two, don't we? And it's just really versatile. It's also very easy to use. And the fact that there's an online generator, if you're a bit like me and hopeless with maths, you don't even have to work out the measurements.
But that's the joy of this, isn't it? Now, we have got a great price coming your way. We are keeping you on tenterhooks, I know. But we've shopped around as well to look at other places and the prices that they have. Because obviously it is available elsewhere. Sizzix's website is a glorious place. But let's have a look at the price that they have on Sizzix. $57.99. Look, that's what this award-winning product should be. Recommended retail value, $57.99. It's there on the Sizzix website. You can get it right now, but please don't. because you will want to get it here when we reveal all in a moment. We've got it somewhere else as well. Look at this. This is Budley Crafts. They've got it for $57.99, as they should. Recommended retail price. That's not bad, is it not? No, worth every penny, but we're going to get it down a little bit more. Finally, we've got another very popular website. You will recognise the name here. They've had a little bit of a cheeky deal going on. $46.39 is your price on that one, but no blade included. So, wouldn't it be good if we can have a price that is lower than that and we've got the blade included? Well, we know we've got the blade included, but what price are we at? Let's get some names on the board for this, because I'll tell you what, it is a phenomenal deal. TEXC37 is your item code on this one. If you want to refresh your craft room and hence refresh your crafting brain for 2025 for the new year, Sharon, this is a great one to do that, isn't it?
It really is. It's going to cover you for so many different things. The other thing is it's quite compact. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It comes in a really handy box that you're going to keep, actually, because it's got a proper handle on it and everything. And it's, how easy is it to make your own envelopes? It's such a useful thing.
Now, people are coming through already. Now, Sharon, because you have come in on Christmas Day, I feel... well, first off, let's go to the price that we should be at, right? Okay, so we know that we should be $57.99 for the tool, and then we should be $8.99 for the blade. So that should be $66.98, but it's not going to be, let me tell you. So, Sharon, because it's Christmas Day and you come in today, our gift to you, well, Director Dan's going to whip out the biggest thing that he's got. Boom, look at that. Are you happy with that?
I'm very happy with that.
And you didn't even have to unwrap it.
I didn't.
How lovely, it came unwrapped. So, a minute clock. Michaela, what do we say? The bigger the clock?
The bigger the drop.
The bigger the drop. So we know that we are going to have a brilliant drop on this one. There is so much support from Sizzix, and you are going to get a little masterclass from this fabulous lady.
Yes.
You thought SC at Christmas for Santa Claus. No, it's Sharon Curtis. It's Sharon Curtis, let it be said. She's going to be giving us a masterclass on this one.
Yes.
Producer Kat, can you remind me, what was the lowest price on this website? $46.39. So there it is. So we're hoping that this is going to go down below that, because otherwise it would look a little bit strange.
Otherwise, we shouldn't have shown you that.
Well, yes, exactly. Otherwise, we'd have hidden that away. But we are going to go down to a price lower than that. We know that. Also, we know that you are getting a blade included for no extra pennies in this deal,
two
which
blades.
is $8.98. It's two blades,
Two
Sharon.
blades.
I'm sorry, so 3 in total.
Red.
Right, here we go, Sharon. Let's have a look where we are going. So, our price needs to be below 46. We're at $44.99. Thank you very much indeed for an award-winning product that's not been with us here on HobbyMaker for more than the blink of an eye back in November, but it's not really been on fully since about August, and it was launched back at the beginning of the year. So it sold out at the beginning of the year, then it sold out in August. We had it back in November for a quick manager's deal that literally not many people got to get their hands on, because it was literally a blink and you miss it deal. And now we've got it back, but now we have it back for Christmas Day at this super... Okay, that's taken me by surprise, because I didn't know that was coming.
No, nor did I.
It's those sneaky things they're not telling me again. Okay, so $44.99 was your price. Kay in Leicestershire, you're in. You were happy to pay that, but don't worry, you always pay the lowest price here at HobbyMaker. You will never pay a penny more than the lowest price. So if we drop this down to whatever it's going to be, that's the price you will pay, even if you've already checked out your basket before that price dropped. Ruth in Norfolk, Kay in Leicestershire, brand new crafters coming in. Melanie in Denbighshire, you know that this is a great deal. Sizzix have a legacy of producing great tools. Let's remember, I mean, Sizzix produced, did they not, the first die cutting and embossing
First die cutting machine, yeah. Sizzix, for me, are...
simply the best.
They are. You know, they've been around since the beginning.
That was my Christmas karaoke
that
for
was
you
very
there.
good. Sizzix have been around since the beginning of crafting, basically, and they very much pride themselves on their machines and their tools. So
Okay,
this is no
let's
exception.
have a look, and then we'll have a look around the machine. Let's
Yes.
have a look at the price itself. It goes from
Oh.
$39.99. That is your price. I've had it confirmed. $39.99 is your price. Sharon,
Fabulous.
take us through what we've got then here. So show us around the actual unit itself. What do you want to do on the
Shall I
overhead
do
over
it
there?
on mine? I'm
gonna send
taking
you
my
away.
No Secco with me.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to remind you how to order. The blades at $8.99. The actual unit itself should be what we said, $57.99. So that should be what, 60 odd quid. We took it down to like $44.99, which is the lowest price we can find anywhere. And then we've shaved an extra bit off as well. You can order via the phone lines, via via the app or via the website. It's entirely up to you. If you take the cost of the blades off this deal, it means that you're only paying, what, $31.99 for the actual trimmer and scoreboard itself. But is it worth it? Let's find out from SC at Christmas. It's not Santa, it's Sharon Curtis.
So let's talk around what you get and what help you get as well, because there's a lot of support for this product. So the first thing that's going to come in the box is obviously your scoreboard and trimmer. You're also going to get a matrix for your envelopes. Now this is going to really easily let you work out what size paper to cut and where to score to make your envelopes.
I would take a photo of that just in case you lose it.
Yes.
Don't lose it.
Well, it's all on the website anyway.
Oh, you are good.
So on one side it's centimetres, the other side is inches. And all you're going to do is look at the size of your card basically. So say your card was 10 by 10 and then you would just follow that line up. And these will tell you, first of all, what size to cut your cardstock and then where to start scoring. It tells you that at the top as well. But don't worry, because if you're like me and even this makes your brain go a bit, oh, no.
Too many numbers.
Too many numbers, I can't deal with this. On the Sizzix website, if you go to the Sizzix website, there is a scoreboard and trimmer hub. If you go to that, there's first of all a really helpful video from our Pete, showing you all of what I'm going to show you today. There's also an online generator, and all you do in the generator is type in the measurements of either your card that you want to make an envelope for, or also there's a box generator. You just type the measurements in there and then it tells you how big to cut your card and then where to score it.
So you can't go wrong, Sharon.
You can't go wrong even if you're like me and very, very averse to anything to do with maths. So that's really helpful. You do also get an instruction book in with it, which shows you everything. So it explains what all the things are, how it all works. So there's lots of support. Personally, I would just go and watch Pete's video because that's, for me, anything with instructions I don't really read, but it is all here. So you've got it all in the box.
You've given options for the people that like instructions and also people like Sharon.
Exactly, we've covered everyone because I know some people like to pore over the instructions and learn it that way. So yeah, whichever way suits you. So let's talk about what's on the tool. Now the first thing to talk about is the different functions. So you've got your scoreboard. Now mine's in centimetres. If I want to work in inches, this slides out, which is always quite tricky to do without moving it on the counter. It just slides out and you flip it over. It's really hard to do when you're trying to keep in shot.
You do what you need to do.
So, oh goodness, can't get mine out now.
Is that not going to come? Hang on.
I had it out a second ago. Hold on.
Do you need a hand?
I think.
Can I just say, Sharon, is that what you're trying to do?
No, I've done it. I don't know why I couldn't get a grip on that.
There you go.
This slides out. It does slide out a lot easier than I made it look there. So this slides centre.
Yeah, it does. Out very easily. Sorry.
I think it's because I've got a bit of hand cream on. My hands are a bit greasy. The other side is inches. So you just flip it over, slide it back in, and if you want to be working in inches, they're all there. Now I like to work. Come out easy now. I like to work in centimetres, so I'm going to pop it back to centimetres. So that's your scoreboard. And when you are scoring, this is going to sit here and this starts at number 1. So when you're scoring, you've got this to butt up against. So it keeps your cardstock nice and straight for you to do your score lines.
That's handy.
Now, of course, for scoring, you're going to need a scoring tool, and that's tucked in really nicely there. So you can just bring that out, do your scoring. So really easy. So that's your scoring. How about cutting? For cutting, you're going to move this out the way, and then you've got your blade here.
Did you just move that really by lifting up the round
Just
bit?
lift up the round piece, and you can move it around. And there's a reason it moves around, which we'll come to when you see me do an envelope. So I'm going to tuck that out the way, and now my trimmer is ready. So this is now going to butt up against here to keep my card straight for me. And the thing I love about this trimmer is if I bring it down a little bit, you can see there's a little notch, and that's where the blade is. So if you want to be precise, say you want to cut, say you're making a box or something like that, and you want to cut, say, to 2 inches, maybe from the top and bottom, you can do that. You can come in sort of to a certain point and say I want to stop just there, you can line it up with the ruler. It's right on the ruler. So if you want to cut apertures, things like that, create frames, you can do that partial cutting, which is really cool. So you've got inches on the blade, on the ruler, and then you've got centimetres down the side as well. So again, you've got inches and centimetres for whichever you prefer to work with. So other things on here are, you've got these little punches at the top. Now these are for when you are going to be doing your envelopes and things and tags. So this will cut, I've done an envelope here. This will do your little corner notches for your envelopes. Then you've got a circle punch for your tags. And then we've got a corner rounder. And this will butt up, if I put that bit of card in, you can pop your card in here under the punches and you've got a right angle here. So you can then do your perfectly rounded corners. So really handy.
See, that for me is the extra touch with Sizzix, because they didn't need to be there.
No.
Because it could have just been your trimmer, your scoring board, that
Exactly.
is it done.
These are the
but there's
basic
space there. Sizzix have thought, what can we add to the mix to give our customer, to give the crafter even more, more potential. So to have these three there, fabulous. Right, we've seen one in action. What's the other, Sharon?
This one is a circle punch. So if you've got any tags, you can pop them in here, push them in, and it will do your perfect circle.
Oh, that's handy.
And then this one is when you're doing your envelope, and I will do you an envelope in a second, where you've got your sort of right angles, this will do the little notch for you.
Oh,
so you get really professional envelopes. Now, all of these do come out, so if you want to have these two in the different way round, you can. Obviously, this one you want to stay in the corner because you need the right angle.
Yes.
You've also got a rounded corner on this one, or a more sort of squared off corner if you turn it around. So you've got two punches in one there. Now, the other thing I haven't shown you is how about if you want to be using inches for your scoring? Well, this also pops off and you can swap it around. So this just lifts off, she says, and you turn it over, pop it back in.
Oh, that's clever.
And you've got inches. So again, depending on what you prefer to work with, you can swap it over. Again, I'm going to put it back to centimetres because that's, for whatever reason, for making envelopes, I prefer to work in centimetres. So shall we make an envelope? Because that's when you really see...
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving this workshop. It's fabulous. Also, don't forget there is a video online with Pete Hughes. Happy birthday, Pete. 32 minutes that video is, which is a long video. So lots of inspiration and aspiration there for you. Also, I mean, go and do your own research on this as well. I mean, go and have a look at the prices elsewhere. Go and have a look at testimonials. Go and have a look at why it won that award, Tool of the Year. That is a pretty major achievement, isn't it? It's like, what's that? Oh, it's just the tool of the year. So, yeah, there's a lot of tools that were up for consideration. So for it to win and romp home in first place is absolutely incredible. Check it all out online, but I would say place your order right now if you can. $39.99 is money well spent. It really is. Sharon, let's see this in action. And what would you like,
let's
like
make
to
an
do,
envelope.
my lovely?
So I've decided I want to make an envelope for a sort of C6 size card. I generally make cards that are about 14 by 11 centimetres.
So can you make envelopes on this system for all of the classic card sizes?
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yeah. And custom, because I quite often end up making a card a completely odd size because I want to fit something on the front. Particularly if I'm doing something like carnation, you know, where you've got all the embellishments. And then I think, oh, I haven't got an envelope that big. So you can do that. So I'm going to make a card, an envelope to fit a card 14 by 11. Now I can use my matrix and have a look and do 14 by 11 and it will tell me that I need to cut my card 20 centimetres by 20. So that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing is I'm going to cut my card 20 by 20. So I've got this piece at the top so that I'm ready to use my trimmer. And I'm just going to go to 20 and then trim that. Turn it around, butt it up against there, 20, and trim that out. So now my card is the right size. So that's my trimming done. Now we're ready to do the scoring. So I'm going to pop that back round. Where did I put my scoring blade? Here it is. And we're going to move this around. Now, you'll notice there's this little sort of slider here. I'm going to lift that up and push it across. Make sure it's right the way across. You'll hear it kind of click. That's locked into place. and then you've got a little dial on the side, which if I tip this, you hopefully can be able to see.
Oh yeah, like a little dial. What's
And
that
then-
for, Sharon?
Well, it's to give you the right angle. So if I follow this round, you'll see there's a little arrow there. Hopefully you can see it. And that's going to lock in.
Ah, so when you say the right angle, we're talking like the
Yeah.
correct angle, not like 90 degrees right angle. We're talking a correct angle. So
Correct
45
angle.
degree,
45,
whatever you want.
yes, sorry. 45-degree angle, yes. So, and there's a little picture of an envelope there on the side. So that's locked into place, ready for my envelopes.
So clever.
So then I go back to my generator, and you've got these two numbers. The first one, it shows you've got the scissors. That's telling you that's the size you cut your paper to. The other measurement is where you align. Now, the matrix tells me that I want to align at 21.4 centimetres for the size I'm doing. And you'll see there's an align there. So what I'm going to do is pop my card up against the ruler, and it says 21.4 centimetres. So I'm going to line my card up here at 21.4 centimetres. Then I'm going to score where it says score. There's a little notch in the side of the ruler, and you can feel where the groove is. So you do your score there, and then once you've done the first one, you just keep rotating. So we rotate, and then I line up my score line with the align mark. And there's also a little notch in the ruler there, so you can see that you're perfectly lined up there. So you line up your score line with a line, and then you score where it says score.
Sharon, I'm going to say this right here, right now. I think this is nothing short of genius.
It's something anyone could do, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's
Even me.
simple brilliance, isn't it? It's brilliant
It's
simplicity.
so easy. It's so clever. If anyone's ever tried to make an envelope by working out the measurements yourself, you'll know. So again, go to align, and then into the score, and there we go.
We are getting busier and busier for this. Karen, Caroline, Lynn, Marilyn, Kay, and a crafter. You all have it in your basket. You need to check out. It's the only way to guarantee your purchase.
So then I'm going to just pop it on my punch. Now, I can't lean right over, so I'm hoping I'm about right. But you can see where the lines come in. You're going to want to be central. And you just pop your card in, work your way around, and it cuts out the little notch for you from each section. Now mine won't be perfect because I can't lean right over, but it's good enough. And then of course you've got all your little folds. And if you want to round off, I quite like when I'm doing an envelope to round off the top piece.
What, to round off
you
the
know,
top
where,
flap?
where
yeah.
the flap is. If you want to do that, of course, you just pop it in here, punch, and it
That's
gives
so
you that
good.
lovely, nice, aligned, you know.
That
nice
is so
rounded.
satisfying, isn't it? To make
I've
your
got
envelopes
one that
like
I've already glued together, so you're just going to run then a little bit of glue along the edge, and it's going to give you a perfect envelope.
I think that's right, and you can do that in a variety of different sizes.
Yes, either use the matrix that comes with it. That goes up to 25 centimetres by 25 centimetres. So you can use that, or if you're like me, just go to the website, type in the measurements, and it'll calculate it for you.
We have never done this deal before. Remember that we have got your blades with this. You are getting 2 replacement blades on top of the blade that you already get with it. So that's going to be 3 blades in all. And a market-beating price for this one. Just for us today here, Christmas Day on HobbyMaker. We are live with you this Christmas Day. We are bringing you these deals because you are choosing to spend your Christmas Day with us. And thank you very much for that. We are going to give you the best prices that we possibly can. But as far as I'm aware, they're just for today. So when this comes back in the future, I don't think we're going to have this. This is like a Christmas Day. We're live on Christmas Day, bumper Christmas Day bonanza deal. That's what it is. Say Christmas Day a lot there. But the thing is, if you want to go for yours today, you are in good company. Crafter in Nottinghamshire, Karen in Ayrshire, Caroline in Lanarkshire, you are all going for this. Kay in Leicestershire as well, Marilyn in Hertfordshire. Lots of you going for this. It is something that makes crafting easy. If you think about this, Sharon, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, the tools of your trade are the most important bits of your trade.
Very much so, because they're your starting point, aren't they? They're the foundation of your cards. I think the most important things you can have are a good die cutting machine, a good scoreboard, a good trimmer, And you know, this is a great combo to have the scoring board and trimmer all in one tool, because obviously it saves space, but it also does make it really easy to work out how to do the things, because if you just buy a scoreboard on its own, it is quite complicated to work out the way that this does the right angle, you know, the 45 degree angle for you.
I mean, that blows my mind, this bit here where you sort of move things around and move that really where you want it, the 45 degree angle or whatever. It means that you've got more capability within the surface area of this trimmer and scorer than I think most other machines of this type can think of, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, this replaces, you know, have you got a small paper trimmer? Well, this is now going to do so much more than just that. And it you know, space is at a premium in my craft room. I love the fact that when I make my own card blanks, and this is great because of course I can cut them and then score them all in one go.
Yes, Sharon is famed for having quite an untidy craft room. But you did say the other day you're going to document its tidying up.
I did a video.
Is it on Facebook now?
It is. I did a video, and everyone said that's not untidy.
Well, to Sharon it is.
It is to me.
If you do want to follow Sharon online, where do we go, Sharon?
I'm on Facebook, Sharon Curtis, and then you'll also find me on Instagram and YouTube as Sharon C Designs.
There you go, so follow Sharon accordingly. Right, we are getting busier and busier for this. Obviously, if you have any questions, I want you to spend your hard-earned cash, even on Christmas Day, with not an iota of doubt in your mind. So, of course, we want you to make sure that you ask those questions. No question is a silly question, and we are live and we are interactive right the way through until 4 o'clock today. So we would love to have your messages in and questions. If you have anything that you want to ask or share with us, do get your emails in, studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. Or, of course, you can send us a message via the item codes as well. You can send a little message to the little box there for you to type your message in. Busy for this. TEXC37 is your item code on that one. If you want more of the blades, because obviously you get the 2 replacement blades included on top of the actual trimmer and scoring board itself. But if you want another 2 extra blades, we do have them on their own. The last time we had these in stock was sort of like January, March this year. Let me have a look. I'm going to go and grab them and open some for you as well. But it's good to have these back with us. I mean, here we are Christmas Day. We've not had them for like literally about 10 months. They should be $8.99. The price today for these is it empty? Okay. There is one in there, right? Lovely. Oh, thank you. Here you go. Oh, there's a thing on
Yes, you did have one next to you, Nigel.
Oh. Do you know, isn't that weird? I didn't notice it was right underneath my nose. Mind you, that's not open either. I need like a thing to get into it because it's all sealed up. That's why. There you go. $5.99 for 2 blades. Do you ever wish you hadn't started to try and open something? $5.99 is your price on that. You are getting them free in the actual deal. But today, if you want to get some extra ones, it is well worth it. How does this actually come out? I'm going to give up on that, but there you go. You can just rip yours open with your big bare hands when you get this home. ZV1S31 is your item code on that. $5.99 is your price. Mandy's gone for 2. Very wise. Nigel in Cambridgeshire. Always nice to meet a namesake. Elizabeth, Terry, Lynn, Joanna, Angela and Alison. Grab them now. They've not been with us since the start of like 2024, about March they were last with us. So we don't know when we will have these again. So grab them whilst we have them. ZV1S31 is your item code on that one. Is it easy to change the blades over, Sharon?
It is. It's really easy. I'll show you.
Okay.
So at the bottom here, you just lift up and it lifts the bar up. You can then slide off the little housing that your blade is in, and then your blade just pops out and you just pop a new one in. It just slides in like so. So yeah, really easy. Obviously be careful because that is very sharp, but yeah, it just slides in and out. So it couldn't be more straightforward, and then you just pop it back on the bar again, click that back into place, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, that felt nice and safe, which is good.
Yes.
That's the first deal on this show then. So if you want to go for the blades, $5.99. If you want to go for the brand, well, back in stock and the best deal ever, for the tool of the year from Sizzix, the trimmer and the scoring board, $39.99 is your price on this one, and we are including 2 replacement blades in with the deal as well. TEXC37, your item code on that one. Lots of you going for this today, so well done. Let's have a look at some fabulous shapes to add to the mix today as well. We've got some basic shapes for you. We've got a heart, we have a circle, and we have a square. So let's dive on in. Let's start with the heart, shall we? Because you know what? Oh, I've got two. Let's start with, like Doctor Who. Let's start with this. These are your hearts that we've got for you here. You're going to get the hearts. You will also get the circles, and you are going to get the squares. It's not an individual deal here, although if you were to buy them individually, they would be $21.99 each. So that means $65.97 is your price. Dan's whipped his clock out again. Kat, what do they say? The bigger the clock?
The bigger the drop.
Sorry, you were eating. I beg your pardon, the bigger the drop. Right, so Sharon, why are these so useful, things like this?
These are your absolute essentials, your basics. We all need nesting dies, and it's great to have nesting dies in a variety of different shapes. I don't think you can have too many circle dies, because if you ever tried to cut out a circle yourself, you'll know you just can't.
No, not even a lady of your great repute.
No, absolutely. So circles are essential for everyone. Same with the hearts. Squares, of course, you can cut squares with your trimmer, but how quick and easy is it to just use a die? Also, having dies that are nested like this means you can create frames as well as your mats and layers. So these are just your everyday essentials. And when we bring them to you, when we have a deal like this is the time to just stock up, because these are dies you're going to use on pretty much every card.
Well, you've got 22 dies here. Let's see the price, though. So there should be $21.99 each. Let's see where we go from $65.97 down to... Oh, that's tasty. $32.99. That is half price. You're paying for 1.5 and you're getting the other 1.5 for free, which is brilliant. So 11 dies for free, basically, because you get 22 dies in total. £1.50 per die for you here. The heart's going to come in very handy for any occasion where you want to send a bit of love. It could be anniversary, it could be wedding, it could be... The clock's come back.
Oh.
I like this.
I could hear from here, Kat said it's Christmas.
We are double clocking today, aren't we? I think the clock is finished, and then Dan whips it out again. He can't get enough of it today. So $32.99 is already our half price, but we're going to go better than that. Sharon, I mean, this shows to me the fact that we can then double clock this, the relationship that we have with Sizzix, because you guys don't do this price everywhere, do you?
No, we absolutely don't. And, you know, Sizzix do work really closely with HobbyMaker. When you buy stuff from Sizzix here, it's generally already in the warehouse, because we actually send it across to HobbyMaker ahead of the shows. So, yeah, we try and bring you the best deals here.
Well, you certainly do. And don't forget, it's all covered under our one P&P here in the UK, no matter where you are. It is a P&P of £4.95 for all of your orders in one day. Maybe you've just got a die cutting machine for Christmas and you think, well, I need to get some essential dies. Nesting dies are always essential. Right, $32.99. Our price goes down to... a final price of $27.99. Hang on 2 seconds. That was $21.99 on its own. £3 for that. £3 for that. That gives you a total of $27.99 for Sizzix quality dies. Sharon, that is unheard of.
That's incredible value, and if you don't already have these, then I would say get them, because you're going to use them.
At that price, Sharon, if you're thinking about bottom drawer gifts for like crafty friends and loved ones,
yes,
in 2025, this is going to be, oh, excuse me, a little no secco bet. That's going to be absolutely fabulous for you, isn't it? It really is. Treat yourself. I mean, if you've already got a set of hearts, have you got all the sizes that you see there? If you've got a set of squares already, you think, well, I use them a lot. Is it good to have another set? You know, maybe you're lucky enough to, you know, have a little place where you go and craft as well.Maybe you've got like a holiday home, like a mobile home, something like that, static caravan, and you think, yeah, I'll have a set for away and a set for at home.
Yeah,
why not?
Because these are the things you're going to use on all your cards. I've got multiples of circles, because I've got some that literally live in my bag here. I've got some on my desk. When I'm having a bit of a declutter because I need the space, I don't even look at my nesting dies, because I will never get rid of them. I've got nesting dies that I've had 20 years. Because you're always going to use them.
Yeah, they never go out of fashion.
I'd never part with
always
any
in
of them.
vogue. $27.99 is your price. Remember, it should be $21.99, $21.99, $21.99. But Shazam, for Christmas Day, nearly 60% of the price has come off that. Oh, let's have a look at the names on the board. Pat, Beverly, Janet, Nikki, Denise, Alison, Crafter up there, Mandy, Denise, you're all checking out your baskets. 20% of the stock has already gone on this one. Marilyn in Somerset, you have checked out as well. Don't forget, there are 3 ways to order. Cat, come here, come here. It's Christmas Day. We need to.
Poor Cat's trying to eat.
I was trying to get it between cookies. That's proving hard. If you would like to order today, you can either order on the phone lines, you can order on the app, or you can go to the website, which is, of course, all the W's what?
HobbyMaker.com.
Thank you, Kat, and happy Christmas, lovely lady. There you go. Right, if you want to go for the scoring blade, by the way, you know the replacement blades, sold out and gone. Well done if you managed to get your hands on that one. Right. It is Christmas Day, so I feel we should think about Christmas, should we not? Which bundle do you want to go to now, Kat? You say the one with the Christmas stuff in it, right? There you go.
Basic Christmas shapes. It's
because the bit on the top didn't look particularly Christmassy from afar. I was like, well, that one over there. Right, let's have a look what we've got for you. So now that, okay. I looked at that. I know it's presents. That's why I thought, is this the Christmassy bundle? Because this, you could be... Oh, it's not Sandra Russian, by the way. Well, it's Sharon. But just in case you thought she's changed. This, I mean, you could be using for any occasion because always celebratory.
Yes, they're just presents. So they can be birthday presents. Obviously, there's nothing necessarily Christmas about this set. And you can see these are layering stamps. So it means you can switch your colours up and you can do your sort of solid colour for your present. Then you can add a pattern and then you can add your ribbons. So you can really play around with colours with this one.
Now, your next selection of stamps as well. Look, these are baubalicious, aren't they?
This is one of my favourite sets. I've made a lot of Christmas cards with this set this year.
Well, we can see in the studio, Sharon, we've got one here to look at, haven't we, for a bit of inspiration. That's gorgeous. It's so Sizzix again. That simple cleanliness.
Yes, it's very simple, very clean and simple, quite modern, but a really lovely design. So you've got the two layers. So you basically, the one that looks more solid would be your green, and then you're going to come in with maybe a brown or a black with the more detailed one, and that's going to give you your outline. And then you've got a lovely little hanging string and ribbon to put on it if you want to make it into a bauble.
Now those are $11.99 each so far, the stamp sets that you've seen there. Let's add this to the mix as well. Your thin-lit dies, look at all of these. You've got the stocking, you've got Santa, you've got the gingerbread man, Christmas tree, snowman in there as well. This is literally Christmas 101, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, it's called basic Christmas shapes, and that's exactly what it is.
You've got all your basic shapes.
Yes, yeah. Essential. They really are, you know, all your basics. So, and they are quite simple in design. So they're very, again, this is the sort of set that you're going to bring out year on year.
Now, I'm loving the next set that is included in this deal as well. That should be $19.99, by the way, on its own. The next set, designed by Pete Hughes, I do believe.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, nothing says Christmas like crabs. Look, you've got crabs in here.
I love this set.
But this isn't a crab. It's Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
That's so good. You've got Have a Christmas, a tremendous Christmas as well, and Love You Snow Much. You've got the stamps in here, and these 3 dies, but 3 dies, so much more than 3 dies when it comes to the possibilities.
I just adore this set. It's very Pete, because Pete is well known for coming up with great puns for his sentiments. And it's just really fun. You know, if you want something a bit different for your Christmas cards, this is great for kids, for sort of cards for younger people and more fun. It's a fun side to Christmas, isn't it?
How much is that one on its own, did we say, Kat? That one's $12.99. So $12.99, $19.99, $11.99, $11.99. Oh, Daniel! Oh, he's whipped it out. Lovely. We are going to get a clock on the screen. So again, we are going to drop that price. And it's going to be a big drop because we have got the minute clock ready to go. Okay, so Sharon, I love it because here we are at Christmas Day. But one thing is guaranteed in the craft world, and indeed the world in general, there will be another Christmas coming our way in 365 days. So it's always wise to get different things in for Christmas when they are at a reduced price.
Very much so. And I know lots of you crafters take part in challenges. There are lots of challenges where you make a start in January on your Christmas cards. And every month you do a couple so that when you get to the end of the year, you haven't got tons to do. So particularly if you're planning to do that for the new year, then this is a good time to get them at ridiculous prices.
Okay, Sharon Curtis, are you going to be doing that?
Every year I say I'm going to,
well,
and then don't.
What I'm thinking.
Every year it's my plan and it never quite happens.
Okay, let's remind you what you are getting then. So you are going to get all of those fabulous parcel stamps. You get those included. Oh, the price is about to drop. Let's have a look. The price is going to drop. $56.98 goes down to... Oh, thank you, half price. $27.99. So that is $11.99. That is £11.99, so that's £24 there. So for the extra £3.99, you are getting that, which is worth £19.99, all of those fabulous dies there. And then that as well, your dies and stamps, and that's worth £12.99 as well. So literally for £27.99, you are getting all of that. Beverley in North Yorkshire, you are in already. Straight in, straight out. That's the way. We like it. Well done, Beverley. Shall we demo? Let's go and see the old SC in action. That's Sharon Claus. Sharon Claus?
Sharon Claus.
Curtis, not Santa Claus.
So I'm going to use that basic Christmas shapes actually. And before I do that, I'm going to emboss a background. And we have got this on the show, but we haven't got to it yet. We've got the rhombus pattern embossing folder. And I'm going to emboss some craft cards just to give me a little bit of a background. So I'm going to give that a spritz with water just to soften it up, and then pop it in my folder and run that through. Let me just bring my machine in. So this is a Sizzix 3D embossing folder. So I just need my base platform and one plate on top. I'm going to run that through.
If you like that embossing folder, then keep watching, because we've got that to reveal in a moment.
We've got those for you in a minute. I think an embossing folder is just such a perfect background. It just makes your card, as well as nesting dies, because we're going to use one of those next. So that I've embossed on craft, and so that I can highlight it a little bit, I'll pop it onto my card front first, and then I'm just going to run a bit of ink over it to highlight the design a little bit.
So Sharon, I've got to ask you, because obviously you are here on Christmas Day, did you get to open up your gifts this morning? And if so, what did you get?
I did. And do you know what I got from my mother-in-law?
I don't.
A HobbyMaker gift card.
Oh, really?
Which I'm delighted about, yes.
Oh, how bizarre.
So next time I'm sitting in the green room thinking, oh, I've got to have that.
You've got the money there ready
And
to
I've
go.
even put it in my handbag, because it's when I'm here sitting in the green room that I do most of my shopping.
That's so cool.
So that was cool. And then I got a lovely handbag from my partner.
Oh, you can never have too many
You know
handbags.
me, handbags and trainers are my thing.
Yeah, they are. Sharon, I mean, obviously you got your gift card for Christmas, but if people want to get gift cards, they're not. It's like a puppy dog. It's not just for Christmas. If you want to get one today because you forgot to get somebody a gift that got you one, orcs. Or if you are just thinking, yeah, I know somebody's got a birthday coming up. What about getting them a little HobbyMaker gift card? I'm assuming, I'm going to ask Cax, you might know, because I don't. They don't say Christmas on them, do they? The goodie card, the gift cards.
No, they
just
don't.
Say HobbyMaker,
They
don't
just
they?
say HobbyMaker.
So you can use them any time of the year. You can use them for any occasions. If you want to get it for somebody's birthday, or for just because to say, do you know what, you're a great friend to me, whatever you fancy, go onto the website and get one accordingly at allthews.hobbymaker.com. Back to Sharon.
So I've got my embossed background done, and I'm just going to swipe over. I've got some Lisa Horton white pigment ink, because this is a lovely bright white, and I'm just going to swipe it, and it's just going to, quite subtle, but it's just going to highlight that design a little bit for me. So I'm just literally swiping it over the top, because with the craft card being a bit dark, I felt like you couldn't really see that design too well. So that just gives it, highlights it, but gives it a nice kind of distressed look.
You can find that white ink on the Lisa Horton brand shop on the website as well.
It's her opaque pigment. So I've got my basic Christmas shapes, and you've got this fabulous Christmas tree in here. So we're going to go with that. And I'm going to cut that out, obviously, from green, because it's a Christmas tree and we're going to have it in green. So I'm going to run that through. Obviously, I'm using Sizzix cardstock for this. So pop that through. This is a lovely, lovely set, because you have just got all the basic shapes that the kind of classics. Yeah, really, really classic.
Your snowman and your Santa and your gingerbread person and your Christmas tree and just stocking.
Yeah, really fun. So there's my tree, and I'm going to run that one through again, just so that I can cut out the pot. I want to have the pot in red. So I'm going to run that through again, and I can just snip that where I need to. So that's my tree. And then I've got the pot separately. We'll cut that in a second. And then in this set, I've also got a fabulous star to go on the top of the tree. So I'm going to cut that from some Sizzix Gold Opulent cardstock. I've got the lovely sort of like matte finish. I Thought that would be quite subtle and classy.
We like that, Sharon. It's your middle names. That's what they call you, Sharon, Subtle and Classy Curtis.
Hey, it's even my initials, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Subtle and Classy.
Subtle and classy.
SC, it doesn't stand for Santa Claus, it doesn't stand for Sharon Curtis, it stands for Subtle and Classy.
So that's all my elements. Now, let's snip this pot. Let me just grab some scissors. So all I'm going to do is just follow the line of the pot and snip that off. So we're going to layer that up. And this is where your nesting dies come in. Because if I were to put this tree straight on here, it's fine, but I always feel you kind of need a little bit of separation from the background. So I've got some cream card and I'm going to use my squares because I think the tree will show up so much better if it's on a cream background.
Now, obviously, our squares are from our essential nesting dies.
Yes, they're the
Our
framelits.
hearts, our circles, and our squares. These should be $21.99 each. You are getting all three on a Christmas Day deal for $27.99. 22 dies in there for that price as well. That is phenomenal. I mean, I'm not surprised we are busy for that one. When it's gone at that price, I dare say. CWXC 93 is your item code on that one if you'd like to go for that. CW, Kat Wilcox, she's the name of our producer, don't you know? XC, there you go. There she is. There she is. She says it's her bundle. It's not. Bundle. It can be if she orders. It's yours as well if you'd like to order. She's happy to share in the spirit of Christmas. There you go. Back to you, Sharon.
Now, the other thing about using a die to cut your mats and layers, obviously I said earlier, you know, for squares, you could cut them just with your paper trimmer, but you don't get the nice rounded edge because with a die, you do get a sort of very obvious front and back and it kind of rounds the edges nicely. So I do much prefer to use a die if I've got one. It does just give you a nicer finish.
I do love those nesting dies and the fact that you were getting each of them now, each of those sets for under a tenner.
It's
about
fantastic value.
£9.33 each if you want to break it down that way. That's phenomenal. Where do you get a decent set of nesting dies for that price?
Gosh, no.
I tell you where. HobbyMaker
here
on Christmas
today.
Day, courtesy of Sizzix. On their year anniversary since it was announced to the world that Sizzix were coming to us here at HobbyMaker. Can you believe that was last Christmas?
I know.
Last Christmas we got Sizzix, and the very next year they're here again. There you go.
It is funny. We were saying earlier with Sandra, I feel like I've been here longer than a year.
I can't remember Life BC before Curtis. It's true.
But it's very exciting. But yes,
it's
we're
only
very.
a year, but the one action-packed year
It's been a fantastic year. I've enjoyed every minute here.
It is great. And I will say thank you to everybody out there as well, because you know what, we were saying this earlier, we are very blessed to be here at HobbyMaker. I mean, it's the craft industry, like any industry, has its ups and its downs, and all sorts of things have gone on this year. So we are really happy that you guys still have your faith in us, that we are here. We couldn't be here on Christmas Day. Well, we couldn't be here on any day if it wasn't for you guys, quite frankly. You are the most important people of all, so thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts for everything that you do as well. I mean, HobbyMaker's only been going, you know, what is it, 2 and a bit years now? 2 and a bit years, almost 3 years, isn't it? It's 3 in March that it's been going. I mean, I know Sharon and I have been around since, you know,
we've been around
God
forever,
was
haven't
the boy.
we, Nigel?
But the thing is, I mean, HobbyMaker relatively new, so the fact that it continues to grow and get bigger and bigger because of you guys is incredible. We are always here on Christmas Day. Well, we have been for our, you know, our short generation so far. So what, for 3 years, and we've had this our 3rd Christmas that we're on air. And we will continue to do so, because as long as you want us, we are going to be here for you. 7 days a week. Don't forget, we are now on more platforms than ever before as well. We're on FreeSat and, you know, Virgin and Freeview and, yes, the Roku TV app as well, which I always like to saying that because I have no idea what it is. But there you go. It's an American thing, isn't it?
I think it's American, yeah.
There you go. It is American. Anyway, something that's not American. She's British and fabulous. Look, it's Sharon. Back to her.
Yes, so I've got my tree on, and what I'm doing is just putting some little dots of glue because I want to add some pearls. So just to finish off my tree. So I've put some dots of glue on, and I'm just going to grab a pickup tool, and I've got some silver pearls and some red pearls.
Nice.
I'm just going to kind of alternate, do a bit of both. Lots of.
Now, don't forget to get your messages in. Have we had any more messages in, Kat? Oh, we've had a message from Lillian. Lillian, subtle and classy would be a great brand name. It would. I like that. I suspect not for me. There you go. This is from Joanna in Dorset. Bought my board in the summer. That's the board, the trimming board, of course. Again, highly recommend it. Used for all of my Christmas cards, envelopes, and much more. Yeah, we've got that on a market-beating price today. Don't forget. Down to, was it $39.99? It was, wasn't it? Message from Alison in East Sussex. Merry Christmas to you all, and thank you for all the laughs and inspiration throughout the year. Take care, and let's keep on crafting. Yes, we will, my lovely. And a message from Margot in Fife. Lovely Margot, how are you? Merry Christmas to all at HobbyMaker. Thanks for the year gone by and looking forward to the next. Yes, if you thought 2024 was fabulous, you wait to see what comes your way in 2025. Lots of exciting things coming your way. So keep it here at your channel of choice. We've got Crafty Lynn from Sandy Balls. Titter. We always do, don't we? Hi, guys. It's Crafty Lynn from Sandy Balls sending Christmas hugs to one and all. That rhymes. It's Crafty Lynn from Sandy Balls sending Christmas hugs to one and all. Liking that. Let's see what Sharon's finished. That's fab.
Yes, we've got a lovely Christmas tree with some lovely baubles on it.
Yes, lovely baubles, Sharon. We've been admiring your baubles from here and they're glorious, resplendent as ever. Right, embossing folders, you've used it.
Yes.
Come on over, Sharon, to finish.
Yes.
Let's talk about these because we have got 3 fabulous embossing folders for you. This is the first one to look at. This is our rhombus pattern that we have for you. This was the one that you used,
This is the
Sharon.
one I've just used, and I love this one because it caters for everyone, doesn't it? It's kind of geometric. It can kind of work for cards for men, any occasion.
Very gender-friendly, isn't it, that one? Whatever
and
the
you
gender.
You can go elegant with your metallics. I've used some of that lovely Sizzix Reveals card and sanded it there. So different looks, but it's just a really good general one.
You can make it quite steampunky. You can make it quite argyle-y for your golfing fans and all of that as well.
Could be a golf jumper, couldn't it? Yeah.
That should be $6.99 on its own, but it's part of this bundle. So for $18.97, you will be getting, but of course we dropped that price. The rhombus. We've also got this one, which is the fantails. I love this.
This is very pretty. If you're doing any invites for like mermaid parties and things like that, I've used this one before for that.
I think for our thespians out there as well, because they remind me of those lights that you get at the front of a theatre stage.
Yes, they are a bit, aren't they?
Yeah, you know, the ones that sort of like, shine upwards. I like those.
Yes,
so
Art Deco as well.
Yes, those are your fantails. You've also got in here as well your ornamental pattern too. That's rather glorious.
This is lovely. It's kind of got a floral petal sort of design, but in a geometric way. So although it's floral, I feel that one could work for everyone as well.
So all 3 of those designs you are going to get. Hang on, let's put that back in. There you go. So all 3 of those designs that you've got there. So there's the ornamental, the fantails, and of course you can see your geometric there. You are going to get all of those for what price? It should be $18.97. Oh, hello. We're getting a clock on, Sharon. You know what that means?
Here we go.
It means that we're going to have a big drop. Now you can don't forget you get that lowest price no matter how you order. Michaela, it's your moment. Come on up, girlfriend. Come on up. You can either order on the phone lines, you can order via the app, or you can go to the website and order as well. Either way, you will always pay that lowest price. Look at the ears on this.
Look at the ears and the earrings.
Honestly, how fabulous is this? Michaela, what is the website? All the W is what?
HobbyMaker.com.
HobbyMaker.com. Thank you, Michaela, and happy Christmas as ever. She's so good.
She's fabulous.
Such a nice team, let it be said. Right, so if you do want to go for this one, pop it in your basket. Catherine in Cardiff, Marilyn in Somerset, you are already in. These are our textured impressions, aren't they? Our famous textured impressions, which means that you are going to get that extra impression, that extra depth, aren't you?
Yeah. They're beautiful, detailed Sizzix embossing
Sharon,
folders.
less than £3 each. Come on.
Great price, isn't it?
Having a laugh. $8.99. Yes, the board's filling up now.
Yes.
Marilyn Somerset. That is a little bit of self-love, isn't it? That one. That's a treat yourself. That one. $8.99 for all 3. Jennifer in Devon, Elizabeth in Suffolk, Linda in Somerset, Catherine in Cardiff, Marilyn in Somerset, Lynette in Nottinghamshire. Oh gosh, hello. Look, the phone lines are going.
I'm not surprised because you normally pay more than that for
crazy.
one.
I know. Also, how much are they normally? $6.99 each. One was $6 and one of the others were different prices. The lowest one there was $5.99. Let's be honest, you're now getting all of them for under £3 each.
Bargain.
That is absolutely incredible. A message from Sharon, not this Sharon. Merry Christmas, enjoying your company before I head to work. Thank you for being there.
Oh, someone else that's working.
Christmas Day. Hopefully your work on Christmas Day will be as much fun as our work on Christmas Day. So bless you, whatever you're up to. Marie in Nottinghamshire says, Happy Christmas to you all. Thank you to you, Marie, as well.
Happy Christmas, Marie.
And another lovely message as well. This is from Linda in Somerset. She says, hi all at HobbyMaker. I am brand new. Welcome to the family. Loving all the goodies. Just ordered the board. Hope it is easy to use as I've had trouble making envelopes. Right, let's talk about this then. If you want to go for this board, it's at a brand new, never seen before price today. So Linda in Somerset, A, welcome to the family, but B, you have picked the day to buy this. This is the day to end all days when it comes to buying this, because you're getting the 2 extra blades included. But Linda was worried, as a brand new crafter, that this may be too advanced for her.
And I would be, because as I say on nearly every show I do, I am hopeless at maths. There is so much backup for this. It's very easy to use. It's been very, very cleverly designed to make it easy. But if you go to the Sizzix website,
Which is?
www.sizzix.co.uk.
Okay.
And if you look along the top, there are different hubs. I think it's under inspiration, and then it will say scoring board and trimmer hub. If you click on that, first of all, there's a video from our Pete walking you through all of it.
32 minutes
there
on the
he
birthday
is.
boy. Happy birthday, Pete, if you're watching.
So, you know, I would find that easier to watch than try and read anything. So when you get it home and it arrives, sit and watch Pete and it'll all make sense. And of course, you can just pause it as you go. You can just work along with Pete. But there's also a matrix on there where you can literally, it's a generator, you put in the measurements of whatever you want to put in a box or whatever you want to make an envelope for, and it does all the calculation for you.
Also, whilst you're on the Sizzix website, check out their price. Great website, but for this particular item, you don't want to buy it there. $57.99, I think it is. It is the tool of the year. We didn't give it that title. No, that was voted for by the Creative Impulse Award 2024. That is still going to be the tool of the year for another week. I wonder what Sizzix tool will win in 2025, because I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Yes, I'm sure we'll win something else this year.
I would not be
Hopefully.
surprised. You never know. Right. I will be back after the break with the lovely Sandra Rushton. Sharon is going to be back here at 3 o'clock. We are keeping it live for you here on HobbyMaker on this Christmas Day. Happy Christmas, one and all. See you in a mo.
Hi everyone, I'm James Hembrow from Creative Expressions, and I'm here to wish the amazing HobbyMaker family and of course all of you at home a very Merry Christmas. Now, I've had an amazing year here at HobbyMaker, and it's just great to think that all those handmade cards you've crafted and thoughtful gifts that you've created are going to give so much joy and cheer to everyone around you this festive season. So from all of us at Creative Expressions and myself, have a really relaxing Christmas, filled with plenty of happiness, peace, and of course, above all, plenty of crafting magic. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone, from me, Sharon, and all of the team at Sizzix. 2024 has been a lovely year for us. It was our first year on HobbyMaker and we have had such a fantastic time. I can't wait for 2025. We've got some really cool things coming up next year for you. Lots of inspiration, some new designers, all sorts of amazing stuff. So I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, I wish you a really happy Christmas and I hope you have a lovely relaxing break, and I'll see you in the new year.
Hey everyone, it's Anne-Marie at Hunky Dory Crafts. I just wanted to wish a very Merry Christmas to all the amazing HobbyMaker customers, and we'll be seeing you again soon in 2025 for loads of new Hunky Dory launches.
I'm really happy that I'm going to be joining you this year on Christmas Day. I've got 2 Sizzix shows and we're going to be bringing you a really nice mix of things. We've got the scoreboard and trimmer, which I know lots of you might have on your wish list for a little Christmas prezi. We've got some sort of everyday essentials, I'll call them. We've got some nesting dies, things like that. We've got some really nice embossing folders, and we've even snuck in a few Christmas dies in case you want to get ahead for next year. So I hope you can join me on Christmas Day for my Sizzix shows.
Hi everyone, Sheena here, just dropping in to say have a fabulous Christmas. I hope it's all wonderful in a wonderful crafty way, a little bit of controlled crafty chaos as well. And hoping that the holidays are as gorgeous and colourful as your creations. And I'll see you in the new year.
Hiya, just thought I'd pop in to wish you and yours a very, very Merry Christmas from me and mine. Thank you for tuning in this year. It's been a fantastic year at HobbyMaker, and I'm sure 2025 is going to be even better. Have a great Christmas. Lots of love.
Good afternoon and welcome back to HobbyMaker on Christmas Day. Is everybody still feeling festive in here?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. It is Christmas Day live at HobbyMaker. We are live with you right the way through until 4 o'clock. My name is Nigel May. Hello. Welcome to Ho 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 HobbyMaker. We have got two fabulous guests today, of course, that have been joining us. This lovely lady is making her second appearance today. It's the fabulous Sandra Rushton. The other is Sharon Curtis, who, of course, is back at 3. Sandra.
Yes.
Oh, and we must mention, oh, where's he gone? He's over there. He's moved. Will you get your hands off those chocolates? Hello.
What can I say? Look.
Flipping heck. I did wonder where they were.
Yeah, he says he's helping himself. He's helping the reindeer.
Because you know Dan, our director, brought those in.
Yeah. Sorry,
Because he wanted to. What did you say? You said, Danny, you wanted to prove you were actually quite classy and brought in Ferrero Rocher. Is that what the email said?
We're not judge.
I know, but I love a Ferrero Rocher, but I wondered where they were. Now I know
Dobby's
had his thieving little elfin paws on them. Oh, and the Tesco Abominable Snowmen, other ones are available.
He's looking for a sack to put them in. He's not having them on the way home.
Well, I might have to nip up there during show and nick a Ferrero Rocher if they're not all gone, young Dobby, quite frankly. Right, we have got the most exciting hour. We've got brand new set of apertures. See, set 3, brand new. We've got a bundle on 1, 2 and 3. We have got 3 on its own. All of that is coming up. Is it on the website yet, Kat? No, we're not going to go to it until we get to it. Also, your quilling collection is back in stock this hour as well, which is brilliant. But here we are as we head towards the end of 2024. What are the two things we think about for 2025? One is, I've got to get a new calendar and I've got to get a new diary. And we've got both of those on the show for you. First up, the calendar. I'm going to say this right now. If there is one crafty calendar you need to be hanging on your walls in 2025, it's the Santangle Elf and Friends calendar. Now, before I put the graphics on the screen for this and the price and all of that, I am going to say there are 2 kinds of calendar that we have for you. We have the wall hanging one, which is the one that you will get show in a moment. The details that we show on the screen first will be for that. We also have this, a binder version to go in your binder. So that's your, there you go, you're seeing it there. That's your binder version. So like literally we have that for you as well. That will be the second set of details. So for everybody who wants the wall hanging Sanntangle Elf and Friends calendar, for your kitchen or your dining room or your craft room, wherever you want to put it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is the item code that you need to go for, PF1280. I want to see the board as full as Dobby after a box of the Ferrero Rochers, quite frankly.
At least he'll sleep.
Honestly. $23.99 is your price on this one. Who's going to... Well, that's where we should be. We're going to drop that price. Nigel in Cambridgeshire, well done. Hey! You are the first person to check out.
I'll wait till you see
it
inside.
It is yours. Do you want to take us through it, Sandra? It is 12 months of Dobby at his
Now, of course,
best.
as you know, we don't always do calendars because we do have to hand make them.
Yes.
So the tops are hand punched. Even the little half circle there, it's hand punched, everything is done. So it takes time, so we don't bring many. But our Dobby...
The stock is dwindling.
Really wanted to sort of be on it this year. So we've got our Alf and Friends. So what do you have? Of course, you've got lots of pictures. 5 a day, look.
That is my favourite thing ever. That's my kind of 5 a day. Look at that. Oh, hello, Dobby.
There you go.
It's not just a Ferrero Rocher, like.
No, he's got his odd pint there. He's got his friends. And then, of course, you've got your full calendar. The important thing, you've got your full calendar. But then, let's have a look at this. So here we go. What I've given you is, let's turn that around. There's our January 2025. And...
New year, new you. Look
New
at
year, new you.
Sandra, you must have taken this picture very recently then, because that's the brand new Santangle
but it's
badge.
not. That's a Dobby badge he was given.
Oh, I beg your pardon, sorry.
Yeah, and he's got the HobbyMaker pencil there, so that's fine.
Nice.
But on the other side, so if you want it the other side, what I've also done is I've given you an additional details, because we know that that box at the bottom, if I just bring that back, you can't always get everything in there. No. So that's great to sort of put a snippet, or you could put, I don't know, appointment or doctors or dentist or whatever. But on here, you can go into a little bit more detail. So in that, you could say, this is the date and this is what's happening. This is what I've got to take with me. But again, here he is, Luke.
I know,
Having one of those days, call someone, tangle.
But it's so lovely, Dobby giving you inspiration for what you want to do. How you feel this is entirely up to you.
Yes.
But do you know what? This is a mood lifter.
It certainly is. We've had a bit of a laugh. Now, what I've also done here, if I just turn this one, look, I've given you a little border around the outside, so you could actually tangle the frame if you want. Look, he's ironing.
He is.
Date night in.
Look at this. I love date night in.
He's got his remote. He's got his sweets. Like, these blue sweets are actually for his friend Donkey.
His friend Donkey?
Donkey likes the blue ones, so he saves them for him.
OK, love it, Dobby and Donkey.
So here we go. Look, he's got his friends and family here, so he's got his car there, look, and he's got his little mates.
This is so cool.
Look,
You're
we've
so
also
busy
got
for this.
a bit of light reading. Now, I need to just sort of mention this book here. That's John Scott's book.
Is it John Scott's book?
It is John Scott's
Dobby, I want you to read one of mine for next
Friends
year.
of Life,
Just
yeah.
saying.
But I'm working him up. Again, look, just can't figure this out. So he's trying to get his hat. He's looking at a stencil. That's one of the bees stencils. This is when he was here and he was messing about with the one of the punches there. And of course, he's obviously trying to get into a glass of Prosecco. I don't want to show you all of them, but this one, look at this one.
Look at this, playing the Easter Bunny isn't always easy. Look at him with his ears on there.
Yeah, and then I prefer a warm bath and a cosy blanket.
Oh,
but what he's got nestled in there is a little gin glass as
Dobby
well.
after my own heart, quite
so,
frankly.
of course, everywhere you look, there's pictures of Dobby, and they're just adorable. There's look at this one. I've got to read one.
A day out which turns into an evening, which turns into the morning after, and you can't remember what happened. Dobby is a good time elf, let's be honest. I'm spotting a lot of like drinking and eating and having
just having a good time. He's having fun, isn't he? I mean, here, look, he's got double trouble.
Dobby is my spirit elf. I'm feeling
absolutely,
this right now.
you know, all the different places, all the friends he's got. I mean, look at this one. Sanntangle crafting. What more do you need? Maybe a biscuit.
Maybe a biscuit. Why not? Why not?
Of course, he's here, look, on his spa day.
So cool, look. All chilled.
All chilled, look. So he's all there. But yeah, every single month you've got, of course, you've got the month. So we took calendar. It is a calendar.
Yeah.
You've got your boxes there that you could put in. Look, I may have forgotten something. His trousers. There we go.
There you go, look.
And look, when soup just isn't enough, yeah, he's back in with his sweets and his chocolates.
Honestly, how Dobby retains his figure is beyond
He just is all over the place. He just never sits.
He just burns off those calories, doesn't he?
He's got to just chill in. We won't show that one on air.
Dobby's not got a lot of clothes on, quite frankly.
And look, this one, I mean...
Right, no, but let's show it,
Shall we do it? Now we've talked about it.
OK, warning, nudity on Christmas Day. Look at this.
Oh, he's sat in the garden, look.
My word.
And then what
I hope he's got a high fence in his garden, because otherwise the neighbours will be there.
He does have pants on.
Good, I'm pleased. Otherwise it'd be right eye full of Dobby, wouldn't it?
This is really important. Enter the room like you own it.
Nice.
You know, sometimes, I mean, they're all positive, they're funny.
Struck with confidence.
They're positive. I mean, this one, look, sometimes you need to catch up with pals just so you can check out their stash.
It's true.
So it's just nice to have a little bit of fun, isn't it?
But this is the thing, I mean, I love it, because Dobby
Here we
obviously,
go.
you know, dances to the beat of his own drum, and rightly so.
He certainly does.
It's little lessons that we can all learn from, Sandra.
Oh, absolutely.
If you want to go for this one, busy, we are preaching to the converted. $23.99, but Dan, thanking you, he's whipped out the clock, so we are going to get that price down. We do have two versions of this. The item code that you see on your screen right now is for the wall hanging version. That one there. So if it's got that little loop at the top and you hang it on your wall or your craft room or wherever, this is the item code that you need to go through it for. PF1280. Who wouldn't want, and I'm looking at you over there, who would not want 12 months of Dobby in their home?
Hilarious.
Sandra's fabulous trusty friend Dobby, giving you all of your advice and life lessons that you need to get you Sanntangle through 2025.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look. Where are we going with this one? $17.99.
I know, and it's for handmade.
That is good.
You know, it's really...
Look at that.
Takes some doing, that does.
Also, can I say, I'm a bit envious of Dobby's wardrobe as well. I mean, the outfit's there, very cool. But can I just say, I'm just going to flip round. Look at that.
I know. Yeah.
This in particular.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Dobby at CNA.
Yeah, and
or like,
his
on your catalogue.
and everything, absolutely.
And CNA doesn't exist anymore.
Well, Dobby does have his own sewing machine, so he's, you know, he does do his own now and again.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
PF, perfect fashion. 1280, brand new today here on HobbyMaker. You are getting it for 2025. It is the calendar that any crafter needs on their wall for 2025. Fun and functional. That's what we've got there.
It is, absolutely it is. It's going to bring a smile to your face every time you look at it.
Honestly,
so
it does.
Yeah,
and it brings a wave of envy, because I want his outfits as well.
It's lovely.
I want your life, Dobby. Sitting eating chocolates all day, sitting in your smalls in the garden, having a lovely time. It sounds perfect to me. Right, so that is your wall hanging version. If you want this version, so is it exactly the same, Sandra? Oh, have you got one there?
Got one. Yeah,
so this is your ready to be bound version, because we have got your planner coming up that you need to pop this in. So Sandra, explain the idea with this one.
So I know that some of you prefer your planners, and that was the whole point of bringing these, so you could actually refill and put different bits and pieces in with it. So I've got my planner here. It has actually got, this has got my full diary in it, ready for 2025, and it's got my calendar at the front. So, of course, it's the same but smaller, same format. So here we go.
You've got all the same glorious pictures?
All the same photographs. You've got your 2025 out of view. You've then got, see, I've actually started, look, I've tangled around the frame there. So it gives you a little bit if you want to do that. You can do, you know, that kind of thing if you want. But again, same pictures. It's just slightly smaller because, of course, fitting it into your plan. Look, there he is, look, with his spa day. There he is with his, his flip-flops on. And he's just chilling. Yeah. And then, oh, this one, look, sometimes I need two of me. Be careful what you wish for. Could you imagine?
We'd certainly have no chocolates left by the end of the hour, would we?
This was him in Cleethorpes when we had to go fetch him. He used his car on the beach and we had to drive him home because he got all sort. Now look, I'm watching a crafting expert at work, so he's watching telly.
I tell you what, Dobby, just whilst you're there doing your thing, let's get a clock on the screen. Let's get your price down as well.
There, I've given you 2026 at the back, which I have done in the calendar as well. But with this one, I've thrown in a couple of little notes pages as well, just to sort of give you a little bit of extra. And then, of course, there's your back page, which fits in. So that's the same as my calendar. And then I'm into my
So many of you have these binders already. If you don't have the binder, we've got that coming up for you as well, the planner, which I just love. But if you want to go for this one, you are adding it to the mix. You've probably already got your binder. Well done to Carol and Bernadette and Jennifer and Muriel and Gloria and Paul and Lindsay and Janice, Karen and Patricia. What price are you going to be paying? $14.99 is your price on that one. So we've got a reduction of 25% on that one. Now, we've got a picture in, which is exciting. Let's have a look.
Look at
it's Donkey. Happy Christmas at all HobbyMaker. Donkey sends a big kiss to his best friend, Dobby.
Oh, happy Christmas, Donkey.
Donkey and Dobby.
I know.
That's.
Yeah, he's very well behaved. Dobby's not quite turned
so
him yet.
Is Dobby kind of like the bad boy? And then Donkey is the good boy.
But he's in a nice way. He's not a really bad elf.
We'll see how many forever left at the end of the hour, quite frankly.
Just a bit mischievous.
I'm going to nip in there in a minute and grab one. Merry Christmas, Sandra and Nigel. This is from Nicola in Essex. Hello, lovely lady. I've been tangling today with my Tiny Tales Fairground Christmas present.
Nice.
That was a great show with that on. Now I'm spending my Christmas money. Well done, my lovely. The great thing about Sanntangle is, you know, everything will go together. So anything you bought in the past or you buy now, it's an investment in each other, isn't it?
Yeah, it all works together, absolutely. absolutely mix and match.
Okay, now, Linda in Warwickshire. Donkey is embarrassed. He's seen himself in a towel on the telly. He sends a big kiss to his best friend, Dobby. Do you know what? I know. It's going to go viral, isn't it?
At least it's got something on, hasn't he? So
Donkey in a towel on the telly. You never expect that on HobbyMaker? On HobbyMaker today, do you? There you go. Right, 25% of our stock has already gone of our binder version, if you'd like to go for that. Now, you need a binder to put it in, and they don't come any swankier than the fabulous mid-grey binder. Look at this. This is such a lovely colour.
It's got that bit of class to it, hasn't it?
Can we talk, Sandra? Branding.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just lovely.
You do have the Sanntangle, but you know, it doesn't have to be completely in your face there. It's debossed into the actual front cover there.
I just think this is fab. It really
Beautiful,
is.
isn't it?
Let's get your price straight down on this. $13.99. I would pay that quite happily. It's
I
nice
know.
and sturdy as well.
Well, it is, because you're going to be carrying it around,
is your
aren't
price,
you?
sorry. We'd already gone down. My apologies.
Yeah,
It should be
mix and match.
$15.99. It's not. It's $13.99. Grab that whilst we have got it in that lovely mid-grey. Carol, Sarah, Gloria. It's not just about putting the calendar, though, in there, is it, Sandra?
No, when we do some stencils go in there, and we do how to colour things, and they go in there, because the idea is you can take things out and put them in where you want. So, for example, I've got my diary and my calendar here. I could think, right, OK, I've got my 2025, but I want my January. I want to take that out.
Yep.
There you go. I can take that one out as well. I can move that, look, fasten that up, and I can go into my diary, which is where, here we go, diary, which is, there's my other bits and pieces. So I'm going to come to, look, here we go, January. So although I've got little bits and pieces in here that I can sort of work with, it might be that I want this more at the front here. So I can actually put this here and then here. And then,
So
of
you
course,
could
the next
you
one.
can put things wherever you like.
Yeah, so you don't have to carry it all if you don't want. You can just take what you want to do, leave that there. And then, of course, I've got all of my January here that I can deal with whatever
So
I
you're
need to
combining
do.
your calendar with your diary.
Yeah,
We've got the diary coming up
absolutely.
in a minute if you want to add that to the mix.
Yes, absolutely. So that's how it kind of works. So you can do whatever you want to do with it. It suits you then, doesn't it?
But
That's
I love
what
the fact
like.
as well, every page there is ready to be Santangled
Oh,
if need
absolutely,
be.
yes.
It becomes a real work in progress that continues right the way throughout the
It
12
does.
months to 2025.
does, yeah.
The colour that we've got today, because I know Sandra's there, is a
I've
different
got one,
colour.
yeah, slightly different colour.
This is the mid-grey that we've got.
Yes.
It's still got that fabulous Santangle logo down at the bottom, so people will know that you are wearing, or that you are sporting an official piece of merchandise, shall
Well,
we
this
say?
is
There
it.
you
And
go.
of course, tangle on it. You have
Yes.
to use a Sharpie to do that. You can't use one of my regular fine liners, but actually tangle on
Well,
it.
if I know anything about your lovely tanglers out there, if
Yeah.
it's not screwed down, they're going to tangle
Well,
it.
exactly.
Tangle away, my friends.
Yes.
HI1221 is your item code on that. $13.99 for your planner. Now, we mentioned your diary.
Yes.
We've got it on the show as well. If you want to go for the diary, this is every month that you need for 2025. So, Sandra, again, this is ready to be popped into the planner.
It is. Let me go through this as a few little bits and pieces that I'd like to sort of go through.
That now price, by the way, is that staying at that price, $19.99? No, it's not. We're going to drop that price down for you in a wee while.
Okay, so you've got a little bit of a verse there to sort of get you going. It's all about how to use it and use this diary as a record of that kind of thing.
See, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
as
I like
well?
to write things like that. It's
Well, no,
nice
just
to...
I'm going to read it.
Oh,
Sandra.
go
Let
on
me get
then.
my specs
You
on.
read it and I'll have a sip of mine.
I haven't had my... You have your nose secco. I've not had my specs on today because I can't get them on under my glasses and my hat, so I'll have to put them like either side. Look, there you go. It's easy. Tangling isn't a hobby or a mindless act. It's a lifestyle, a mindful process, a pathway to creativity, the unknown, a place of peace. Use this diary as it is. Record your dates, appointments and meetings, but also add in your tangles, your 5 minutes of peace, and enjoy each page, taking time over adding a touch of you. Taking time to add a touch of you. Look back every month and focus a little more each time on the positives, the achievements, and those little things that have helped to shape you. This is your time, your moment, your life. Live it as you see fit and enjoy each day for what it is. From the lovely Sandra Rushton.
Quite deep, isn't it?
It is, but it's deep, but
yeah.
also it's something that we can all relate to.
Absolutely, and I think sometimes if you are having that kind of a day, come back to this and read it. I think I did actually put
It's that
one.
affirmation for yourself.
Yeah,
isn't
I've
it?
put one at the back as well, so you can, read that at your own sort of time. but you've got something to start and colour and add bits to it. You can come back to that and do a little bit, couldn't you, each month? You've then got your calendar. 2024 still is an important calendar as 2025.
Yes.
Because you still need to look back, and so that's why they're there. 2026, of course, and then you've got some pages that you can actually do a little bit of tangling in. I've started you off. So here we go, here's our 2025. I use these pages so much because it means I can see the whole year, half a year
6
at a
months
point.
at a glance.
It just makes life so useful. And then I come to January, I've got something to start you off with. You can add to it, you can colour. But this again, another important one. There's our January, you've got the month there and you've got a space for a tile. Because what we're going to do, we've got these little patterns at the top here. So every month, I'm actually going to show you how you could use these patterns to create something. And then whether you actually draw it in there or whether you use a tile and put it in, it's going to give you a little bit of something to work to each month. It's not like a tile swap, anything like that. It's purely for you. You've got some notes, and then at the bottom here, it's like, what's this for? You've got a little quote. Every month you get a little quote, positivity.
I am worthy of happiness.
But this one here, this is for you. So it might be that every week you think, right, on a Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm going to highlight how I feel. So I'm going to have a smiley face or not so smiley face, and you can track it. Or you might decide to think, well, I'm going to see how many steps I've done this week. Have I got my target this week? Tick. Have I got my target? So I've given you a little line that you can write your own little target on, or whatever you want to use it for, and then your little spots that you can sort of fill in each time. And that can sort of grow, can't it, over the year. And the more greens you get, the more positive you feel, that kind of thing. So I've not given you anything specific. It's entirely up to you to do that, whatever you want to do. So into our sort of weeks, and then of course we come to February, a bit more tangling if you want to do it, or it just looks pretty, doesn't it? And then of course, February, same thing, you've got 2 different patterns. You've got a little bit of an affirmation there, and again, your space, and you've got your space to do this. And as we sort of work our way through, you go to March, then same kind of thing, all the way as you're going along. When you get towards the back, here we go, December. Then I'm giving you January 2026.
Well, that's nice. You're taking us into the next
year. Well, we
well.
kind of find that because now I'm planning next year and I've got appointments and meetings. So I think it's important that you have something to get you going there. And there you are. So you've got the whole of January up to week 5 in January. And there's the back. So whether you want to keep those on or take them off, it's up to you. But that gives you everything you need.
For that, Sandra.
Yeah.
Well, it's not, is it? Let's get that price down. If you want to go for your Punch 4 planner diary, we'll take it down to $15.99. I love a diary, and I will be. I'm not one of those people. No, I'm rubbish with technology, but I'm one of those people when it comes to diaries. I savour and I love and I cherish the fact that I have a diary, a tangible diary in my hand where I can write things down, what I'm doing, what I'm up to. Yeah. It is such a joy to look back at the end of the year at the visual scrapbook of your life and the organisation that you've done over the years.
Of course, and that, there's always things you think, when did I do that? When did that happen? And actually going back, certainly to those pages at the front, you could say, oh, I did that in June, and look, I did the same thing. And even those little mood bubbles, whatever you want to do with them, it's all about looking back and just keeping a record, because we're so busy, you don't remember things.
So
I don't.
True. No, I don't understand.
So
I am with
putting
you on
it in
that
here, it really makes a difference. Of course, we'll be bringing other things to go in your folders as well.
Philip, Jane, Angela, Christine, Cindy, Caroline and Linda, you are all there. Don't forget, we have a cat P&P here at HobbyMaker. Here in the UK, it's £4.95. Also, we do ship for Sanntangle to America as well. I know we've had a few messages saying like, oh, we can't check out for our American orders. You should be able to. We checked at our end and it's working, so I don't quite know what the issue is there. I would say go back out of the system and then go back in and see if you can check out. But everything should be sorted. If we are shipping to America, which we are with Sanntangle, it will be a capped shipping and handling of $14.95 for as many orders in one day, midnight to midnight, regardless of size, weight or quantity. They can be as heavy as a huge Christmas pudding or as light as a glass of Prosecco. They can, can't they? Right, next up for you, we've got some brand new apertures. We've got the previous 1 and 2 sets with us, but today we have got brand new aperture set 3. What can we expect in this, Sandra?
This one is about you having a little bit of structure, but going a little bit crazy and trying something a bit different. So don't think you've got to use the whole stencil. You've got odd shapes and you've got even shapes, and you've got quite a mixture. So it's going to give you that little bit of something to start you with.
I'm spotting hexagons, I'm spotting octagons, I'm
Yeah.
spotting nonagons, I think that's the word. There's loads in
Loads
there.
in there, and all different sizes. And again, you can take it as it is, you can take sections of it, you can mix and match and use the shapes. You can use them both together. So they're really kind of cool, these are. I really actually like these. Set 1 and 2.
Again, looking at the shapes, I'm sorry, I interrupted
it's
you,
okay.
I'm sorry. Looking at the shapes there, when you see that sample in the middle of the actual, the purple there, that's incredible. That you can get that from all of those.
All of that. But it's not even all, it's just a few of those.
Some of them, yes.
I mean, I've got a couple of little samples here, actually, if I can sort of show these. There's the one that you're looking at that's on the front, which, again, you can kind of see the shapes here, working your way in. There you go. Some of it's outside, some of it's going inside the shape, so it's nice to work the two together. But if I also bring in this one, completely different feel. You recognise the stencil in the background? There's the background stencils.
12 o'clock show today.
So really kind of fresh, but I've not used, I mean, if we look at this, I've not used the whole thing. I mean, apertures 1 and set 2, we do, and we have something underneath it. But these can be used in the same way, or you can mix and match. But this is giving me a little bit of a different vibe. But again, look at this one. I mean, how cute is that? It's got our lovely little shapes. We've got things going over, going under, and then I've actually brought some of the shapes together to create a little, of course, joy tangle and love. It goes in there. So I'm going to show you how to do these, but they're very simplistic, and they give you instructions for doing all of those 3. But the things you're going to be able to do with them.
Well, these are brand new
really
today,
good
so again,
fun.
they're exclusive to us here on HobbyMaker.
They are, yes, they are.
You will not find these anywhere else, even on Sandra's fabulous Sanntangle website. 25% of that brand new exclusive stock has gone. If you do want to go for this, you are getting all the inspiration that you need. This is your booklet, and then, of course, you do get the aperture stencils, of course, which Sandra's going to take you through now. If you want to go for set 3 and you haven't already got set 1 and 2, let's give you a bundle to put everything together. We don't have the biggest stock on the bundle, so if you want the bundle, please check out sooner rather than later. You've got set 1, which is your rectangles and your circles. Set 2, you've got hexagons and diamonds. Set 3, you have all of the fancy multi-sided shapes.
A real good mixture, absolutely, yes.
Yes,
So,
it's like a cocktail of shapes.
well, they are, and they would all work together, so you can take different elements from different places. I mean, look how three-dimensional they look.
At $39.99 as opposed to $56.97, so you've got a reduction of about £17 there. It makes them now $13.33 each. Now, Sandra,
yes,
should we see these in action?
Let's do it.
Because we are getting busy for this.
Okay.
It also gives me a chance to go and grab a chocolate off.
Absolutely, yeah. Just so you've got your odds and your evens. So I've not given them names particularly about the shapes. We can see quite quickly. There's my odds because I've got a triangle in. There's my evens because
they
we've
call
got...
me saying, yes, I want the
we've got
chocolate.
squares. So, OK, I'm going to mix and match it a little bit. So I'm going to sort of pick on, let's have a look. Let's go with these 3 here. So I'm going to put in pencil, that one.
Take that. And,
let's go with this one here. So although I've got instructions for 3 different designs, I'm going off piece a little bit, thinking let's try something a bit different. So there's my 3 shapes. That gives me a starting point. You know, if you have a bit of a creative block and you think, I don't really know what to do kind of thing, these are brilliant because they're giving you something to start with. So I'm going to put a line there because what I'm going to do is choose some of these square shapes. And let's pick on, say, this one, for example. I'll come in straight away with pen with this. So that little vertical line I've just drawn, see, I can match the points, so I know that they're going to be together. And they're going to match. Let's put another one there. And every time, you're going to have something a little bit different, aren't you?
if you do want set 3 on its own, details for that on the side of the screen. If you do want it as part of the bundle, again, lots of you going for that, and we don't have the biggest stock of it. 40% of the bundle has gone on its own. Details over there for that one.
Okay.
Is it over there for that one? No, over there for that one. On its own bundle. There you go. If you want the bundle, 40% of the bundle gone now. Is that right? Oh, 40% on its own. Beg your pardon. $16.99 is your price on that one. I think I obviously had a chocolate rush to me.
Okay.
Make me hear
so
sense.
again, do this in pencil, but I'm going to sort of do it in pen so you can see where I'm going. And I'm going to start with some loops, which is kind of what one of the designs has got in. So what you can do, I'm on my own, look through the instructions and think, well, actually, I really like this pattern, or I like this shape, I like this design, and that's what you can use to include in your work. So you've got little bits going on all over the place. Shows you how to do these lovely wavy flowers. So started with a loop, and if I bring this in, look, there it is, a little bit of a loop. Okay, got my 3 squares. So I'm going to completely sort of go over that shape there. So it's going to have a little bit peeking out there. But let's take some of these loops further out, and I'm going to sort of come into this shape here. Now, the nice thing is I can then decide what I'm going to do with it. You see, look, I've stopped there, so it's caught within the shape. Let's do another one here. And then there. So it kind of looks now like they're all disappearing behind. So
it gives it added interest, doesn't it?
It does, and that's the nice thing about it. And you don't have to draw the whole thing. You think, okay, I'm going to leave it there. So let's bring out another line here, and let's put in one of those sort of flowery shapes. It's a different flower. We've not done one of these before, so it's like a little V. And at the top here, I've actually shown you with like a dotted line. So if you wanted to, you could bring out a shape to help you. And then you could follow it with waves, like so. And put some little lines in it. Okay, going to do a double line there because it's a stem, so we want it to be a little bit thicker. And then here, look, I could bring a stem up, but then look, it's going to stop there. So you're not going to see it going in through there. Let's bring another one in. So this one is going to come into here. So you see how I'm using these basic shapes to give me a way of putting shapes, but pictures together.
It's giving you guidelines, isn't it, for sort of like almost, you know, you're hiding part of the design through the shapes.
Exactly, and that's really nice to sort of do, especially like say if you think, I don't want to draw the whole thing, I don't kind of see how that could work. For me, I want to just have a bit of a comfort blanket. So I'm going to put some little loops in, but again, look, that's going to stop there, you see? And then bring another one sort of up here, as though it's sort of going up and in and out there. So once I've decided how I'm going to sort of do that, I've then got to draw in the bits that I can still see. Again, you could put your stencil back in for this. And because we've got a mixture of shapes as well, and they're all slightly different, means that you're going to have a bit more interest in your piece. So if I draw those bits in, now you see here that there's quite a lot going on here, so just sort of take your time so you get the bits that you need.
There's a lot going on our board, Sandra. Lots of people ordering our Aperture Bundle 1, 2 and 3. Margaret, Alan, Alana, Jill, Paul, Estelle, Susan, you all have it in your basket, but you need to check out your baskets. About 40% of the stock has gone, but everybody needs to check out the baskets that has this in their basket, because that stock is dwindling quite rapidly now.
Okay, so you see how I've kind of added little bits in. There we go, put some little bubbles in there. And of course, once you've drawn it, you would remove your pencil lines. Just going to bring a bit of pencil in here, and then where you actually put your pencil completely depends on how your piece is going to look. So here we go. Let's put in a little bit there. So you see I've actually put my pencil inside this shape. On this one, I'm going to put it outside, and I'm going to shade it so you can see the difference. Again, look, I'm kind of just sort of working around, here we go, into there. Bring my tortillon in. Oh.
Now, all of the extra bits you will find in the brand shop, of course, for Sanntangle on our website, including, you know, the right pencils. Don't forget we've got the mechanical pencil with us back today. Your tortillons, all of that as well.
Okay, so you see by shading on the inside, so you could actually colour all this in if you wanted to, and then shade on the inside. See, it looks like it's going in, but this one, if I shade around the outside, here we go. Let's just soften that off. There we go. There you are. You see, and then that one now looks like it's coming off the page, so you've got a bit of a mixture, and you can kind of play around with it a little bit. So there's this one. Let's put a little bit of pencil under those. This is plenty of graphite on my tortillon there. There you go. There you are. So you see how kind of quickly you can start creating a little design. Working your way. I'd rub those out normally, but you can see where it sort of flows from one to the other. So it's giving you that little bit of sense of, I've got some structure there, I can see how that works, and you've got a frame within which to put a picture in. So we could still bring in those little words. Here we are.
Let's move, thank you.
There we go. So there's my joy. There's my tangle. And I can see I could put my love in there. You know, and all the sentiment stamps and all the symbols that we brought in the birthday show, you can use some of the shapes to help with that as well and put your little sentiments in.
This again, you can cross-pollinate with anything
You
you already
can.
have in your collection.
Absolutely.
Busy for that one, no surprise. Brand new today, set 3. So obviously the bundle is the first time you can get 1, 2 and 3 together as well. Details for that over there, $39.99. If you want set 3 on its own, it's $16.99 for that one. 55% of it on its own has already gone. So all the people need to check their baskets, because that's not counting the people that actually have it in their baskets, the one on its own as well. So you need to check out your baskets to secure your purchase. Now, 2 of the glorious things that we bring you in the big variety of crafts that we bring you here on HobbyMaker are, of course, the fabulous world of tangling, but also the fantastic world of quilling the other day. Now, we had the lovely Jess from Tilly Victor on the other day. She was here, which I was pleased about, because last time I expected her on the show, she didn't turn up. And you know why? Because she was stuck in Barbados.
She didn't have such a good time.
She
I
had
must
no
admit,
choice,
she,
no.
no, she had
She's
no
on the ship.
choice. She didn't have a good time, bless
We
her.
had a lovely time with Jess the other day,
But
and she
yes,
was
we do
gutted
love
because
her.
you teamed up with Jess to produce this, Sandra.
Yeah.
Take us through this,
I know.
because this is combining the glorious art
It
of
is.
quilling and the glorious art of tangling. When we had it last on, and we've had it on, what, twice now?
Once.
Oh, just once.
But then we restocked and that went as well.
How many minutes did it sell out
No,
in?
it didn't take long, did it?
2.
Does it really?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Oh
2
my goodness
minutes
me.
it sold out in.
Oh, but it's such
okay,
fun.
so what have we got? We've got it back today. It's going to be at a fabulous price, of course. You know that. Get this in your
It is.
basket.
So, of course, I've not been able to get more of Jessie's stock, although you can get her stuff on the website.
You
So
can.
her tools and her paper's not in with this. But what you do get with this, you get the stencil, which I'm going to show you in a minute. You also get your little measuring tool. You get your pen, pencil, torch, and a pair of scissors. Really useful, because you're going to need all those things. So within the paperwork, you're going to get these. So you've got your frames and you've got your little shapes, but this has also got extra details in there. And in order to create or to use them, you can create things such as, doesn't matter which way, this.
So gorgeous.
Now, if you look at an angle, you can see where the quilling has happened. And then if you look a bit further, you can see where the tangling has occurred.
I
So
feel
that's
quilling and Santangling, I don't know why we didn't all see this coming before, because it just seems so obvious to me that they go beautifully together.
Look at, absolutely, yes. It's just lovely to do. I mean, this you can see is the inked piece here, and then the flowers, also the leaves around it have been drawn, and then we've got the quilling over the top, and then of course you've got this one. So you've got your square frame, you've got your little ink shape, your quilling, but of course if you've got my stamps from the birthday show, you'll be able to put your own one of those in as well. But again, having those extra little bits, they just work together. So how does the instructions work?
We are busy for this already. Elaine, Lynn, Sarah, Angela, you are 4 of the many that are coming in. Let's get your price down. It's not $29.99. We're going to match the launch price on this, $24.99 for you. QM1253.
So looking at my instructions, it shows you from the very initial outing where your stencil happens. Of course, you can ink that if you want to. You don't have to put that in. And then here, I've showed you how your tangling comes in and how you draw this, which we'll demonstrate in a moment. This is then the tangling put in pen. I've added extra little bits as we've gone along, see? And then here, look, the quilling. So if you've never done this before, this shows you how to do it. But in here, look, it says make 4 loops at 4 centimetres. This is where this little tool comes in here, because you've got your measurements from 1 to 15. You can put your paper at 4 and you can break it off or snip it off at the edge, so it gives you your measurements. And then it shows you how to put your loops. And then here, look, your little leaves. You've got a close-up of your leaf. Again, it'll give you measurements of how to sort of do that. The same with the next one, look, where we've got leaves and extra tangles. Your quilling then brings in, it shows you how your tweezers and how your little tool can work from Jess. So again, they are on the website if you want to have a look for those. How to do the extra little scrolls. And then of course you've got your third design, but then mix and match them. So let's have a look at how we do a little bit of the tangling, shall we?
Absolutely.
I'm going to move that
we
one
are
out the way.
so busy for this. Remember, Christmas Day price on this from $24.99 is your price on this. Doesn't come with the tools, but if you want to get the tools, we will load those onto the website for you, so you can check them out accordingly. Just put in the search engine what you want, and up it will pop.
Okay, which one do you want to do?
Ooh.
Which one?
Choices. I am thinking, can we do this one?
Oh.
So let's do the green one there.
Green one, the leaves. Okay, so I'm going to bring a little bit of ink
That was
in
a hard
there.
choice, Sandra, there. Put me on the spot.
Oh, they like them
which
all.
one to go for?
They're all really, really pretty, aren't they? And I think that's the
Gorgeous.
thing. It's nice
And
to
don't
sort
you
of see.
think, I mean, it is. Who had the brainwave then to think actually quilling and Sanntangle together? When did this sort of like germinate into a beautiful seed of creativity?
Do you know, I think we were on the same day. Jess was on this desk and I was over there, and Jess was doing her thing on here. And I was watching her from there. I thought, you know what, this is going to work. This is going to be really good. And we said hi, and we sort of thought, you know, we need to have a chat. And she's like, yeah, we will. And we never happened. And this particular day, I was in the green room, and she'd come off air. And we just had a conversation and just a couple of things that we'd said. And we're like, oh my God, I didn't realise you did that. And oh my God. And then an hour later, we were still chatting. So it's been a while, you know, for us to actually get together. And we've had lots of ideas, and we've done lots of sort of to's and froms. But to actually do it, it's like, no, we have to do it. Let's just get on with it. She's like, oh, go on then, let's just do it.
So this is the first collaboration, but who's to say it will be the last?
I don't think so.
Watch this space.
We get on so well. And
She's so good as well.
yeah, I think this is it. They work so well. You know, we've both got quality products. We bring them at really good prices, and it's all about the education, isn't it?
But also, so it's about the variety as well. I mean, I said before,
Yes.
HobbyMaker I love because I do think it has such a variety for a craft channel. Yes, we have dies, yes, we have stamps, yes, we have the things that maybe are commonplace in the crafting world, but of course, also on top of that, we have things such as, you know, iris folding, quilling, sandtangling, stone resin. We have so many different things as well to make the beautiful, you know, tapestry of craft even more varied.
Absolutely. It's nice to have something different. You know, if you've quilled before but never tangled, this is going to lift your quilling. And if you've tangled before not quilled, this is going to lift your tangling, absolutely. So it's just nice to try something a bit different, isn't it?
But also this time of the year, and we're soon going to be saying that new year, new. And all
Yeah,
of that, new year, new you. So if you are thinking about maybe trying a new craft and going out of your comfort zone for 2025, something like, you know, quilling or sandtangling or this beautiful hybrid that we see before us here could be the perfect avenue to explore.
Absolutely. I mean, look at that. It's on its own. It's lovely, isn't it? Now, the whole point of the frame is you could, obviously when you're inking, it's not going to go over your paper, but it's also useful because we have got instructions like on the oval, you see here, look, for creating a design. You could take that design and you could use this one to create a circle. But I'm going to sort of kind of follow the instructions for what this says so you can see where we would go with it. So you see here, I've already done this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the stencil to help me. Because if you've never drawn before and you're like, oh gosh, she's going to make me draw a leaf, how does that work? You've got leaves on here. So let's use that one to start with. Let's go for this one here. So in we go. If I draw that one in exactly as it is, okay. And then if I bring in my pen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this line down and I'm going to join it to the stem. You know, like we did earlier with the rose and the dream catcher?
Yes.
And we created something that looked more realistic. So there you go. I've now got a leaf. And once I rub out the pencil, it means that I've got no stencil marks. So once you're confident with that, you think, okay, I can do that. You can carry on using the stencil, or you can come in freehand, and I'm drawing exactly the same thing, look. Nothing crazy, just keeping it nice and gentle. Two curves that come to a point. One starts here and comes out, starts here and comes out. So you see how that works it around? And let's bring in a couple of little dots here. So I'm not going to draw in the whole sort of circle. I'm going to use little dots to help me, to sort of suggest there's a circle there. So we've done 3 here. I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to do similar here. I say similar, they're never the same. It's always about you know, having something a little bit different, but you've got the same vibe with those lovely like leaves. Let's bring that one in. And this one again, you can use a stencil to do this. You don't need to draw it freehand if you don't want to. I think drawing the first one's great because it gives you a sense of size.
A sense of proportion for everything else.
Of course, because if you're not careful, you could end up drawing them really tiny and you don't get that kind of feel, do you? So bringing them in at that size really helps. Let's put those little dots on there. Okay. Inside each one, I've added a little bit extra as well. I've come in and I'm drawing swirls. We've all drawn a swirl in our life, all of us. Even if it's just when you're on the telephone and you're sort of doodling around, you've drawn them. Yeah, it's circles and swirls about freedom and a happy disposition.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah.
There is something fun. You're of that era like me, Sharon. We used to, like, you remember before mobile phones, we would sit there, Sandra, in the hallways on the phone, and we'd have the little pad that we would doodle on.
Absolutely.
What would you always doodle? It would always be circles.
Always be circles, yeah.
Circles and swirls.
Yeah. Or squares or bars, a slight feeling of being closed in. Ooh. I actually did a talk on the different doodles and what they mean. Yeah.
Oh, tell us more.
Oh, it's been a while. But yeah, certainly squares, bars, you know.
What, as in going to them?
No, as in you feel it closed, blocked in, that kind of thing, yeah. Anything swirly dispositions. If you draw things like rain, it means that, you know, your spirits needed uplifting, things like that. They all have certain meanings, absolutely.
Oh, Sandra, we need a Tangly book on this.
We need it in our lives. I need to find that information out again.
Let's move you across a bit.
Yeah. Oh, I do apologise. Sorry, I'm sort of leaning towards...
She's drifting. You're trying to get away from me, Sandra, aren't you? That's what it is.
It's just because I can't move the chair, that's what it is. So the chair's slightly out of line with me drawing, that's basically. But that's okay.
I could pull you across in the chair, but I won't.
That's okay. I've got this. This is one that those chairs that Pauline sat on.
I know, but I love your chair because it's so much higher than mine as well.
I know, but if you take the bar and you sort of try and drop it, it goes too far down.
Yeah,
you know it will. Yeah, and you'll do.
You don't want that.
No, sorry, Pauline. I love you to bits.
I wonder if Pauline will be watching today. If you are Pauline, lots of love. I know lots of our guests said that they will be watching on Christmas Day. They're trying to pop their heads in, as it were, and watch a bit of HobbyMaker. Thank you to each and every one of them.
But we did laugh. She did sit on this chair and it did go a little too far down.
Now, our original stock of Aperture Set 3 has gone. But the good news is we've restocked thanks to John, who sat out there in the green room and basically we ran out and said, can we have some more? And John suggests, which is good. So we have got a bit more of Set 3 if you want to go for that one. Price on that brand new today, so it's an introductory price of $16.99. If you don't have Set 1 and Set 2, you don't need to worry about that. This works individually. But if you would like to go for Set 1 and Set 2 as well, we do have a bundle with all 3 in, so 1, 2 and 3 all together. These should be what? $39.99 is your price for that, which is brilliant. When you think that $16.99 was the reduced price of Set 3 on its own, you are getting the other 2 included, all for $39.99. MI1206 is your item code. In Aperture Set 1, you are going to get circles and rectangles. Aperture Set 2, you are going to get the hexagons and the diamonds. Aperture Set 3, you are going to get all of those fancy-sided shapes like your nonagons and your octagons and more. So all of those together, if you think about your potentials of putting those together and what you can do, think about the potential of putting other items with these as well from the Sanntangle range and incorporating these shapes into those designs.
Oh, absolutely. If you think what I've just drawn, you could bring that in and looking at the loops. They're very similar to the loops that we've got on this sample here. So you could actually recreate some of that within the quilling as well. So this is one I've done a little bit. So you see there, I've kind of worked on and I put a bit of shading in. Once I've done that, I would then come over the top with the scrolls and the little flowers. Let's have a look at this. You see in those little loops? And that would sit over the top of my leaves to give us a little bit of depth, that kind of thing. So really nice collaboration, really nice little set, and it's not going to be the first and the last. We are going to do more.
If you want to go for that one, then it is, of course, your Aperture frames. It is your... Ooh, what have we got on the screen at the minute? Oh, we've got the commanding Quilling on. My apologies.
Too much non-secco.
On the screen. No, Kat, what did you say you wanted next? Because I didn't hear you. Ornate. Right. in front of you. There
this
you go.
one's
Ornate art
really
frames,
pretty.
Fabulous. There you go. Right, so if you want the ornate art frames for you, this is your stencils for drawing and tangling again. This is a complete art project that you've got here. This is the stencil that you are going to get. Now, Sandra, when we look at this,
I know.
where do we go with this? What is this all about?
Oh, my goodness me.
And how do we get to that?
Yes, frames are quite a thing, and we do use them a lot, whether you use them without the images or whether you just want to have a sentiment in them. But now and again, we want to do something a little bit different. So what I've actually done here, hang on a second. So I've got one written on and one not. The first thing you're going to do is write on everything I've suggested. So on the back, look, centre for heart, centre for teardrop, centre for rectangle. We need those. We need to write these on, plus the numbers. And then you've got these little dots and all your frames. So you've got 3 different sizes of frames there, or we're going to use them all in collaboration. And what do we get with it? Let me just show you one I've done here. There's my heart, but you see we've not completed the heart, it's not fully there. We've just used elements of it to help us work within it.
So gorgeous.
So you get the same kind of thing. So there's my heart with my rectangle, and you see you've got this lovely bar going across so you could put your own sentiment in. And then here you've got this lovely teardrop. So let's show you how to do it. Which shape would you like to use?
Hearts, please.
Hearts, okay. So first things first then, pencil. Let's just have a clear up. I'm just going to move everything out. Yeah, so here we go. And again, we just sort of quickly go through the instructions. Here's the heart. Using a heart shape as a foundation, and it shows you, look, drawing this way, shows you what to do, and takes you all the way through. Here we go then. So let's make a start. And like we do with a lot of our stencils, we're going to put a centre line in, vertical, to get us going. And then I know, see, I've got a centre for the heart. So if I put that in, I know that my heart shape, that's going to be the middle there. It looks a bit weird because you think that's not in the centre, but it is, okay? John did that. It's definitely in the centre.
It's very clever.
We know what he's like. He likes to be precise.
He's a stickler, isn't he, Sandra?
Yeah.
Stickler.
So there's my first bit. And in order to give you 3 shapes on one stencil, you are going to have to kind of turn it round. But you've got your centre point. And again, you've got your vertical, so you can match it up. And that gives you your shape. Okay,
Fabulous.
3 sizes. We're using the smallest one here to start with. And then what I want to do as well is I'm going to line it up and I'm going to put that kind of bar across the middle. This is a little bit, I suppose, like, you know, the apertures, you go in and out of things.
Yes.
This bit then becomes sacrosanct. You're not going to touch that. You're not going to draw within it. You're going to leave it. But it's there ready for when you can rub it out when you've done.
Yeah, you need it there placed there so you can work around it.
Exactly. So I'm going to bring in a line here and I'm going to bring it to the bottom. Okay, you can do it on the other side as well. I'm left-handed, so a lot of my stuff will work that way. But if you would rather do it that side, it really doesn't matter. Just going to put a little curl on the bottom. Okay, nothing crazy, look, just a little curl. And then in the instructions it says you kind of got to thicken that up a bit. So let's thicken it up and join it to this here. So again, every step of the way, all done in pencil. So you see now you've got this lovely shape, yeah? I'm going to bring that kind of round, just join it into there like this. And then it shows the other side, it's going to be different. So it's going to start from here. It's going to come round again. And this time, it's going to follow and create another curl. Back in and around. And again, I'm joining it to this, so I can kind of dot it if I want to. You see how it works? Gives me that shape. All right, gives me the starting point, doesn't it? I don't then need all of this. So had I got a rubber, which I've left in the green room, I would rub this bit out. I don't think that.
Oh, I was going to see.
No, see, that's the new. So I'd get rid of this now. I don't need it. Because then what I'm going to do is start to create my shapes. So here we go, a bit of a curve going in there. And again, I'm following the instructions. So this is not going to be so tricky that you can't do anything with it. Okay, so it's like a bit like the leaf, the stem, which is, or the veins in the stem. So let's bring a couple of lines out. And again, you see I'm kind of ignoring that bit. You could draw through it and then rub it out if you want, but I'm going to bring some lines up there. So I'm not worried too much about where they're going, working it round. And then we're going to thicken them up a little bit. So,
excuse me.
Same as I did the original one in the middle, starting at the bottom edge, coming into points. Like so. Let's see. Point. So if I move it around a little bit, because your paper doesn't doesn't have to stay still. You want to move it to where you want it to be, see? And then I just keep adding more. So I've got this kind of feather coming in there. See, that's going to sit under there, into there, another one into there. So you see how that works? I do another one on this side. So following it through, it's suggesting on here that I put some little curves, like little C's. Creates a bead, like so. So you can put as many or as few as those as you want to. And then you're going to find some sort of points that you can bring a little line down from, like so. And then I've got some little shapes here. And again, it will tell you in the instructions what numbers I used, but it's going to allow you to have some little droplets working on there. Once I've done that, I draw it all in pen, rub out the bits that I don't need, sentiment in the middle, and then here we go. You can see now how that's kind of worked and how that's come in. There's my droplets, there's my little curls from the bottom, and here's my little feather working its way up the side.
It never fails to astound me when you see how these beautiful designs are built
up. It
up.
appears, doesn't it,
Yeah,
out of
does.
nothing.
You have that eureka moment, don't you?
Yeah, you think, my goodness me, I drew that? How did that happen?
But it's incredible because you think, you almost feel like you've got to, you know, have a real degree in like artwork and stuff to get things like this achieved. But no, it's there for you with these techniques from Sanntangle. Alison in Warwickshire said, is the ornate stencil new today? No, this ornate art frame was launched at the end of August. It was back in September. It's not been back since. So maybe you missed it back in the summer for whatever reason. So it might be new to you today. It's not actually new to us here to HobbyMaker, but it's a classic, let it say. Our new today is our Apertures 3. If you were going for that, this was part of our bundle 1, 2 and 3, and you can also get it on its own if you previously have 1 and 2. If you want to go for it on its own, the price on this is $16.99. Sandra, for people who are still thinking, like, okay, why would I use those shapes? What would you say?
I think once you've tried it, you're going to wonder how you managed without it, because it's going to give you a little bit of background, a little bit of structure, but then you can be as free and do whatever you want to do with it. You could even put that through a die cutting machine and emboss it if you wanted to. Then you've got your shapes. Even fussy cut them out and have a background. So there's lots of things you can do with it. It's quite creative, that one.
Now, before we go...
These ones?
Yeah, because Sandra's going off on holiday, so you can't get a class with this lovely lady for a wee while.
Not until
so
February.
I'm thinking, get these into your basket as well. This is our Back to Glass Volume 1. Sandra, what can we expect from this?
You've got 3 projects. You've got an owl, you've got a dragon, and you've got a set of suitcases. These are projects we did in class, but they're slightly different because we never do what's in class exactly the same as a stencil.
OK, so that's AJ1286 there, 2185.
Owl, it's
We've also
amazing.
got Back to Glass 2. Again, 3 projects here.
Yeah, you've got your galleon, which is fantastic. You've got your like Fabergé egg, and you've got a lovely book at the bottom with a butterfly in there that's going to give you, again, a bit more 3-dimension, bit of fun.
EP1257 for that one. Check back on the website for all of those in the buzz. Sandra Rushton, can I say thank you so much? Happy Christmas to you.
Yes, happy Christmas to you
darling
too.
lady. What would you like to say to everybody out there?
Oh, thank you so much for supporting me all year. You know, we couldn't do it without you. So I hope you're having a great day, great time, and we'll see you, New Year's Eve.
You will. Thank you for bringing us those Christmas gifts. Sandra's back New Year's Eve. I'll be back after the break with the fabulous Sharon Curtis and some more Sizzix for you. Bye.
Hi everybody, it's Laura here from Carnation Crafts. I hope you're all having a lovely Christmas. You're celebrating with your loved ones and you've had lots of crafty goodies that you can play with in the new year. From everybody here at Carnation Crafts, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a really happy New Year.
Hi everybody, here at Beyond Stamping we want to wish the whole HobbyMaker family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy Christmas! Happy
Christmas!
Hi, it's Amy from Hunky Dory. I just wanted to say a very Merry Christmas to all of the amazing HobbyMaker viewers. Thank you so much for all of your support in 2024. It has certainly been a year filled with crafty fun. We look forward to bringing you lots of new hunky-dory products in 2025. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, it's Lynn from Mount Hatters, wishing you a very Merry Christmas from the Party Caves and Paula and Felicia. Have a lovely new year and hope to see you in 2025. Bye!
I'm really happy that I'm going to be joining you this year on Christmas Day. I've got 2 Sizzix shows and we're going to be bringing you a really nice mix of things. We've got the scoreboard and trimmer, which I know lots of you might have on your wish list for a little Christmas prezi. We've got some sort of everyday essentials, I'll call them. We've got some nesting dies, things like that. We've got some really nice embossing folders, and we've even snuck in a few Christmas dies in case you want to get ahead for next year. So I hope you can join me on Christmas Day for my Sizzix shows.
Merry Christmas, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Leona from Gutscraft, and I'm just jumping on this morning to say a very, very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope your day is filled with love, laughter, lots of food, lots of drinks, and lots of crafty time. So have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in 2025.
Our call centre is based in the UK and available 24/7. Just call 0800 001 4433 or email help@hobbymaker.co.uk.
Hi, it's Nat from Hunky Dory. Just wanted to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Can't wait to be back in 2025 for more amazing shows. See you then.
Good afternoon and welcome back to HobbyMaker. It's Christmas Day and we are live, everybody. Are we still in the festive spirit, everybody? Yes, we are. Should we check in the gallery, see if there's still festive in there today? Yes, Cat and Dan, look, they are ready for action. God bless their beautiful hearts. We are live for another hour, taking you right the way through till 4 o'clock with another hour from the SCOG, not Santa Claus OG, Sharon Curtis OG. How are you, girlfriend?
I'm good. Isn't it lovely being in here on Christmas Day?
Do you know what it is? We've got a little buffet and it's like we've had a lovely time. And, you know, it's just, do you know, without sounding naff, what is really lovely about this is you guys being involved as well. It's been lovely that we've had so many messages from you guys who have sent your messages in on this special day, a day when maybe you could be very busy doing other things. If you are with family and friends or whether you are on your own, we really appreciate you for supporting us, which is why we enjoy being here on Christmas Day to support you with some education, some inspiration, some aspiration, some great crafting and a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's got to be done, isn't it, quite frankly? Sharon, for people that missed our earlier show, our 1 o'clock show, I'm going to say right here, right now, this, if you missed out on a Christmas deal earlier, that is a brilliant deal. But if you didn't see it, hold tight, because we're going to show you that later in the show. We have got deals for all of those people that want something a little bit fabulous to take themselves into 2024.
Yes, we have. We've got a really nice mix. Well, they're all bargains, to be perfectly honest. We've put together a selection of all sorts of things, really. We've got dies, we've got stamps, we've got embossing folders.
We've got loads on this show.
And we've put bundles together, really, just to give you some really good bargains.
Now, our first bundle comes from Mr. Pete Hughes, who, of course, is a Sizzix star, but also something very special.
Yes, it's his birthday today.
It's his birthday
Happy
today.
Birthday, Pete.
He was born on Christmas Day, which... A miracle to the crafting world was born on Christmas Day. It seems right. We have got 2 fabulous stamp sets from Pete in a bundle. This is the first one that we have for you. Now, Michaela, come on in close on those cameras, because let's read these fabulous little ticker tapes that we've got here. I love these.
I love these. I know you all do as well. All of Pete's stamp sets are always hugely popular.
You're the reason someone smiles today. I believe in you. Life is beautiful. So very thankful. It's the little things on your special day. Sharon, they are always words of uplift and affirmation, aren't they?
They are. You've got every occasion covered here, and I like the style of these. It's very modern, very fun to have that sort of ticker tape type thing. And I like the sentiments. You know, Pete's chosen them, and there are a lot of positive sentiments there, as well as all your sort of occasions.
Susan in Kent has already checked out, and she hasn't even seen the second set that you're getting here. These are $11.99 each, so that's $11.99, and so is this. Larger sentiments for you here, but again, real words of uplift and positive affirmations for you. So you can see you've got so very thankful, life is beautiful, sending hugs, choose happy. I love that.
I like that.
Wishing you joy, oh happy day. Let love shine, wishing you joy, find your wings and fly, which is gorgeous. Be the rainbow.
Isn't that lovely?
Sending happiness and sending love your way. Do you know what? He's a nice man.
He is lovely, Pete.
Isn't he?
We love Pete.
We do love Pete. Every home should have a Pete, I feel.
They should.
They should, honestly. And what did you get for Christmas? Hopefully a Pete. Right, so 2 of these should be $23.98. Not today. Oh, Director Dan, would you be so kind to whip out something small and juicy for our Sharon? Thank you. Look, a 30-second clock.
30 seconds.
You know what that means, Sharon? We're going to get that price down. Everybody pays the lowest price here at HobbyMakers. So if you're shopping with us on Christmas Day, thank you. It's the same as any other day of the year. You are going to be paying that lowest price no matter how you shop, whether it's on the phone lines, the app, or via the website. It's entirely up to you. If you want to shop via the website and check everything out, all of the deals on this show. Obviously, this is our final live hour for the day. The shows will be repeated as from 4. But also, check out the Sizzix brand shop on the website at hobbymaker.com. Right, let's have a look. So, $23.98 becomes $11.99. That is a buy one, get one free. Oh, wow. Michaela, you don't get one, you get 2 for the price of 1. And that is very cool. Yes, we'll have that. Cool. I like that. But it's not good enough for Christmas Day.
Oh, Kat's going again.
She's going again.
These are such great sets because you can't have too many sentiments, can you?
Well,
You're going to use
also,
these.
I defy anybody to not be in a good mood when a sentiment like life is beautiful or find your wings and fly or be the rainbow is on a card that lands on your doormat. I like these sentiments because they are, you know, when you're just sending someone a card for no particular reason, just to cheer them up. Yeah. But that's what Pete does. He brings joy into our life every day. Okay, $11.99 was already buy one, get one free. We are now down to $9.99. So literally you are buying that. We're taking £2 off the price of that and you're getting that for free. That's great. Or if you want to do this, it's a £5 each. Great. I don't think we'd do that if Pete was in. It's kind of belittling the quality of what you've got here.
That's why they've given them to me.
But it's Christmas. He was born on Christmas Day, and we are giving you his deals as well. So thank you, Pete. Sharon in Nottinghamshire has messaged in. I have to leave you all now for my shift for emergency doctor service. Safe journey home and enjoy your evening. Merry Christmas, Sharon. Lots of love from us all, darling lady, and thanks for spending what time you could with us today.
Thank you for
and hopefully the rest of your day and your work is as easy as possible. Joanne in Shropshire, oh, I love Sizzix. Thank you for all being here on this day. Loving the shows. Happy birthday, Pete. Merry Christmas to you all. Do you think Pete will be watching, or do you think he'll be like sort of up to here in eggnog by now?
Well, Pete is a bit of a chef, really, so I think...
It's a bit of a drink.
Bit of a drinker, no. He's not a big drinker, actually.
Yeah. He'll be cooking.
But he's usually in the kitchen on Christmas Day because he does like to cook.
Do you know what? He's brilliant, isn't he? What did he have this morning, Kat? He had a park run this morning, apparently.
Oh, yes, he did.
Him and his wife.
That's how mad Pete is.
On Christmas Day morning. I really do salute that. That's very good.
That's pretty cool, isn't
Honestly, I hardly had the energy to get presents unwrapped. Well done, Pete, quite frankly. Right, KAXC79 is right to go busy for these. Message from Emma in Cornwall. Merry Christmas, Sharon, Nigel, and all the Christmas crew. Hey, crew. That's Michaela, Dan, Cat and Cat. We've got a couple of cats. Love to you all and warmest wishes for the coming new year. Oh, Michaela was waving and everything. She was like that. Yeah, go on, Michaela. We can't waste that. There she is with Kat. Beautiful. Message from Crafty Lynn. Is she the one in Sandy Balls? Giggity. She is. Reaching out to those finding it hard to get through today. Do you know what? How beautiful is that, Crafty Lynn?
Lovely.
Know you are loved and valued by the HobbyMaker family, come what may. Do you know what? Lots of people have said to me, and I'm sure to you, Sharon, and to everybody else here, like, why are you working Christmas Day? Why are you live Christmas Day? Because that is one of the very many reasons that we do this, is because, you know, it's to keep people company as well. Anybody who's maybe on their own on Christmas Day or just wants a bit of company on TV, just to dip in, maybe just for a few minutes here and there, we are here for you. Yes, we're not at our full hours, but we thought we couldn't not be on air on Christmas Day.
And it's nice just to chat to you because it's not the same if we do a pre-record. We want the interaction.
No, the same,
we want
but
to
happy
talk
Christmas, but you know that I'm sat at home somewhere. No, we're actually here in the studio. It is live on a Wednesday afternoon, 3:10, Christmas Day. We are here for you. Now, if you want to go for this one, we're going to have to be quick sticks. 30% of the stock has gone on this already. How many stamps have we got here between the two? Do we know?
Oh, it tells you at the bottom of each set what's.
We'll get there in a minute. We will work at the top and get to the bottom, but there's a lot, Sharon, isn't there?
There's a lot, and of course you've got all your sentiments covered for the year. So
we've got 12 and 24, so 36. 36 stamps for you there. It's a lot, isn't it?
It is. I'm impressed with your maths.
What, 12 and 24?
Just that you did it without hesitating for a second. I'd have to think about that for a couple of minutes.
When I was working on Countdown, I wasn't, but there you go. Sometimes I do get like number blindness though with sums. It's like I look at things and I think like I can't work it out.
Yeah, I am terrible.
I am really shocking sometimes. 40%, there's a number for you. 40% of the stock has now gone on that one. We're looking at a sellout on this. I can feel it in my water. Beverly, Alison, Amanda, Ali, Catherine, Crafter, Dee, Angela, Nikki, Catherine, Pauline. Well done to all of you for joining us here on Christmas Day. But you need to check out your baskets to secure your purchase. Right, next up for you, which ones have we not done? It's these ones.
Oh, yes, let me grab mine because...
Well, yes, because I know about thinlets. I know about the lovely thinlets and the thin metal dies. But when there's framelets of frames, what are switchlets, Sharon?
I love the names that Sizzix gives things. They're called switchlets because you switch in and out the dies. So these are a very clever... thing.
Okay, so shall I share this? Because we've got a butterfly one and then we've got a leaf one. So there's the butterfly one. So how does this switch things up? Explain.
So you've got an embossing folder and it's a little mini one. And then you get 3 different dies.
So the die is obviously you cut out the shape and then the embossing folder is
the embossing folder will do that lovely embossed detail in the middle of the butterfly. But you can see each of those butterflies has got a different outline shape. And that's because you've got 3 different dies. And they actually fit inside the embossing folder.
Ah, okay.
There are some little magnets inside the embossing folder. And your dies just kind of click in. There we go. You feel it lock into place.
Yes, you can.
And then you run it through with the same sandwich as you would an embossing folder, because that's the thickness, but it will cut out the outside and emboss the detail. So you've got 3 different dies, different outlines.
You pick which one you want to pop on.
Yeah,
there.
and then you just pop them on. You kind of slide it around and you'll just feel it lock in to the magnets. It's not very easy doing it from behind.
There you go. Because I was holding it in midair.
There you go.
How fabulous is that?
Clever, isn't it? Genius idea. I don't know who came up with it, but it's very, very clever.
I love that. So literally, it's like you've got 3 different dies that I assume will work individually if you want to.
Yes, you don't have to use them together. So you can use the butterfly dies on their own. You can also use the embossing folder on its own if you just wanted to have a little bit of emboss, on a background or something. You could do that.
That's fab. So you've got the one embossing design that will go in all 3 of the individual die-cut butterflies for you. That on its own should be, what, $33.99. We've also got for you, alongside the butterflies, our spring leaves. Yep, let's look forward to spring 2025. Now we've gone past December the 21st and we're actually getting longer days. I know not yet, we're not, but thank the Lord, we are going in the right direction, which is good. Let's think about spring. Oh, how good does that look on a card?
They're lovely, aren't they? And of course, they don't have to be spring, they're just leaves.
They're just leaves.
Because obviously if you do them in autumnal colours, they'll be autumn leaves. But it's the same concept. So the embossing folder is just going to put the veins on the centre of the leaf for you. And then you've got 3 very different leaf shapes, actually. You can see it's got bits of card in it.
Well, that's because
this has been well loved. I like this set. I use it a lot. You can see.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, leaves are trans-seasonal, like you say, so they work for many a different project.
And again, great for cards for men because sometimes flowers can be a bit feminine.
And again, you would just pop these in there like that, Sharon.
Yeah, you feel it click into place, run it through, and it cuts and embosses. So really cool. And of course, you can do all sorts of different techniques with these. You can use watercolour card and colour
Sharon,
them.
do you know what? I am going to make this the deal of the hour.
Are you?
Well, I say I feel. It's got nothing to do with me. It's the people in there. But they've just told me what the price is going to be, and it's phenomenal. So I think we need the biggest thing that Director Dan can give us. And look, it's the whole minute.
A whole
clock.
minute.
That's the Christmas gift that keeps on giving, isn't it, quite frankly?
It is.
So, for your spring leaves and for your butterflies, all of those together for one price. Now, they should be $63.98, which is a considered purchase, but your butterflies $33.99 on their own, your leaves $29.99, but those two together, we are going to get down to an unstoppable price, an unbeatable price, I'm going to say, not unstoppable, but unbeatable. Karen and Essex, you are already in for this one. So good for every occasion, every kind of project, also for home decor and things like that, Sharon.
All sorts, yeah, because
they're quite sizable.
They are quite sizable, and butterflies and leaves, you know, kind of.
I'm thinking of like photo frames and.
Lovely on photo frames.
You
yeah,
could do like frosted leaves for your Christmas trees or whatever. Okay, now if you thought before, I like the idea, but I don't like the price, let's make it a price that you will like. I said it's going to be deal of the hour. All the way down from 60s into the 50s, into the 40s, into the 30s, into the 20s.
No.
$24.99. The most affordable one, that's the leaves, would be $29.99. You are getting a price £5 less than that, which means you are not paying for a fiver of that, and you're getting the other one for free. And the butterflies were worth $33, wasn't it? $33.99. That is a deal and a half. Right, here you go. Here you come. Catherine, Maria, Beverly, Elaine, Joanna, Catherine. When this stock is gone, it's gone. We are not going to be able to get that Christmas Day price back, that is for sure. Check out your baskets on this one. If you have stuck with us today, thank you very much, because I know there's all sorts going on, especially around the 3 o'clock hour on Christmas Day, let's be honest.
We've got a bit of competition.
A little bit of competition down at the Palace. But yes, I've got to say, these prices, they are regally good. That's a king of a price, isn't it? Quite frankly, right there, king of a saving. The Sizzix website, which is a great place, but the price there of these, you can see $33.99 for the detailed butterflies.
Yes.
And then the other one is, if they've got it there, the leaves, that's $29.99. You are getting both of them now, excuse me, for $24.99. Sharon, no surprise this is so busy.
I'm not surprised because it's such a huge saving, and you know the technology on these with the magnets and everything is just so clever. To have 3 different designs just with one little embossing folder, it's very clever.
And I think leaves and butterflies, they are omnipresent in the crafting world,
Very
aren't
much
they?
so. They're not going to go out of fashion, are they? These are designs you're going to use all the time, and it's nice that you've got the 3 different designs, because straight away you've got a card, haven't you, with the 3 different versions next to each other. It's really
I think it's
pretty.
lovely. We got a message from Tess in Hampshire. Hi, thank you for your fun and inspiration today, especially, but every day as well. Merry Christmas to all from Tess. Thank you, Tess.
Thank you, Tess.
Bless you. Do you know, it is our pleasure. We are here 365 days a year, normally from 1 till 9, 1 p.m. till 9 p.m. Over the Christmas period, our hours change slightly. We are back tomorrow at 1 p.m. I will be with you then, and we come off air at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Are you on tomorrow?
I'm back tomorrow. I've got 3 shows tomorrow.
Oh, now, you and me together again tomorrow.
And
you've got something rather fabulous. And we've got Craft O'Clock in the morning.
We've got Craft O'Clock and then 3 shows.
Okay, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. we are live on Facebook Live and also on Instagram Live. It's producer Ellie's first time running solo on that tomorrow.
So it could be entertaining.
So we might not be there, but hopefully we will be. We will be. We'll make sure we are. At 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, so join us there. And then brand new shows coming away as from 1 o'clock tomorrow. Also, you know, on Boxing Day, you know what happens? I mean, we don't sort of like stick to it religiously, but what happens in Boxing Day out in the big wide world? Sales, yeah. And I'm going to say the prices tomorrow, because we kind of like start early with ours anyway, don't we? But the prices tomorrow are off the scale. They really are. Incredible.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Have you noticed that lots of people have started their sales early? Like a certain high street store, M&S, started their Christmas sale yesterday.
Oh.
Or their Boxing Day sale yesterday, Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Which is a bit odd, really, isn't it?
Very.
Honestly, very strange. I remember back in the day, my sister used to, because I stay at my sister's, I'm at my sister's at the moment for Christmas, and my sister used to drag me out of bed like really early on Boxing Day to then go to the next sale.
My sister
6 a.m. like stood in the queue. I wouldn't mind, but I was merely the taxi. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, bless you.
It's like, did I get any deals? Yeah, maybe a few, but I'm not good at that. Like, you know.
No, it's not for me. My sister is one that would queue up for a sale.
Oh, I couldn't be
but
doing
no,
with
I
that,
couldn't be
Sharon.
bothered.
Could not be doing with that. I'd rather stay at home
Unless
and shop online like
unless
people
it
are
was
doing
craft
today. Busier and busier for this one. Beverley in Derbyshire, Crafter and East Riding of Yorkshire. You are all coming through. Sharon, do you want to do a demo, my lovely?
Yeah, shall we do a
Christmas Day
demo?
demo? What do you want a demo with?
Shall I do one of these?
Yes, please. That'd be lovely. If you've got any questions for Sharon, do get those emails in. Also, if you have any messages, Christmas messages and things like that, we've also got, I think the delirium set in. Kat just said, we've also got your special Christmas meal. She meant Christmas deal.
Christmas
deal. Are we talking about this? Yes, this is your deal. This is your fabulous scoring board and your trimmer, all in one. We've never done this price before. In a nutshell, we launched this sort of January, February this year. It sold out. Then we had it back in, I think, in May. It sold out. Then we had it back in August. It sold out. Then we had it literally on a manager's deal in November for like a little split second. It disappeared. Now we've got it back, but we've included 2 extra blades. That gives you 3 blades in all. Plus, you are getting a market-beating price on this. The cheapest price that we could find for this elsewhere was on Ryman's website, I think, which was 47 quid, 46 something. And that did not include the blades, my friends. We've got it for £39.99. Victoria in Greater Manchester and Beverley in Gloucestershire. You have gone for this already. And it was Tool of the Year. I'd like that on a T-shirt. Tool of the Year. How fab is that for this scoring board and trimmer? Look, it came first. Also, can we give a little shout out to the 3rd place We Are Makers American Crafts Jewellery Press?
Yeah.
On HobbyMaker. If you haven't checked out our website and all of the fabulous things that are on there, do go and check it out. Michaela, what's the website? All the W's what?
HobbyMaker.com.
HobbyMaker.com. Michaela, who would you like a demo from right here, right now? Sharon Curtis!
And we'll have a look at those butterflies, shall we? But I'm going to do a background first. So we're going to have a look at one of the embossing folders, which we haven't looked at in this show. We did have a quick look at them earlier. And I'm going to use the ornamental pattern because it's got a nice floral sort of design, which is going to work well with my butterfly. So I've got some watercolour cards that I'm going to emboss. But before I do that, I'm just going to give this a bit of colour. I wanted to have a bit of a vintage feel. So I'm just going to put a bit of oxide ink on my glass mat. I've got frayed burlap because I thought that's quite a nice kind of vintage feel to it. And then I've got speckled egg, which is a nice blue. So I'm just going to spritz those with water, pick up a bit of the colour with my brush, and I'm just going to pop that over just to knock back that colour a little bit and give it a bit of an aged look, really. So once it's embossed, this will just make it look like sort of, you know,
So
nice
Sharon,
old.
what will you be doing for the rest of your Christmas Day when you go home today?
Well, luckily, because I've been here, I've avoided all the cooking.
Oh, well done.
So my other half, Andy, will have got nearly everything ready. So I'll just have to supervise the rest.
What's on your menu today?
Do you know, I don't even know. He even did the shopping.
So you don't know whether
He
it's
said
like
it, yeah.
beef or turkey or Christmas ham? You've no idea?
No idea. No idea.
Oh, how exciting. And then will you be watching anything on the telly for the rest of the day? Or?
Well, Gavin and Stacey's got to
Yes.
be, isn't it? Got to be.
Wallace and Gromit and Gavin and Stacey seem to be the big things. And then the Christmas special for Strictly as well always seems to do well.
Oh, is that on as well?
I will probably watch Gavin and Stacey. I'll be honest, I've never really watched the series. But I feel I should sort of watch the ending of it to see what happens. Doctor Who, of course, as well. Or you could sit and watch the repeats of this if you wanted to.
You really wanted
entirely
to.
up to you. There you go. Doctor Who or you know who. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah. It'll be Gavin and Stacey in our house because I do love that. I don't watch much television, actually.
I was going to say, it's like lots of my friends have said to me, have you seen this and this and this? And I'm like, no.
No, I am bad for not really watching anything. I'm always crafting.
Like this time of the year, I always try to make sure that I get my Christmas films in. So I've watched Gremlins, I've watched Elf. I haven't watched Die Hard yet. I feel I need to watch Die Hard at some point.
Yeah,
I've
I've noticed
Home Alone
that's on.
yesterday. So it's like I've watched lots of Christmas films, but I've not, done them all.
No. I've noticed all the classics have been on.
Oh, just some of the things at Christmas Day, like It's a Wonderful Life, just has to be
Yes,
done.
yeah, you've got to do the classics, haven't you?
And of course, Boxing Day. I always think Boxing Day is good for telly, but don't forget we are live from 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, right the way through until 8 p.m. And to quote Kat, our producer, oh my word, the deals for tomorrow. There you go. We have
got some great
I know
deals.
we have them every day, but tomorrow are fabulous. And no repeats from today. Sharon will be in, but not with the items that you see on the shows right now. Are you Sizzixing tomorrow, is it?
Yes, it's Sizzix, and it's going to be some bargains.
We've also got Dawn Wheeler in tomorrow for Hunky Dory.
Yes.
And we have got James Hembrow from Creative Expressions, more of him towards the end of the show. But he's going to be in tomorrow with some rather fabulous crafty goodie bags from Creative Expressions.
So I've just gone over with some Sizzix gold luster wax, and that's really picked out the design. And just having that bit of ink in the background has given that a nice aged look.
If you like that embossing folder, it's one of the rhombus fantiles and ornamental that we have for you. That is the ornamental.
This is the ornamental.
So you can see we've got those three that you see there. So you can see you have got, ignore the green bit there. You are going to get this one, which is the ornamental. You've also got the fantails, and then you also get the rhombus. So rhombus, ornamental and the fantails are the three that you will be getting. IV, XC, 46, $8.99 for three of them, under £3 each. Thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. That is a Christmas steal.
That is a great deal, isn't it? So I've just put some double-sided tape on the back of this, and I'm going to pop it on my card front.
I've not really mentioned much today, but all of those extras you see, $4.95 P&P, you know, Cat P&P here in the UK, or for our friends in America, $14.95. Get your extras, get your tape runners,
yes,
all of those
all the
things
basics
that you're going to need. Because I don't, Sharon, as a crafter, are you one of those people that obviously you've done lots pre-Christmas, and then do you sort of like really look forward to that period, especially that in-betwixt period, in between Christmas and New Year, when you think nobody knows what day it is,
yes.
Lots of people don't go back to work. It's kind of like, you know, it's post-crimbo limbo and all of that, and you kind of think, oh, maybe a time for a bit of like crafting.
Yes, very much so. Organising and crafting are going to be my kind of New Year things because I need to clear some space. And yeah, I'm in the process of trying to reorganise my room a little bit.
Am I allowed to big you up, Sharon, as well? Because aren't there very exciting things coming our way from you in 2025?
There are.
Are we allowed to dangle any carrots? I'm going to say there are, and you just tell me what you can dangle. What can you tell us?
Well, I'm going to have my own brand.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a March. That's
March.
all I can say.
Okay, what's it going to be called? Is it Sharon Curtis Designs?
No, it's going to be called Evelyn and Sage.
Okay, now this is interesting.
Yes.
Is there a reason for this?
There is. Evelyn was my nan's name.
Yeah.
And Sage is my favourite colour.
Oh.
So it just goes perfectly together.
That sounds very nice.
Yes.
So Evelyn and Sage, courtesy of Sharon Curtis, coming your way March 2025.
Yes.
And
obviously,
will it be here on HobbyMaker?
It will only be here on HobbyMaker.
Oh,
nowhere
there
else.
you go.
Nowhere
So
else.
There you go. Can you imagine if Sharon had just said, no, it's not actually, it's elsewhere? That would be mortifying.
Because...
wouldn't it? Free publicity. But no, it's going to be here.
It's only going to be here because I haven't got the time to build a website or do any of those things.
Hang on a second, Sharon. Kat's going, Kat, come and say goodbye to the world.
Oh.
Come on, not bye to the world. That sounds a bit bad, doesn't it? Yeah. Just come and say hello and goodbye to all the lovely HobbyMaker viewers out there.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a lovely Christmas and a Happy New Year.
There you go. Just before you go, Kat, all the W's what?
HobbyMaker.com.
You're too good. Happy Christmas. Have a
Happy
good rest of the
Christmas,
day.
Kat.
Go and eat lots of food and drink lots of drink and have lots of fun. Right, and come back tomorrow. Right, lovely Sharon, back to you.
So I've used my framelit circle dies to cut myself a nice circle because I'm going to pop the butterfly on, and if I put my butterfly straight on that busy background, it would just be fighting against each other, really. So I want something to break it up. In fact, I won't stick that down yet because we'll do the butterfly and then I'll show you the two differences. So for the butterfly, I've got my embossing folder. I've got some watercolour card here, and I'm going to choose one of my butterflies to pop in here. Let's go with one that's got a bit of detail. We'll go
these
with this
have proven to be hugely popular, these dies and embossing.
Well, dies and
folders.
embossing, yes.
A lovely little combination. It's had one of the biggest drops on the show today. It should have been, what, £63 for both the butterflies and the spring leaves.
It's a crazy
But you are
deal
getting
for
both
these.
of them for less than the price of one because it dropped down. I thought it was going to go into the 30s, I'll be honest. It went into the 20s, loving that. It went down to $24.99, if I remember rightly. The spring leaves on their own should be $29.99. So it's like you're getting those and taking a £5 off. And then you're getting these for free that should be $33.99. So they should be $63.98 together. But no, let's prove that I did remember. Yeah, there you go. $24.99 is your price on that one. GLXC78. Back to Sharon.
It's a crazy price.
Crazy!
Now, you might wonder what sandwich to use for these because they are an embossing folder and a die. Well, you're going to go on the thickness because that's what it's all about really with a sandwich, isn't it? It's about the thickness. So I'm just going to put my watercolour card in the middle. I've put one of my dies in and it's locked in place. You can kind of feel when it locks into place. And the sandwich is the same as a 3D embossing folder because that's how thick this is. So if you look at your platform, it will show you 3D embossing folders, or they call them textured impressions for Sizzix. And it tells me I need the grey plate and one clear plate on top. So that's what I'm going to do. And that will emboss and cut all in one go.
Do you know what we should do, Sharon, as well? Is just say, I don't know, I assume they're watching upstairs. I have no idea, but obviously they're very busy taking calls. But I am going to say well done and just happy Christmas to all of the guys in our call centre upstairs.
Yes, they do an
because
amazing
they are here
job.
over Christmas. And they're just, I mean, we're here for 4 hours today, bless their heart. They're here 24/7.
They are.
So literally, to all of those guys up there and girls, if you are watching or you catch it on a repeat later or whatever, lots of love from us all. Also, all of the food that was down here, we've moved upstairs. So you guys feast away on it, quite frankly, because you deserve it. They are such a nice bunch as well.
They are, and they're behind the scenes, but yeah.
We've got a message from Sally and Michael saying this. Look, Sally in Norfolk. Merry Christmas, Nigel, Sharon, all the crew. Not forgetting the call centre. Do you know what? We thought the same thing at the same time. How weird is that? It's been lovely having you in our home today, says Sally and Michael. Thank you so much. Yes, the call centre, we heart you massively. So, well done. It's lovely, isn't it, as well, that we get to see the call centre. They are up there and...
It's lovely that they're in the same building and we see them, don't we? It's nice, really nice.
So yeah, you can shop in safe hands with HobbyMaker. That's all I'm going to say.
Very much so. So I've got my butterfly and it's on watercolour card. You can see that lovely embossed detail. So I'm going to go over with gold embossing powder at the end, but I want to give a bit of colour to my butterfly. And I'm just going to watercolour. So I've got some Distress Oxide in Victorian Velvet, which is a lovely pinky lilac. And I thought that's going to be a lovely colour for a butterfly. And I've probably got brown still on this, so let's grab a different brush because I don't think brown is quite the colour I was going for my lovely, pretty butterfly. So I'll just give that a spritz with water and then we can colour that in. And you can see that lovely embossed detail.
It does add extra detail and interest to it, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Now, if I were at home, I'd be a bit more detailed about this. I'd probably bring in a brown for his body and maybe do a few colours, but, you know, I want to get as much in as possible. So
it's a lovely shade of mulled wine.
It is, isn't it? It's really pretty, isn't it?
I do like a mulled wine.
Yes.
I hadn't had much mulled wine this season, and then literally on the 23rd, day before Christmas Eve, we were like, OK, I think a bottle of mulled wine is needed. It was lovely.
We did go out for cocktails, actually, yesterday afternoon. And Andy had a mulled wine. I had a gin cocktail.
You live the best life, Sharon Kirk, don't you?
I do.
Honestly, she lives the dream, does Sharon?
I do. Cocktails.
Cocktails.
HobbyMaker.
Your own brand. It's like you've got it all going on right
There's
now.
lots going on at the moment, isn't there? So I've got some of that lovely gold embossing. I think I've got a bit too much on there. There we go. And I'm just going to rub that on and it's going to highlight that embossed detail really beautifully. There we go. I always put my luster wax on with an ink blending tool because this is flat, the top of my finger isn't, and it just helps me skim across the raised detail rather than end up with gold sort of in between.
That tool is fabulous because you can put lots of different heads on it. What's it called, Sharon?
You can. It's called the multi-tool. And yeah, you get all different attachments for it and they just click on and off. It's a fabulous thing.
Find it on their website.
Yeah, you'll find it on the brand.
You know what we've not had today? We've not had Director Dan doing his H to the O to the B to the B to the Y.
Oh,
that would have been the Christmas gift to the world, wouldn't it, quite frankly? He's busy pressing buttons, though, bless his heart.
He is actually doing his work.
I know, doing his work. pressing buttons.
Now, if I put that straight on there, do you see what I mean about that? It just gets lost a little bit, doesn't it? Whereas if I bring in my nested circle, suddenly the butterfly is the star of the show. So this is where your nesting dies are so important, because they do just bring it to life. So let's pop my circle on first.
Now, just whilst we're doing that as well, I'm going to ask lovely Kat, our producer. Kat, you know that lovely Josh, who was in yesterday, used to work for Sizzix.
He did.
Well, I believe that Josh has sent us a Christmas picture in, so I think maybe now would be the perfect time to show this.
Yeah.
Look, Josh sat having a lovely glass of something at home in front of the most glamorous fireplace.
That looks very glamorous. And look at that glass.
Doesn't it?
Happy Christmas, Josh.
If that's his front room, then that's fabulous. He's in front of a picture. Oh, God, I just knocked the Christmas tree down.
Ah.
Oh, my gosh, do you think that's a backdrop? Well, do you know, it fooled me. Do you know what? I thought he was in like some swanky place, or it's like that was his front room. Josh, happy Christmas from us all.
Yes.
There you go. But Kat's like Miss Marple. She's like, if you look in his goblet, you can see the reflection of the real room that he's in. Look at that. Honestly, you can't get anything past Kat, can you?
Yeah, she should be a detective.
She should. She's like Miss Marple out there, I swear. Right, but thank you, Josh, and all of our other lovely guests that have been watching in today as well. So, yes, lots of love to you all.
So I'm going to pop my butterfly in the centre, and then what sentiment would be the perfect finishing touch? Of course, one of those Pete Hughes one.
Of course.
And look at the sentiment. Let your dreams take flight. So how well does that go with a butterfly?
Perfectly well. It's as if everything was planned,
It's
Sharon.
as if it was planned.
If you do want to go for Pete's Stamp Saver Bundle, you are getting the good vibes and all of the sentiments. Did we work out 36 stamps here, didn't we? It was like 24 in one and 12 in the other. You've got all of the ticker tape ones, which I love. Have a wonderful day, sending love your way, wishing you joy, oh happy day. And then you've got the larger ones as well. Let love shine, enjoy your wings. Find your wings and fly, beg your pardon. Wishing you joy and be the rainbow, which I love. I love that, be the rainbow. What did you do today? I was the rainbow.
Be the rainbow.
KAXC79 is your item code on those. Back to Sharon.
We're all done.
Look, you finished the card.
Yeah.
How lovely is that?
Isn't it pretty? And of course, that's just one of 3 different butterflies that I could have picked. So you could do the same thing. You could maybe do a different embossing folder with one of the other butterflies, and you've instantly got a few different looks.
Now, if you want to go for your switchlets, don't forget these. We are now limited stock on these. Your switchlets are fabulous embossing folders and dies all in one combo. You've got your spring leaves, and then you've also got in there as well the butterflies. Should be $63.98. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Got that price down to $24.99. The actual butterflies should normally be $33.99. These should be $29.99. So you're actually getting both of them for less than the price of the most affordable one anyway, which is brilliant. Now we've had some fabulous emails in today as well. Let's have a look at some emails. Irene in West Lothian says, happy Christmas to everyone at HobbyMaker. Thank you for all the fab crafty bargains you bring. Hope you have had a lovely day and that Santa was good to you all. Looking forward to watching your shows later. Have fun, from Irene. Thank you, Irene. Yeah, don't forget, I mean, these shows, the live ones finish at 4, but they will be repeated. So you're going to get to see me in this Christmas pudding right the way throughout the night. There you go. Through to tomorrow when we'll be back with live shows as from 1 p.m. tomorrow. But we are on Craft O'Clock, our Facebook Live and Instagram Live extra show, bonus show if you like, and it's an exclusive show tomorrow morning at 11 p.m. as well. That's myself and Sharon is going to be there as well. Right, another message through. This is from Barbara. Look at your Christmas tree, Barbara. That's fab. Hi, Nigel, Sharon, and the heroic Christmas gang. That's it, you see. Hero Michaela, Hero Cat, and Hero Dan. There you go. Thanks for being there today for us mad crafters. The other day you asked for photos of our Christmas trees. I did, yes, I did. To be sent in today. Here's ours. I'm just watching while hubby does the dinner. That's a glorious Christmas tree. Hang on, 215 ornaments on it. A few belong to our parents, but most of them are from places around the world my husband and I have visited. It's a scrapbook. How crafty is that?
That's lovely.
It's lovely each year, reliving family and our journeys when putting them on the tree. You are all wonderful and so dedicated. Thanks again for your fantastic shows. Best wishes to you all for today and for all the new year. Barbara, do you know what? Reading that, why wouldn't we want to be here on Christmas
what a lovely
Day?
message.
Thank you so much. Lots of love. A message from Sharon, not that one. Sharon in the Isle of Wight. A very happy Christmas to one and all at HobbyMaker, and all good wishes for 2025. Thank you for all you bring to us crafters, and looking forward to another crafting year with HobbyMaker with wonderful shows and products. With best wishes from Sharon. Thank you, Sharon, in the glorious Isle of Wight. Lovely to have that. Who's this from? Compliments of the season to all. Let us enjoy good company, have a fun time, and wishing everyone a happy Christmas. I don't know who that's from, but I am loving the card. It's from David. David, thank you very much, sir. Can we just see David's card again? Because that's rather fabulous.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
I love that a lot. Thank you, David, and best wishes and merriment and season's greetings and happy holidays to you, sir, whatever you're up to today. Let's have another message as well. This is from, there you go, Valerie Pattendon in Cornwall. Happy Christmas to you all. Looking forward to another year of great crafting with you and your wonderful guests. Many thanks and all good wishes for 2025. Kindest regards, Valerie Pattendon in Cornwall. Thank you to you, Valerie, as well. There's more to show before the end of the hour, but let's get back to our deal of the day, deal of the hour, deal of whatever you want to call it. This is brilliant. Tool of the year, in fact.
It is.
Tool of the year, deal of the year then, isn't it? This is your fabulous Christmas Day special, your scoring board super saver. You're getting 2 replacement blades for free. You've already got a blade in there, so that's 3 blades that you're going to get on this fabulous scoring board and trimmer. It won Tool of the Year at the Frankfurt Crafting Fair back at the beginning of the year. We had it here on HobbyMaker, it sold out. Then we had it back again, it sold out. We had it for a blink and you miss it deal in November, but now it's back on Christmas Day at the lowest price ever in the biggest bundle ever. So lots of reasons to go for this one. Sharon, take us around the board and the trimmer and why this is such a good bit of kit for every craft.
For everyone and everything, really. It's great because it's an all-rounder. It's not just a trimmer, it's not just a scoreboard. It's going to enable you to do all sorts of things because there's some really clever features. So the first thing let's talk about is the scoreboard. The scoreboard is in centimetres on one side, inches on the other. You've got this piece that comes round, so you can butt your card up against here and then your card will be aligned with the one. I've got mine on centimetres. You just slide it out, which I had great trouble with earlier. But you slide it out.
But now she's had a no secco, there's no stopping her.
Yes. Flip it over and pop it in the other, you slide it in the other way and then you've got inches. I do prefer to work most of the time with centimetres when I'm making boxes and envelopes. When I'm making my card blanks, weirdly, I work in inches. So that's why we need both, because us crafters are a bit odd about the whole inches and centimetres thing. We do flip between the two, don't we?
If you cater for all, you please all.
That's very true. So that's your scoreboard. Then you've got your paper trimmer. So this comes up out the way when you want to use the trimmer. And then your trimmer, let me grab a bit of card, is really fabulous because it's got inches on here, you've got centimetres down the side, so again you can work in either. But what I do love about it is the accuracy, because if you look just here on the sort of where the blade is, there's a little tab there and that's where the blade is, so you know exactly where that's cutting.
Now, is it a tough old blade, Sharon? How heavy can we go on our cardstock that we're putting in here?
Do you know, I haven't really tried. You wouldn't be going really heavy duty because it is this type of trimmer.
300, 350?
Yeah, 300, 350, no problem.
So that's going to be honest, most of the cardstock that you use?
Yes, very much so. And it will cover everything you need to make your boxes and your envelopes.
Yeah.
And,
so devoid of when you're getting your grey board out, this is going to be perfect.
Yes, yeah, it's not going to work for that, but this type of blade wouldn't. You'd be looking more at a rotary trimmer for the real heavy-duty stuff. What I love about this type of trimmer is the accuracy that you get that you can't do with a rotary, because if you think about it, if I want to just cut down to say 3 inches, I couldn't do that with a rotary because you've got a great big rotary blade. You don't know where that's going to stop. Whereas with this,
you wouldn't have the accuracy.
No, I can bring this, it would help if I held it in place. I can bring this down and stop absolutely at 3 inches and I know it's accurate. So if you're doing anything like creating apertures, box making, you can literally cut to the exact measurement you want to. So that's the trimmer. Now, earlier on we made an envelope. You've got all the extra bits that you're going to need to make an envelope. So I'll just quickly tell you about that and then we'll make a box. So if you're making an envelope, in case you missed it earlier, this part at the top slides across. And then you've got a little dial here where you would bring this round. There's a little, at 45 degrees, there's a little mark and it's got a little picture of an envelope. And then to make an envelope, you're going to use your align and score. Now, I'm not going to go through that now because I have already done it once today, but I just wanted to show you that. So when you make your envelope, you would go through the process, and then when you're done, you've got punches at the top that are going to help you both with envelopes and tags, and really pretty much anything actually. This one is specifically for envelopes. When you score your envelope, you know, you get those little notches that you want to pop out. That will do that. It's a punch. Now these do come out. If you want to take them out, you can use them independently from the board, but they do slot in there, and this allows you to line them up perfectly because you've got markings on here. This little circle one will put the holes in your tags for you. Again, you can take it out of here and use it independently. And then this one is your corner rounder. So you've got a right angle here. So what you would do is butt your card up against, there's a ridge here and then one in the corner. So if you pop that in the corner and then press that, it's going to round your corner. You've got a more of a square corner there. You'd lift that out, flip it round, pop it in again, and let's find another corner. And this one will give you more of a sort of squared off corner, like so. That's great for if you want to make tags, because your tags usually have that sort of corner. So you've got everything you need on here, and not too much, because there are sort of envelope boards available where you've got all sorts of different features that you never use.
It's no surprise though, Sharon, that this one, I mean, it does exactly what you need to do it, because it was actually a very skilled crafter that had a big hand in this. Mr. Pete Hughes from Sizzix. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Pete. He's a Christmas baby. But this is his baby, isn't it, really? Because he literally did have a hand in deciding what goes where and how it functions.
Yeah, the product development team at Sizzix are amazing. And obviously, Pete works every day with them because Pete knows what us crafters want.
Yes.
So in terms of what you're going to get in the box, you're going to get a spare blade. The blade is really easy to change. You just lift the end off here and slide it off the bar, and then it just pops out. So that's really easy. So you're going to get a spare blade, and actually you get a pack of 2 as well. So you're going to have 3 blades included in this bundle. And then in the box, you've got a matrix that's going to give you all the measurements for envelopes. This is in centimetres on one side, inches on the other. You also get an instruction booklet, which does go through all the things, how to make a box, how to make envelopes, etc. So you can sort of follow step by step all the different ways to make boxes. Now, I do the very straightforward, easy way because I'm a bit dim when it comes to math. So I will always go for the lazy, easy route. But you can do the lovely corners where you've got sort of like mitered corners and things if you want to get adventurous. Now, if you are like me and you are a bit hopeless with maths, and even looking at this matrix makes you think, oh, that seems a bit complicated. If you go to the Sizzix website, there's actually a generator, and all you've got to do with the generator is if you're making an envelope, you just put in the measurements of your card blank, and it tells you exactly what to do. It tells you what size to cut your card and then where you've got to score it. Same with boxes. You put in the measurements of what size box you want, and it not only gives you the measurements to make the box, but it also tells you the measurements to make the lid. So that's all there.
Lots of people have this in their baskets now. Don't forget you need to check out to secure your purchase. But well done to Tamara in Cornwall, Tess in Hampshire has just checked out. Well done to you. Carolyn in Inverclyde, Susan in County Down and Lynn in Lancashire. You are all there. It is well worth getting your hands on this because this is a Christmas Day special. Tomorrow is Boxing Day. It won't be Christmas Day, so that means this special will not be here as from tomorrow. If you want the price, it's for today. Well, as far as I believe, today and today only. There you go. If I come back tomorrow and it's still there, I'll have words. Right, Suzanne in Hampshire. Hi, everyone. Today is not the Christmas I planned due to a virus. Oh, bless you. I'm home alone. Thanks for bringing today's shows to air. It means a lot. Suzanne, you are welcome, but also Suzanne, sending lots of love. Get well soon.
Get well soon.
And hopefully we have been able to be a little bit of tonic for you today whilst you've got that virus going on. To all our hobby maker, wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2025. Kind regards from Lisa S. P.S. Oh, Liza with a Z. P.S. Liam is definitely the best. Such a laugh. Oh, we should pass that on to him.
Oh, did he pay you to say that?
Probably. Yeah, you related to him. We've got another message as well. Oh, look at this with a flag. Merry Christmas flag.
Oh, look at
raising the flag for everyone at HobbyMaker. I love that. We should have our own HobbyMaker flag.
We should.
For going above and beyond to keeping us company at Christmas from David. Thank you, David. Is that the same David that wrote in before with a card? If it is, David, thank you very much. And I hope that flag is flying above your house right now. If not, it should be. Thank you for those messages. Keep them coming. We're here for another 10 minutes and then we disappear. But don't forget, if you missed anything from the earlier shows with Sharon and, of course, Sandra Rushton, then you can watch the repeats as from 4 o'clock. A message from Doreen. Merry Christmas to you all. Love the show's great inspiration. We'll be tuning in later today and most days going forward. Well, I'm glad, Doreen. We're happy to have you whenever you can pop in, my love. That's the joy. We don't expect people to be here from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day. That would be nice if you wanted to be. But it's just dip in, dip out. That's the joy, isn't it? Now, tomorrow, we have got some great shows coming your way. I'll reveal the menu before the end of the hour. But one of the guests that's popping in tomorrow is Mr. James Hembrow from Creative Expressions with something very, very exciting. And I do believe he sent us a little message to talk about this. Fancy a festive cracker joke, Nigel? Yes, I do. Who is Rudolph's favourite pop star? Beyonce. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. I love that. More of those tomorrow, please. Merry Christmas, Nigel, and the whole Christmas Day HobbyMaker team. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Got a real mystery treat in stock. Am I allowed to say, oh, there's a mystery box that he's got there.
Oh.
I shall say no more, but we've got mysteries from Creative Expressions for the first time ever tomorrow. Right. Oh. This is my husband, Alan. Merry Christmas. Your family are watching you in the Cotswolds. Mesa and Idris, my great nephew and great niece, if you are watching, I will be home in a bit for turkey and dinner or whatever I'm having. I've no idea, actually. But yes, I'll be home in a bit for dinner. So love
lovely
to
message.
you all. Bless their hearts. Right, shall we do a box then, Sharon?
Shall we do a
I know
box?
It's Boxing Day tomorrow, but let's do a box
Let's do a box
right now.
And I've worked out my measurements because, yeah, there was no way I was going to do it any other way than just go on that onto the generator on the Sizzix website. And I put in that I wanted to make a box 10 centimetres by 5 centimetres. And you even put in the height. So I decided I wanted 10 centimetres long, 5 centimetres wide and 5 centimetres high. And it tells me on the generator that I need to cut my stock, which is my card stock, at 15 by 20. I'm working in centimetres. So let's do that first of all. So 15 by 20, let's do 20 first.
Quick question for you, Sharon. Happy Christmas to all at HobbyMaker. I hope you all have a great Christmas. Can you make gift bags with the scoreboard, says Sheila in Southport?
Yes, you can. If you go to the Sizzix website where there's the hub for this, the scoring board and trimmer hub, Pete goes through all sorts of projects on there, boxes and envelopes and bunting, and then there's gift bags, all sorts. So yes, you can do all sorts.
32 minutes of Pete in action.
Yeah,
he's going to be covering a lot.
Yeah, he does. So yes, and it's so handy to watch a video, I find.
Oh yes.
So much easier.
Especially with craft, I think, because you can actually sort of visually see
yes.
what folds where, what scores where, what measures where.
And when you're watching a video in your own time, you can just keep pausing it and kind of work along with it. So I've cut my cardstock as it tells me to 15 by 20. And then because my box is going to be, I wanted it 5 centimetres high, it tells me I need to score at 5 centimetres all round. So to score, I need to just flip this back round, like so, because then I'm going to be at the number 1. And I've got something to butt my card up against. My scoring tool is tucked in the side here. So I'm going to grab that. And then I just need to go along to 5, turn it and work my way around. And I just make sure I'm butted up nicely against this so I'm straight. And then we just score at 5 centimetres all round. So this is really simple and it's great because it means, you know, if you've bought a gift, you can literally create whatever size you need. So I've done my score lines all round. Now there are 2 different ways of doing the corners. I'm going for the easy way because that's how I like to do things.
It can make a cheap gift look a bit fancier.
It really can. And if you sell, you know, if you make your own jewellery and things like that, it's great to be able to sell it in a box. It adds value.
We've got about 4 minutes left, Sharon, just so you know.
Perfect. Now I can very easily see my score lines and I can line them up because I've got this really definite groove here. So it's very easy for me to see that that is absolutely on the line. And of course, I can see where my blade is because I only want to come down to where that line is. So I can come down and I can stop right when I get to that point. So this is where the accuracy comes in of the way this blade has got that little notch for you. So look at that, perfect. So I'm going to turn it around, do the same the other side.
And the blade is multi-directional, isn't it? So like literally, it doesn't matter whether you're dragging from the top or dragging from the bottom.
No, yes, you can do either, as you can see. And then you can see exactly where to stop. So then I'm going to come in, fold up my sides. I like to give it a good little, just enforce those with my scoring tool. And then the sides, same thing. So you're just going to do that all the way around.
And don't forget, you are getting 2 extra replacement blades with your board trimmer deal today, the Christmas Day special. We did have the blades on the show earlier. They were $8.99. We reduced them down to $5.99 for a Christmas Day special. It sold out. Even at that reduced price, I mean, if you took that off the price of your trimmer, that still means you're just paying, what, $33.90 something for your trimmer, which is phenomenal for the tool of the year 2024 at the Craft Awards from Frankfurt. Thank you very much.
It's great value, isn't it? For all the things you can do with it, you know, and as I say, go and look at the Sizzix website. There's a whole hub, and this is what Sizzix do for all of our products, actually. You'll find hubs on all of the sort of, you know, all the die cutting machines, all the things.
But you are big, aren't you, at Sizzix, for making sure that if people have spent their hard-earned cash, that they are not, you know, that they're always able to get inspiration of what to do with that product.
Very much so, and that's where Sizzix has always been, really. You know, I've been working for Sizzix for about 8 years now. And I've always been told it's about the inspiration. And, you know, there's a whole wealth of information. Pete and Jess are filming tutorials kind of all the time, really. Now, I'm just, you'll see I've got these little clips. You can use a peg or anything. I like to use wet glue, so I've got a bit of wiggle room. So I'm just popping that on the sides.
I'm coming over to you, Sharon.
Perfect.
Because we've got about a minute left on the show. Just to say, 40% of the stock of the bundle has now gone. We had a huge stock of this bundle, so if you are watching on the repeats, I mean, obviously we're here just for 4 o'clock if you're watching us live. This will be just for 8 o'clock on the repeats, just for midnight on the repeats, just for 4 a.m. on the repeats. So literally, I would say, if you're watching later on, there's a chance that the stock might not be there anymore. Do check on the website, hobbymaker.com. Sharon, thank you.
Thank
you so much for being here on Christmas Day.
It's been fun,
have a great rest of your Christmas Day.
And you, enjoy
rest
your
up
dinner.
a bit, because I need you back here tomorrow.
I'm back tomorrow.
We are going to be back here tomorrow for Craft O'Clock with Instagram Live and then also Facebook Live on our social feeds. So we will be there for that. And then we're also back here live on air at 1 p.m. at our normal kickoff hour tomorrow on Boxing Day. Do you want to know what's coming up on Boxing Day? Lots of fabulous things. We know that we've got those mystery goodie boxes coming in from Creative Expressions. That's exciting. What else have we got tomorrow? We've got a Boxing Day sales from Sizzix. We have got Hunky Dory. We've also got Creative Expressions. Basically, we have got deals galore tomorrow. Can we say thank you for letting us share our Christmas Day with you? From the guys in the gallery, from Michaela on the cameras, from Kat on the floor, from us guys here, lots of love. Have a great rest of your day and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Want to know what's going on in the next show? Then head over to our website. Click on the TV guide. This will tell you who's presenting, which guest we have joining us, along with what's going on in each hour. If you